strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Those hosts, Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie here.
Controversial team.
Comment profanity linked to Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag. The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Disturbed and deviant. There's nothing I enjoy more than drunken teen girls.
The history of misogynistic behavior.
The home of incest and anal sex.
I mean, it's crazy. I am a fucking lunatic.
Shocking.
I love it.
What a freak show. What a Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey freak show.
Best of our abilities. We'll try really hard every day.
What are we going to do? Best of our abilities or a good show?
This is what the show is. It's silly, it's stupid, whatever you want to call it. Listen to it and like it or don't.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
What happened last night? I didn't watch.
Morning. Watch what?
What happened last night? I haven't watched. I haven't read a newspaper. Didn't turn on my Twitter. I'm not watching TV.
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know. What are you talking about? Yes, of course.
I don't think it's a legal win.
Why? What happened? What'd you
I
say?
really believe Matsui might be a robot, and I want Major League Baseball to do some testing.
Well,
he hits like a robot. He hits perfectly. He doesn't smile. He doesn't have any human emotion.
I was getting all down on Matsui for a little while there. He was kind of in a bit of a slump. And, boy, he perked up.
What, he went 8 for 9 instead of 9 for 9? The guy's an animal.
Yeah.
He single-handedly won the World Series for you.
Well,
last night, anyway.
Last night, he was very key. Very key. I think also key is the fact that Pettit outpitched Pedro.
Hold on.
Everybody was doing 3 days rest. If I had to hit 3 days rest one more fucking time. Hey, Pettit, 3 days rest, 3 days rest, 3 days rest.
He even said 3 days rest, though.
I know, everybody was. Shut up.
No, even Pettit was saying.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So you got to yell at him, too, because he was nervous about pitching on 3 days rest. But
everybody.
Here's the Matsui home run call.
Is this John Sterling?
I was watching, the TV coverage, but the radio coverage is a little different.
Pitch, swung on and hit in the air to right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Hideki Matsui has just hit a 2-run home run. A tremendous shot, deep to right. A thriller.
Why?
By Godzilla.
You had it.
Oh, the Sayonara Kid comes around third. A 2-run home run to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead in the second inning in a clinching game.
Jesus, that's exhausting to listen to.
What a great call, except for that nonsense he throws in.
How about a couple periods in there?
God.
One long fucking sentence.
The hell else are you going to say?
Yeah, John, it was such a good call. I actually missed... I was so annoyed because I can't... CBS radio is just shitty. I couldn't... I wanted to listen to Sterling last night because the guys on Fox are just... They're not Yankee guys. They're bores.
I know.
And I wanted to watch the game and listen. So I couldn't get fucking CBS on my Bose alarm clock radio on AM. I probably need a better radio. I was so aggravated. So I go online. CBS radio has boring news. You can't listen online. Do they have to fuck you for every dollar? You're going to pay for audio? Jesus Christ. You can't get on the iPhone app even for this? I checked I was out of my mind.
Yeah, it was fun like 2 years ago. You could go online and watch anything. And now it's just becoming a nightmare.
Now they really
Online is becoming a nightmare.
Charging for everything.
For everything. Commercials before every clip you want to see.
I was trying to look for links about the local election results, yesterday. And I put in Google News. I put some of the names I want to see, and I click on the links, and it goes to a Newsday, which is a very popular Long Island rag.
It's a horrendous newspaper.
Yeah, well, it is
the most boring newspaper in America.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't know because you have to sign up now, subscribe, and pay in order to see Newsday online.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's not free anymore. Bastards. Because their paper they're pretty much every newspaper is losing money. So now they just want to put it online and
now you got to pay for
have
it.
you deal with it that way. Yup-ers.
Well, congrats, Dan, and his Yankees. Blah, blah, blah. 7-3 win.
Rivera was very good this series, too.
Oh, yeah. Rivera closing. Just remarkable.
Let me say hi to Josh.
The cutter.
Josh in Iowa. Josh.
Hey there, Josh.
What the hell?
Oh,
they having a full stadium.
Josh, you got to start over because something happened with the phone call. It wasn't set up right, for real.
Oh, and then he hangs up.
All right, whatever.
Whatever.
He probably doesn't even believe me. He'll find out on the replay or something. You want to hear the final out?
I don't know. People are making some very racist remarks as to what John Sterling could also say to rhyme things.
With who? Which one?
Matsui.
Matsui.
A round trip from the...
Oh. Got it.
You know, it's a derogatory term for a Japanese person. That was used in, like, World War II.
Oh, for the nip.
A round trip from the
nip. Well, here's Joe Buck. There's two ways to look at it. Here's Joe Buck announcing that the Yankees have won the World Series.
Giant four-headed Joe Buck.
Joe Buck, who calls a good game.
To the second baseman, Cano. The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
That was good. I mean, it's like, he's not a Yankee guy, but that was a good call.
No, he isn't.
He could have pumped it up a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more than that. I don't know. I think when, like, Major League Baseball has the World Series, they have someone like Joe Buck. Like, Jimmy makes a good point. Joe Buck doesn't give a shit if the Yankees win or lose the World Series, right?
No.
Although, I wonder if he is a Yankees fan, because he hangs out with them a lot. We've seen Joe Buck hanging with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Does a lot with the Yankees. But what they should do is get someone solid like Joe Buck, and then get the local guy for that team that does have excitement. And bring him to the broadcast, the Fox broadcast.
Because see Joe Buck saying something and then, goodness gracious!
Well, yeah, you gotta match it up nice. You're right. So that was Joe Buck announcing the World Series champions.
The victory.
And it sounded a little different on radio, of course.
Now Rivera is set. And here's the payoff. Swung on and grounded to second. Cano fields, throws to first, in time. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
By the way, that shows he has absolutely no creativity.
No.
Because now he's calling it like it's
any game during the season.
It's a regular baseball win.
He just added in World Series, but it's still...
You could go back, and that would sound exactly the same as when the Yankees beat the Kansas City Royals 17-3 in early May. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all he's got?
That's it. He could have done a real long one.
Or something.
Yeah.
We could have not
World
done it.
Series
not
over.
said it at all. Exactly.
The New York Yankees. He didn't say more after that. I'm surprised. I bet that clip was cut short. He obviously said more.
Someone's saying Joe Buck couldn't hate the Yankees more.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Yankee fan either.
What team does he like?
Joe Morgan's definitely not a Yankee fan because he's part of the Big Red Machine.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like the fact that the Yankees get all these credit.
I'm just going with the fact we went to, what was that fucking thing? Some kind of charity event, and Joe Buck was the master of ceremonies.
Yeah,
and he was kissing the Yankees' asses, and
charity event.
That little video vignettes where he got involved, and he looked like he was buddy-buddy with everybody. So, I apologize.
I think it's all bullshit. I like the fact that every Yankee they spoke to right after the game on the field, said nothing about the Phillies being a good team. Hey, we played a tough team. Nothing.
Who said that?
None of the players.
I don't think, to be honest with you, someone said, there was different predictions. One of the Phillies said that Rollins, I think, said that they were going to beat the Yankees in 5 or something. Mm-hmm. I think the Yankees were fucking really irritated because that's unlike Jeter and all those guys. They
didn't say. Yeah, they were talking about Matsui. They were talking about A-Rod finally getting a ring, things like that. Not one of them on the field being interviewed said, I got my hats off to the Philadelphia Phillies. It was a good series. It was nothing.
Yeah, I think
great.
Rollins predicted.
Fuck your mothers.
Yeah, I think that's.
You know what though? That's how it should be. For every team that wins a championship. Enough with they were a great opponent and it was blah. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that fake sportsmanship.
It is phony sportsmanship.
I really believe it's fake sportsmanship when they have to shake hands and do this and that. They don't want to do any of it.
I enjoyed the, and I said this, I had been Twittering. First I was just annoying people with my Twitters during the game about how, everybody should, get along. These are two, great cities. It's just a game. Let's remember this, people. And everybody was, kind of waiting for the venom, I guess, to come out. I go, hey, no, wait. Oh, is that? No, you gotta go back up a little bit. Yeah, okay. All right. God, what happened? Where are all my good twits? Like where I was being nice. Oh, I said, let's be nice now, people. Come on. They're all winners. You keep going on me, Jesus Christ. Let's be nice now, people. Come on. They're all winners just getting this far. A game shouldn't come between two great cities. And then I said, hey, sports fans, let's just hope everyone gets through this game healthy. God bless. And everybody was getting mad.
Why? That's a good point.
Well, then it was like, hey, Philly fans, let's be nice to the Phillies. They've had to deal with their cunt mouth whore, their cunt mother whore, their whole lives. This ass fucking must hurt them. That's when it kind of turned.
Yeah, it seems like the tweets have gotten less gentle.
Yes. And then it ended with the grand finale. Fucking Rivera, yes, Yankees win. Fuck you, Philly, eat your dad's cum.
Well, that's terrific, Anthony.
I don't think they enjoyed...
That's just terrific.
I don't think they enjoyed that one at all, to tell you the truth.
Why such anger? It's just a baseball game.
Why anger? Hey, look at all the fucking bullshit I had to listen to from those god-fucking Philly fans that were giving me relentless shit the entire time. So fuck them. Fuck them in the ass. That's what I say. I'd had it with them.
Let's go to Chris in Nashville. Chris.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Chris.
I think Joe Buck came up with the St. Louis. I know his dad was a long-time announcer for the Cardinals, and he came up with that organization. And also, I like John Sterling's call. I live down in Nashville, and, you really don't get to hear it much, but every time I hear it, I kind of like it.
You really like it, huh?
I really do.
I don't know what to say about that.
No.
It just,
I don't like it at all.
What we don't like about it is that it just sounds forced. He's just forcing a moment instead of just kind of going with it.
It makes me laugh a little bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just a silly goose, but I like it.
All right. Right on. Well, enough people like it because he continues to be their broadcaster, so we're actually in the wrong. The majority of people like John Sterling and like his home run call.
No, they don't.
I like how he calls a game. But then all that fucking
that
horse shit.
Fucking bullshit he throws in.
If he got rid of all that, he would be a really good baseball announcer.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Aaron in Oklahoma. Aaron.
Good morning, boys.
Hey, Aaron.
I want to tell you why John Sterling sucks and Joe Buck is better. I watched the game last night. I watched all the games. And, when they would hit a home run or like you guys played at the end of the clip where Joe Buck just announced the call and then he just let you hear the crowd. He could let you hear the crowd. You heard the roar of the crowd when they won it. And John Sterling is a babbling shit.
No, that's true. I kind of like when they just get the call out and then you're able to hear the crowd.
Well, you guys are
celebrating.
You guys are missing the obvious, though. Joe Buck's got the pictures. You're watching on TV.
Oh, okay.
So Joe Buck doesn't have to say a lot, and they're going from camera to camera to camera to camera.
Yeah, it's
just saying a lot. I mean, you got to understand, John Sterling's got to kind of fill up the space there.
Still kind of cool to that initial.
Yeah, that part.
You just want to kind of hear that and bask in it a bit,
right?
What is that like in the theater room, Anthony?
Oh, fantastic!
I'm a stuttering prick. I'm punching out.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Matt in Buffalo. Hey, congrats on your stupid Sabres last night, motherfucker. Now, what do you got for the radio show?
At some point, I thought that Anthony had been abducted, and I was trying to negotiate a deal for him to be returned to his, normal self, so he would start tweeting with a little venom, as he put it.
Yes, they didn't like my nice tweets. My
I
nice,
got
let's
the,
all be kind to each other tweets.
I got the grape soda and the 24 cartons of Cools.
Good for you. What this guy's talking
Is
about.
everyone tired?
What is he talking about?
Did everyone stay up too late?
I hope Philly's enjoying their one-esty.
Yeah. Instead of dynasty, it's a die quickly. Get it?
Could add a little German to it, an dynasty.
Yeah, but when was the last dynasty in baseball?
Yankees.
So that goes back, what?
Yankees.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, when was the last time they won it? The Yankees?
2000.
2000?
Yeah.
All right.
2001's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that was a bad
The
one.
worst sports loss ever.
Way
worse than the Red Sox.
In the World Series.
Nah, that was much worse than the Red Sox. Because it was 2001 and they had it and Rivera threw the ball. That was by far, the Red Sox winning was almost like, they're such rivals that you finally lost to a rival like that didn't bother me nearly as much as fucking 2001.
Well, one was just the friggin', ALC.
I would rather lose
One's the World fucking Series,
Right.
so, alright, I understand that point.
But it was the dirty fucking Diamondbacks, like this fucking expansion team.
Yeah.
And fucking Randy Johnson, that free agent cunt.
The big unit?
I despise that. I despise that team.
Yeah.
Red Sox were just the Red Sox. They probably should have beaten the Yankees many times since before then.
That, I don't know. That deconstruction of the Yankees when they just got fucking tooled. They had it in the bag. Everyone was just like, well, no one comes back from this many games. That hurt. And since it was the Red Sox, it really made it that much worse.
I'll take 4 years in a row of that to fucking have that Diamondbacks fucking game one.
That was bad. Yeah, because it was 2001, so you're thinking, hey, for New York City, let's win this one.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And the dirty fucking Diamondbacks.
The filthy Diamondbacks.
Yeah, fucking Tony Womack. Hope his feet were lost in a fucking auto accident right after that. Cocksucker with his awful fucking, his stupid small vermin name. There's a Womack crawling and licking peanut butter off my balls. Despise Tony Womack and fucking gangly cunty Johnson.
I think we would have read about him losing his feet in a car crash.
No, you wouldn't have, because no one thought of him since that game. No one. He actually lost his feet on the way out of the stadium. There was some kind of a vending accident. The hot dog juice spilled on his feet and they rotted off.
Shoot off by a wild Womack.
So if he'd lost his feet in a car accident, it wouldn't make the radar.
It wouldn't even make the fucking local radio in Arizona.
Okay, let's go to Ted in Toledo. Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Oh.
What's up, Ted?
Yeah, I wanted to comment. The reason that you guys are so hated, that the Yankees are so hated in the sports world, is because of arrogant assholes like Hair Kumia there, that greasy dago that thinks that his shit doesn't stink because he thinks the Yankees are the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Ew.
If you just had a modicum of...
Hold on, sir, hold on 1 second. I just want to, waiter, cliche, please. Go ahead, sir, back to you. Sorry.
Sliced bread isn't really that good.
No one said, sir, no one thinks sliced bread is anything. I prefer a fistful of balled up bread.
No one went, wow, sliced bread.
Yeah, I like the soccer ball kick bread into my friend's mouth.
Yeah, listen, I'm the caller. I'm the one that pays your salary, so you just listen to me. So.
I love
it. Damn.
Kind of like that one.
How about let's negotiate since you're paying the salary?
Yeah, really.
Let's fucking up the ante a little bit. How about a little bit more money? Then you can talk.
I kind of like the guy.
I know.
That's a good one.
You don't like him.
It's one of the better
Loonies
ones.
there, Toledo. You fuck. Oh, that's Ohio. Close enough.
Scale, don't forget it, fella. Listen, but seriously, if you guys weren't such arrogant dickwads, maybe the Yankees would be a better team. But
who cares? Dude, people don't like the Yankees because they win. That's
not,
it.
You know what it is? They're not liked because they have 26. I mean 27 championships. Oh, sorry. I gotta get used. I gotta get used to saying that. It's like when the new year happens and you keep writing 2009 on your checks and stuff.
Yes.
I'll keep saying 26. Oh, that's right.
Oh yes. Oh, Yes, you keep forgetting it's now 27. Oh, my God.
Yes. Right. Anthony just joked about it.
You're actually happy that A-Rod has a World Series ring?
I was very happy for him. You know what?
Come on.
Let me tell you something. Thank God this year, instead of one of the years where he didn't do shit in postseason, and perhaps if the Yankees had squeaked by and he didn't do anything, that would have been like, oh, fuck that. He fucking got him into the World Series. He played the game in postseason this year, and he deserved that ring this year.
A-Rod, though.
It's A-Rod. Who cares? He deserved it. What are you going to do? What are you going to fucking bash him?
He was great this year in the postseason.
He showed up finally.
Good for him. Good for your team.
He deserved to get the fucking ring.
A-Rod just... Travis doesn't like A-Rod either, do you, Travis?
No, he doesn't.
Travis
hates the Yankees.
He's a Yankee
Travis hates
hater.
A-Rod.
Yankee hater.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Brought up that way.
I'm just going to get...
If you like another team, you're supposed to hate the Yankees.
I'm getting little Riley Yankee jerseys and hats.
This is why I couldn't root for the fucking Yankees in the World Series.
Yeah?
Because I'm a Met fan. I mean, I'm going to be hearing this all next year now.
Well, I could root for the Mets if the Yankees
it was
ain't
easier
in it. I'm rooting for the Mets if they're in it. Why not?
Well, that's just stupid.
Have a little fun with your town.
I'd rather see the Mets over the Red Sox.
Nope.
I would take the Mets every day. Every day over the Red Sox.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's low self-esteem to take a division rival.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I would never take a division rival over any team.
Nope, it was easier to root for the Phillies.
Oh, man. I would. I couldn't.
Because what Anthony's saying...
By the way, thank you, Opie.
You're welcome.
The sports curse.
You're welcome.
Still there.
By the way, I only have one win in the last 7 picks.
Wow.
An Islander win when the Islanders should have lost, actually. But they lost last night to that same team, whatever, but that's hockey shit.
The Sabres?
Sabres kicked their ass and shut out the Islanders last night, ending their winning streak. Yeah, but this is why, Ted. I'm with you.
Oh, Ted.
I didn't hear you, Gregory.
Because there's a million...
Oh, Ted.
There's a million Anthonys in this town that'll just fucking rub it in all next year to us Met fans.
I'm not saying anything. I hope the Mets do a lot better than they did this year, for fuck's sake.
Whatever.
They were a mess.
It's all about hockey now. Now I'm all in with the hockey thing.
Well, now I'll start watching a little football.
Yeah.
I'll watch a little football now, yeah.
All right, Ted, thank you, sir.
On that.
I see you, fellas.
Let me go to Greg in D.C.
Greg, come down here. I have AIDS.
Good morning, boy.
Hello, Greg.
Listen, I hate the Yankees, and I want to be a good sport and congratulate Anthony for being a fan who stuck with them, who, even though he was angry at them for screwing up, kept saying, yeah, but I'm going to keep supporting them. That is a Yankee fan.
Dude, hold on. He's not a fucking man of integrity because he got mad at millionaires who weren't hitting the ball properly to other men with gloves.
That's what I said was he kept supporting his team no matter how pissed off they might have made him.
That means he still
and that's what a fan
has not 1 ounce more of integrity than any other person.
Exactly.
He doesn't have 1 ounce more of integrity than a guy who wore a Yankee hat and shit in the subway because he was drinking himself into oblivion.
That was me.
Hey, Greg, you're crazy because at any second he's going to tell you to eat your dad's cum. That's the type of man Anthony
That's
is.
the integrity I have.
He's got some terrific integrity.
And
over a lousy baseball game, he's telling all of Philly to eat their dad's cum.
Exactly. And they listened to him, which was really upsetting.
Put it in that cheesesteak of yours.
Good, so
hey, I listen to him because I pay for him to tell me this, and I like the abuse.
Thank you,
The
sir.
other thing I was calling to say, though, is people don't hate the Yankees as much as they hate the Yankee fags, the people who aren't real fans, who jump on the bandwagon, start screaming and yelling and acting like they love the Yankees and don't know shit about them.
Yeah, I know. You better know those utility players before you start cheering, bub. Or you're late to the Yankee party.
Yeah.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, but
by the way, Joe Girardi has adult braces, and it really gave me the willies.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Did you see that at the end?
The adult braces.
Jesus, he had coffee tongue. I was so annoyed.
Does he really have adult braces? Yeah, I'm with Greg, though, with the Fairweather fan shit.
I'm not silly.
You walk all around Manhattan, I'm like... I couldn't count that high how many Yankee hats I saw. They just all of a sudden come out of the woodwork. And the Yankee hats are fucking brand fucking new, too. They never Anthony's fucking hat looks like it's been puked on a few times.
Yeah, I've had a few ulcerous vomit on it during some bad games.
Hey, that's in New Jersey. Where were you 6 years ago? Doing other things. That's where I was, not watching.
Yeah, I don't know. You could tell these guys couldn't even name the fucking lineup of the team, half of them, then walk around the streets.
Doesn't Girardi's head look exactly like the skull that the Predator was holding when he scratched it with his fingernail?
I don't remember it.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Well, I know Charlie Manuel. Could he stop sucking back saliva? Boy, was he unpleasant. Just a great bunch of guys.
Where's his adult braces? Look, he's got adult braces. Look at him.
What is that?
That is
about?
Cute.
Fucking thistle teeth.
Greg, anything else?
No, that was it, boys. Have a wonderful day.
right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Adios.
I was there when they were in the basement. Well, you shouldn't have been.
Why?
Exactly. You should have been doing fun shit. Let them work the kinks out.
Then I'll jump on board.
Exactly.
It's not even that. It's the people that walk around. They're barely sports fans in general.
I'm not taking a ride in a broken car. I'll wait till it's all nice and fixed and ready to go.
Exactly.
Then
Where
I'll
were you
hop
when
in.
Ford stock was $1.20?
Yeah, well,
Buying other stock. That's what it was.
You'll see him. You'll see him today. Walk up to someone with a Yankee hat and ask them the starting lineup of the game last night. Even they wouldn't be able to tell you. A lot of these people. That's all I'm saying. They're not real sports fans. Jason in Ohio. Jason.
Pleasure, guys.
What's up?
A great day to be a Yankee fan. I'm calling to run myself under the bus. I'm a former New Yorker, but I'm sad to say I have an autographed picture of John Sterling in my office. And when he wrote on it, he wrote Yankees win. It has like 7 A's, 7 N's, 7 K's, and a bunch of E's and a bunch of S's.
He wrote that?
So he wrote it like he says it.
Yes, he wrote it like.
So he's really, really into that.
I know, every time you guys talk about him, it kills me. I walk by my office and I look at the picture and I laugh my ass off because of it.
Right on, man. All right.
But congratulations, Anthony. Great day to be a Yankee fan.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And you guys make a great point, though, about the Fairweather fans. I live out in Ohio now, and I live actually across the river from Swisher's hometown, and all these people are out wearing Yankee stuff, and I'm like, you're Yankee fans? And weren't you wearing White Sox stuff last year was when he was a White Sox?
That's the beauty of them. They always have a party every year. They're happy every year. They're smarter than the dumbbells who fucking slaves to one team where the players don't care about you. The players don't give a fuck about you. They go from team to team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I could never root for, honestly, I'm back with the Yankees. I came back this year. I could never go to another
You
team.
didn't come back this year. You came back 2 weeks ago.
But it doesn't matter.
Holy shit.
But I did.
I came motherfuckering him up until the end of the year.
But I don't have to explain myself. I had a fucking legitimate reason to not like those motherfuckers. I was a fan my whole life. Please. I don't have to justify myself that day. I fucking, I jumped back on the bandwagon. Yes, I did. If Jeter had been nice to me, I never would have left. That's it. I had a personal reason to leave.
Yes,
I actually am a real
But-
fan. I fucking walked away. A guy douched me, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not watching these assholes.
If Reggie Jackson didn't take that picture with you 2 days
Never would
ago,
have douched him.
you would have fucking been motherfuckering the Yankees today.
Never would have. Not Reggie. Not Reggie, man, because Reggie is Reggie.
Yeah, fuck Reggie.
Stop. You can't say fuck Reggie. He's Reggie.
Fuck Reggie if he didn't take the picture with you. That's what I say. What else is he going to do? And especially if he's in our building.
But he did.
Working for our company.
He's just Reggie Jackson. So he's a guy I would have not been mad at regardless.
He should be nice and fucking take every picture possible.
He's bored with it. He's been doing it for 40 years.
Bored with it.
He's sick of it.
So? It's an easy life. Imagine your whole life was you had to take pictures with fucking people that adored you. Boo-hoo. Take the fucking picture.
Booty hooty hoo.
He did.
Take the fucking picture.
He did take it, but I still wouldn't have faulted him.
He
if
did the
didn't.
right thing, but there's a lot of
And
guys.
I'm happy I came back and the dirty Phillies fucking lost. Good. Good.
The dirty Phillies.
Dirty Phillies. No one likes a fucking PH at the beginning of a team name. Put an F there. Phillies.
Phillies.
All right, Jason. Hey, how's that serial killer? How many bodies we up to? I heard 11.
I know. I'm about 2 hours south of Cleveland. I think it was 11 too.
Yeah, we're 11.
The funniest part of that story is the sausage factory next door.
Oh yeah.
Thinking about that there was a sausage factory, but the audio on the news, the neighborhood it happened. It's like almost like Boo Got Shot or the Leprechaun audio.
Yeah.
The people like, I think that was now like, oh, it was a dead body.
Yeah. Smell like it, but let me tell you, I thought it was the sausage factory.
Well, can we get that audio? I want to hear that audio now.
I want to hear some people discussing that.
And I'm hearing the parole officer fucked up.
Yeah.
I actually saw it was actually on Fox News that had that audio. The national Fox News that had it. So.
Oh really? The boys down the hall, please get that for us. We're gonna be talking about the serial killer in the. Is it Cleveland?
Yeah.
I'm a native New Yorker. I lived out in Ohio for a couple of years, so.
It's in the Cleveland area though, right?
Yeah, it's actually in Cleveland. I'm about 2 hours south of Cleveland.
Well, you're fucking closer than us, my brother.
I know, but I'd rather be back in New York right now. But
all right,
you know what?
Thank you, Jason.
You know, one of my favorite. All right, one of my favorite things is to do when the Yankees do what they do win championships. Watching the opposing team, the Phillies, the ones that have to sit in the dugout and just kind of sit on the bench and stare out that 1,000-yard stare, thinking of what might have been. Oh, it's like everyone. Some people right into the fucking locker room. They're gone. They're gone. And then there's some that are just staring out like, it should have been us celebrating. And I just go, some guys actually cry. They sit there on the bench and just cry.
No one was crying last night.
No one was
right?
crying last night.
I don't know. I don't think athletes cry anymore.
What? No?
Nah, they're so goddamn rich. Are they really that bummed they lost the World Series? No. By Monday, I don't think they're that bummed anymore. The next couple of days, that sucks.
Yeah, they're going to be bumming.
And then they get some caviar. And they'll be fine.
Caviar.
Charlie in Virginia. Charlie.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hey.
Jimmy, I loved your show at the State Theater last winter. So.
Thank you, sir, very much. Down in D.C.
Anyway, the Washington Post had to take a shot at A-Rod last night. I mean, this morning. I just had a chance to skim it quickly. But they were taking issue with the fact that he blew a snot rocket on national TV, and they pondered that. Doesn't he know that there's a swine flu epidemic?
That stupid newspaper. Are they the same paper that the reporter asked Obama about A-Rod testing positive for steroids? I believe that was the Washington Post.
I don't recall. No, I don't.
Yeah. Dumb fucking paper. Let it go. He's not giving the swine flu to anybody. All these guys do is chew and spit. Who cares?
Enough with the swine flu, by the way. Enough with the blank has the swine flu.
Oh, celebrity swine flu count, yes.
Enough with that crap. You know what? Yes. When it's all said and done, a lot of us are going to have the swine flu. We're going to know a lot of people personally that got the swine flu. And that got through it, by the way, too. You know, unfortunately, we're going to lose some people, but we lose people with the regular flu. We've had this discussion.
They say a lot of people aren't even getting the regular flu this year, that it's all swine flu.
It's going to be, it's going to be an
H1N1.
Yeah, H1N1.
I like to call it.
The Heine flu.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to John in North Carolina. Everyone's heated up. John.
Hey, John.
Hey, guys.
What's up, John?
The worst fucking bandwagon fan you're ever going to see, and you all know one. The Hole. The chick that hooks up with a guy who's never followed sports in their entire life, and all of a sudden it's, woo-hoo, Yankees, I love the Yankees. Every piece of gear, the earrings, the shoelaces.
The pink hat.
Yeah, the pink hat was not a good call.
Yeah, well, that was whoever merchandising.
Well, they sell a lot of pink fucking hats. You're right.
Yankees sell a lot of merch.
How about the broads that the only reason they follow a team is because they want to bang the players? They don't even know. They don't even know the rules of the game.
Good luck.
Well, but they, in their stupid heads, they think they have a shot.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you, Chad.
And Kate Hudson and Kurt Russell, they're Yankee fans? Really?
I guess so.
Kurt Russell was there last night, big time Yankee fan. I think he had a Yankee jacket on. The only reason he's a Yankee, let's break this down.
Yeah.
The only reason Kurt Russell is a Yankee fan is because his little daughter sucks A-Rod's
His little girl is fucking getting slammed by A-Rod.
Is it safe to say? Did you ever see Kurt Russell at a Yankee game before Kate Hudson started dating A-Rod?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Do you break shit down like that? Because there's Kurt Russell sitting next to Kate Hudson. I'm like, that's the only reason here.
Yeah, I don't
it's for a dirty reason.
Dirty.
In the dirtiest of ways.
Sex. It's from sex.
From dirty sex.
It's like the dirty sex.
Yeah, let's go to Charlie in Philly. Charlie's been calling, I believe, almost every day during the World Series. Right,
Charlie?
Not every day, but
off and on.
Close to it.
All right. What do you got?
So what's up, boys? Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
So did you sit back and smile with relief last night after Pedro Martinez? He threw, 4 or 5 pitches. They zoom in on... He's breathing heavy like he just got done throwing 60 pitches. I knew right then and there, I'm like, Phillies are done.
I knew I was hoping anyway, pretty early on, Pettit looked a lot better than Pedro did. And by the way, I don't know if anyone knows this, Pettit, 3 days rest.
I didn't hear that.
He was only on 3 days rest. Yeah, I didn't either until, last night. out of nowhere, someone said it. And I was like, God, 3 days rest?
He was running out of gas, too. You could tell he was getting tired.
Oh,
he was fucking walking people. He never walks people.
No, but he was able to go a lot further than Pedro was, which...
Dude, if you're a fan of any team and you have a fucking an elimination game and Pedro is on the mound for you against the Yankees, he cannot beat the Yankees.
He really can't close the deal. Did you hear that stadium, too, just rocking the Who's Your Daddy? When he first came out.
Oh, really?
It was just the entire stadium.
Pedro.
Who's your daddy?
Pedro's now 38, man.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he was in shape.
No,
But fucking Ryan Howard, man, let the Phillies down. Holy shit. I think he was 173, his batting average in the World Series. 173 for Ryan Howard.
Really?
Right, Charlie? Is it Charlie or Charlie?
Charlie.
In Philly, they have Charlie. Anthony.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yippee.
No, that's the real name. There's Charlies and there's Charlies.
Really?
Only in Philly, though. They got
silly.
Charlies.
That's silly.
All right, Charlie. Thank you,
Later,
sir.
boys.
See ya.
Let me go to Chad in Dallas. Hey, Chad, your stupid cheerleaders are in trouble.
She's a cunt.
She's a cunt? Yeah. We'll get to that story after your phone call. What do you got, Chad?
Well, I've been listening to Ant talk about the fucking Yankees for the past 2 weeks. And the fact that he's actually pissed off that it's taken 9 years for them to get a World Series, it blows my fucking mind. Do you realize how many other fucking teams out there?
Yeah.
Wait decades and decades and decades?
Yeah.
You can take your fucking 9 years and you can shove them up your fucking ass.
Yeah.
I never said I was...
Nice. I
never said I expected it.
How long has it been for
I
the
was
Mets?
mad. I was... You know what it is? It has been for the Yankees... It seemed like a bit of a dry spell, 9 years. And they had been in the playoffs. They had gotten close, but couldn't close the deal. And it was good to see. And very early on, this was the team that you looked at and said, wow, you know, this is the team that can do it.
Really?
Can do.
Yes.
Well, the Mets have gone 51 years without a World Series. 51
Yeah, and my fucking Rangers.
years.
No
we've
way.
only won one fucking playoff game in our whole fucking history.
What team is this?
So fuck you in your 9 years.
What team is this?
What team was it?
The Texas Rangers. We've won one fucking playoff game.
Well, that's, again,
1970.
that abysmal organization, which has done nothing but suck. Hold on.
Organization that's paying
Hold on, sir.
half of A-Rod's salary.
They should fucking, here's the bottom line.
Traded to him because he's a fucking cunt.
The reason,
He will not shut up.
the reason the teams keep doing dumb shit is because fans like you keep going, stupid.
True.
Salary.
If I owned a team, I would just do whatever I wanted, knowing that dumb fans are going to show up.
Yeah.
Bandwagon fans make the fucking teams produce.
That's true.
Do you understand these abysmal organizations that know you dumb motherfuckers are going to show up regardless? Why would they give a shit?
Yeah, you'll be there. Who cares?
Do whatever it is that's just going to make the extra money.
I never said bandwagon fan.
I'm not saying you, buddy. I'm saying in general. I'm just saying in general. Because I want to get my brand new World Championship Yankee sweatshirt this year.
Yes. Oh, and of course, I cannot wait to see world champion Philadelphia Phillies shirts on all the little starving African children.
Is it going to go Africa this year again? Maybe they go to another country with all that merch.
I'd say Africa. I think it'd be great if as they're shipping it over to Africa, the ship gets taken over by pirates, and you just see these stick figure Somali pirates wearing Philadelphia Phillies World Series champion shirts.
Vincent Bayonne, it was a joke, you stupid fuck. I know it was 86, you dummy. The Mets weren't even
actually say that when you said 50 years
fuck.
that he was like, no, idiot.
The Mets weren't even around in 48.
They weren't?
Jesus Christ.
The Metropolitans.
Hey, speaking of Dallas, so you got a cheerleader down there in trouble for wearing blackface.
Oh,
did you hear about this story?
What's wrong
Is
with
it a
that?
Halloween show? Yeah, a little Halloween party.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
If you're gonna go to, well, look, Halloween you can dress as anybody. What if you want to dress as someone who's black, and you're not black? You have to then put the color on your skin. It's not a minstrel show you're doing.
Well, let's find out
you're
what you
just
did.
You're putting on a costume and portraying a person with black skin. So you must make your skin black. There's nothing wrong with that. What is that? It's her like as a rapper or some shit.
Let's find out. Here's the story.
They are the sweethearts of America's team. The pride showpiece of the Dallas Cowboys. Yet it's the reported actions of one of its cheerleaders off the field that is drawing scrutiny and criticism tonight.
It's all in fun.
What may appear to some as harmless Halloween fun
It's making a big statement right there.
is perhaps questionable behavior in the eyes of others. It's the controversial costume donned by sophomore cheerleader identified as Whitney Iceleave. Here she is posing with friends at a Halloween party, dressed reportedly as rap artist Lil Wayne.
Right?
No story here.
Gives
no
a
fucking
shit.
story here.
She's dressed like
No
Lil
fucking
Wayne.
story
What is
here.
she supposed to be? White-skinned Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne has black skin. If you want to dress like him, you need to put something on your white skin to make it black. Would you stop with your oversensitive bull fucking shit?
Where's the media reporting on fucking White Chicks, the Wayans Brothers movie?
Yeah.
Where is that?
There you go.
And they did it in Soul Man, the guy dressed in blackface. What's the
Stop.
problem?
Stop already.
Why are we yelling?
So oversensitive.
Because we're annoyed.
So
the stupid fucking media.
Oversensitive.
This isn't a fucking story. Lil Wayne is a real celebrity, and she dressed up as him at a Halloween party. End of fucking story.
Robert Downey Jr. There you go.
Yeah.
No, it's okay if it's in a movie.
Yeah.
Because you're portraying what?
Right, it's different.
Why, you know. Well, it's different in their stupid
Tropic
eyes.
Thunder. I mean, why the fuck? It's not like they're doing even Ted Danson doing his old Al Jolson makeup, blackface. It's the big fucking deal.
Because anything you do now, if you do anything in blackface, it's automatically, if you have black person makeup on, associated with when blacks couldn't work, so they had to use whites. So I guess men shouldn't dress up as women, because at one point in the Greek theater, women were not allowed to be actors.
Right.
So it was only men playing women. So I guess men shouldn't dress like girls either, because it was a time where girls couldn't work as actors.
This story annoys me so much, I'm never inviting Stephen S. from Bayshore to an Islanders game.
Wow.
I'm too outraged. I can't do it. There's Anthony in
That's
blackface.
outrageous.
Live at the Apollo, Anthony was in blackface.
It's Rot Cut live at the Apollo album cover, and we're all in blackface, and there's the Saturn V rocket taking off the Apollo mission behind us. See, it's kind of a play on words and that whole thing. But, I mean, stop. Stop it.
By the way, David from Denver writes, Al Roker dressed up as a white guy this Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he really?
No, he didn't paint his skin, but he had the fucking white guy wig on. He played one of the Star Wars guys.
Well, you know what? If you're going to be Han Solo or whatever, then he should have put white on his face to make himself white. You don't look authentic.
Or have Reggie Jackson wear the costume.
Yeah, that's it. But wait until you get a little older, and you can
let
do
that
that.
black fade.
Yeah.
But wait, how can you wear a white man's hair? I mean, how can you wear, what's the difference
That's
between the skin and the
crazy.
hair? Why can you wear a white man's hair but not his skin? It's
Like
so
a big
fucking
afro.
stupid.
There he is. Look, he's wearing white man Han Solo. Oh, my
He
God.
looks like a douche.
Of course he does.
Fucking Al Roker, you suck.
Al Roker looks like
really
such an
suck.
idiot as Han Solo.
Oh, I hate you.
Oh, God.
I fucking hate you.
But the thing is, if you're going to dress for Halloween as a black person, a black celebrity, a lot of people dress as celebrities for Halloween. How many of the stupid John and Kates were out there? They dress like fucking whatever the celebrity du jour is. And if a white person wants to dress as a black celebrity and make the costume look authentic, you need to color your skin with makeup the same color as the person you're trying to make yourself up as.
And her costume was authentic.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
That wasn't some kind of degrading old fucking minstrel show bullshit thing. I mean, she wasn't, I doubt she was walking around degrading black people.
Why is the minstrel thing so degrading?
I don't know. I don't find it degrading either.
It was completely accepted.
It's part of history. As a matter of fact, black people used to do minstrel shows and put the makeup on.
Right.
Because the skin wasn't like the old makeup, so they would put the skin on.
It was a legitimate form of
blackface
entertainment. It really was. What about all the nuns, Halloween costumes, pregnant nuns and all that?
Well, that's it.
There's no outrage there, but there's
a little outrage.
Really? Come on. This has everything to do with the black
Bill Donahue was outraged.
Who?
He said that.
Hey, he's a drunk.
I won't disagree.
That fucking Bill Donahue's a drunk. Here's the rest of the story.
Wayne. Her pictures were leaked, posted on the web, and have been the target of discussion. We showed some fans the pictures in question.
The media.
I don't know why anybody would take offense to it personally. Wouldn't it be okay reversed?
What? This is why
That's good. Good. Thank you, white person.
What'd she say?
She said,
wouldn't it be okay if it was reversed?
She goes, I wouldn't take any offense to that. It's fine. You know.
Why is the fucking media? This is why the media is so reprehensible. Why are you trying to create a story by showing the photo to fans?
Yeah.
God, are they fucking disgusting.
No one's outraged until the news takes the pictures around and goes, could you be outraged at this so we could get your comments?
Stupid crackers, shut up. Would they be sure exactly? Do they go around with the Wayans Brothers movie poster and show that to fans and ask if they were offended?
I'm offended.
Fucking reporters are awful.
Chicks.
Just awful.
Let's say hi to Jay in Texas. Jay.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
I just want you to know, if you look on Deadspin.com, there's pictures of Darren Williams. He's the black point guard for the Utah Jazz, dressed as Cal Ripken Jr. for Halloween, all in whiteface.
When was this?
This was on Halloween this year.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody ever heard a word about it, never made a big deal, wasn't on the news.
Oh, yeah?
Because, again, especially the white media, whether it's the fucking pussy, jaded New York Times or other ones, will never call out blacks for racism, even though I don't think he should be, but they just won't, because they have this fucking elitist, weird attitude, this paternalistic shit towards black people, where they feel like they need their hands held, they need to be coddled like children, they need to be handled with kid gloves. It's fucking sickening.
Yes.
It's condescending.
You know, it's offensive.
Yeah, well, Tommy writes, minstrel shows were meant to make fun of black people and keep them out of show business. That's the difference.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Is that true?
Were they?
I don't know about that.
I heard that black people were involved in minstrel
today.
shows. You know, what are you going to do?
Maybe after a certain amount of time, but I think for a long time they weren't allowed to act, so they just used, white actors and blackface.
There's a difference between someone doing a minstrel show back in the fucking 20s and attractive cheerleader wearing makeup on her skin that makes her look as if she is an African American
at a Halloween party. Here's the second half of the story.
Reaction from fans was both mixed and varied, but one thing most everyone agreed on was that anyone who's representing America's team should exercise better judgment.
Better judgment than what?
Then why? What the fuck?
Why?
Better judgment than what?
What's wrong with it?
America's team, the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
You want to go down the list of problems that the team has
prisoners?
God, the fucking
should
media.
exercise better judgment.
I'm assuming that you would hold yourself up to a little bit more of a higher standard, especially playing for the Cowboys and whatnot, but wow, not much I can say about that one. It speaks for itself.
Although no one from the Cowboys organization would comment on camera, we're told they are addressing the situation. For some fans, the only costume they want to see cheerleaders in are the ones they wear on the field.
Why not just be yourself and be original? And because nobody can be Lil Wayne.
Good point, idiot.
Great
No
point
one
on
could be Lil
Halloween.
Wayne.
You stupid fuck.
Yeah, that's a dummy right
Yo, why
there.
would they dress up like white girls, the Wayans brothers? Why don't they just act like they sell? Where was that comment?
What are you going as? Someone employed?
Fucking shitheads.
Whoa!
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yes, I can make jokes. I know. I can make stereotypical jokes. That guy sounded like an ignorant fuck right there. Why not be yourself? Because it's Halloween, dummy.
That's the one day. That's the one day you get to not be yourself.
Holy shit, you moron.
One day you can live in some weird fantasy world.
Why not just be yourself?
No one cares if you dress up with an axe like you just fucking hack somebody's feet off.
Yeah, that's fine too.
God, are we silly?
We've just reached a point. It's just horrid.
Is anybody else being belligerent and going, fuck you back? Nobody says it.
We do. Fuck you back.
Fuck you back.
We should have fucking Blackface Day.
We should have fucking Blackface Day.
We should. Just Blackface Day.
If we worked for a company that would defend us, I would say you're absolutely right. If I felt the company would back us up, I would say let's do that.
And not just blackface, but we have to dress as a black celebrity and put together a very good, realistic costume.
Yes.
Where, you know, it's everything. It's the clothing. But in order to pull it off, you have to wear makeup on your skin to make yourself look like an authentic celebrity.
Yeah, we'll rub duty on our face.
I'll be P. Diddy. I want to be P. Diddy. And put brown makeup all over my face.
Yeah.
And then wear like the white tuxedo thing because he has the white parties. So I want to do that. I'll be P. Diddy. Who would you be?
I want to be Flavor Flay.
You can be Flavor Flay.
That's out.
That's
now.
old school, but it's cool.
Well, I saw a black hockey player last night in the Islander game.
No, you didn't.
Hell fucking yeah, I did.
Was it makeup? Is he in trouble?
He plays for the Sabres, and I had a tweet about it.
Wow.
And then a lot of people said, I expect this from Anthony, not you.
Oh.
I'm like, I was just surprised. It's always, it kind of throws you off a little bit when you watch hockey and all of a sudden you see a black guy. I'm sorry.
You know, Kevin from Connecticut can't even spell. He spelled dress up as lazy. It's Jay-Z. Stop it. My God.
Blackface Day.
You know, and to not call it Blackface Day.
Why don't we encourage our listeners to go to work on Blackface Day in minstrel makeup?
In minstrel makeup. No, as a black celebrity. Because minstrel makeup is offensive. Because people will say that was the offensive thing, and that brings back and conjures up the racism and imagery of the days where but just like black celebrities of today,
I want to be Morgan Freeman.
All right,
and I want to get those black freckles working.
Make some
because I got some freckles, so I'll just color them in.
Black freckles around your eyes.
I'll color them in.
You can be Morgan Freeman. Powder your hair white, like his. Everything will be fine.
Can we send out a press release?
You can do that.
Have the boys in PR send out a press release. We're having Blackface Day on the Opie and Anthony show.
And we'll dress up. Who wants to be Reverend Al? E-Rock?
I'd love to be Reverend. Oh, yeah, he's fat enough.
Reverend Al would be a good one. Don't take my Morgan Freeman. I like that idea.
That's a good one.
I'm going to be Jesse Jackson, and that no one's going to know who's the Morgan and who's Jesse. We're both going to be two fucking white guys with wigs and awful mustaches.
Hold on, Ann. I got some.
What would management say?
Yeah, that could be a problem. They would never sign off on anything like that.
Or how about,
my God, would it be the worst?
How about reverse the race day? We have a couple of our black friends in, and they can dress up as any white celebrity.
A white celebrity, right? I just don't see the problem in dressing up as a celebrity that is black and actually making the authentic skin color.
Can I change mine?
Yeah.
In honor of the Yankees winning, I'm going to go old school. I want to be Mickey Rivers.
Wow. You are going to need some makeup, my friend.
Can after can of spray paint.
Need some makeup.
Was he the darkest celebrity, the darkest athlete ever?
He was.
Let's play who was the darkest athlete ever today.
Oof. Who did they put the camera on last night? We were laughing about that.
I'm going with Mickey Rivers. Anybody have someone else that could be blacker than Mickey Rivers? Blackest athlete ever.
Club Soda Kenny could go as Manute Bol.
Manute Bol was pretty damn black.
Yeah.
Manute Bol was a black athlete. Who was the blackest athlete ever? For real.
Color-wise?
That's the question today.
Actual skin tone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, first let's preface it by who was the whitest? I say Larry Bird. He was very pale.
Okay, good. That's out of the way.
Yeah, that's out of the way. Now we can do the other way.
Wait. I want to... Even though you're going with a joke there, and I love it.
No, I'm going with a bail us out.
No, I understand that.
But there's both sides.
There's something to be said, because who was the whitest athlete?
Who was the whitest athlete?
Because there's some good ones out there as well.
Yeah. Larry Bird was pretty fucking white.
There was athletes
like reddish white.
There's some like fucking right off the boat Irish dudes that will beat Larry Bird. Oh yeah. All right, there's your question today. Blackest athlete ever, whitest athlete ever.
Whitest. Carl Herrera.
Who's Carl?
Sean Bradley. I'm just Steve Nash.
Bruce Smith. I was going to say Bruce Smith. Yes.
Reggie Jackson is both.
Bruce Smith.
That's very funny.
Get a picture of Bruce Smith. He's up there. He might be.
Bruce Smith could be the whitest.
He might give Manute Bol a run for his money. And Dexter Manley, yes, of the Washington Redskins.
Okay. Wow.
Matsui is fucking sweet.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Bruce was up there, man. Oof. Good old Bruce. And let's not forget Mickey Rivers. I threw that out there as a goof, but Mickey's up there.
Mickey Rivers.
Willie Wilson from the fucking Royals.
Look at Mickey
Oh, wow. You can't even see him.
Mickey Rivers wasn't allowed to play in night games.
They went to someone last night in the dugout, and you couldn't even see who they were. It was a black guy sitting on the bench. I didn't know who it was. You couldn't see him. You saw a uniform without a head.
Thank you, Fletcher in Jersey. Yes, Sean Bradley. Look up Sean Bradley. Now we're going whitest. Sean
Bradley
was a white dude, man. Look how white Sean Bradley was.
Okay, wow.
He's as white as his Dallas uniform.
That is white.
Yeah. He was pretty much a bust. I think he was like what was he? Let me think. Sean Bradley was probably 7'6".
Really?
He was up there.
He is a big one.
And speaking of tall,
yeah,
there's a high school kid that they said shouldn't play football because he could die. He's the tallest teenager in America.
He's 7'5", that guy.
Oh, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
He's 7'5". You got to see the footage of him in his football uniform. Like, no one could cover the guy, but he can't run is the problem.
Yeah.
So they kind of got to wait for him to kind of walk into position, and then they throw the ball.
Holy shit.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, my God.
Look how much bigger he is than everybody else on the field.
That's crazy.
He was on Oprah. Is there a video of this guy?
But the problem is he can't run. World's tallest teenager lives football dreams. They said if he plays football, he could die.
He has tumors on his body.
Handed off that ball to you. They was coming after me.
Willie McGee, yes. Patrick Ewing,
yeah, Patrick Ewing. All right, well. Ooh. Yeah, he's got some kind of tall guy disease.
Fuck.
I like to play football. It's a lot of fun. I'm just like a regular kid.
And Rich in Orlando ends the contest. I forgot about this guy. Go ahead, Rich.
Oil Can Boy. The guy was an ink blot in a baseball uniform.
Oh, that guy was crazy, too.
Let's go with Oil Can Boy.
Oil Can was crazy.
Who's the blackest so far? Manute Bol? Beating out Mickey Rivers and Bruce Smith?
I don't know.
Oil Can, man.
Oil Can Boyd. Well.
Oh, see, he's one of those guys
see him, though. I
had his card as a kid when I was collecting baseball cards.
Yeah.
The guy was basically a pair of teeth, an ink blot, and a baseball cap. That's all. I mean, he was the blackest guy I've ever seen in my life.
What years did he play, Oil Can Boyd?
He was dumb.
Oh God, he was in the. He played in the '80s.
He did?
Did he make it to 90?
He played for
maybe?
Montreal or something.
He played for the Red Sox for a little bit. John Stockton, he's got the dark hair, which throws it off.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
yeah, no, that other guy had it for whitest.
Oh, Mr. Coffee, right on. Mr. Coffee, South Carolina. What's up, brother?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to enter the contest, and I want to be Miss Peaches. Everybody wants a piece of my chicken.
So the fried chicken finger lick.
You hear me?
Mr.
Coffee. Everybody want a piece of my chicken.
Yeah. She's in the woods just frying up that chicken. I don't know.
That's very good. Thank you. He's gone. Okay. Want to take our first break?
Hells yeah.
All right. The Lindsay Lohan audio is good. We're going to play that next.
Alrighty. Yeah, there's seems to be a problem with that.
Well, her father. Ugh. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
We got a busy day.
Yes, we do.
Bill Burr will be here at 8. Bob Kelly and Dane Cook will be here at 8:30.
Nice.
And Jimmy's going to Houston today.
I am for the Improv.
To do some improv shows.
Tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday.
You going to do some improv?
I do. I bring a person up on stage and I sit them there on the chair, and I make them say, all right, name a Houston mayor. And when they name it, I do something from his inaugural speech while you sit there in the chair.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can only go back 178 years. So don't try to stump me. I'm unstumpable with Houston mayor trivia.
I want to hear that.
And then you got a story in you, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's still ongoing.
Ant's got a good story in him.
Still ongoing.
You want to tell your little story after the break?
Yeah. Well, I'll do a little checking, a little recon, and then I'll get it out.
It's a pretty good story.
Jesus,
stay there. Opie and Anthony. Oh, yeah. This is for Matsui.
Hey!
Oh, fucking. Let's listen to some fucking vocals today, Ant. What do you say?
Yeah.
Take it right here, Ant. And go.
With a purpose of premise and a terrible sound, it pulls the spirit, my tension wires down.
Woo! Yeah! Everybody!
Helpless
the building called the center of town.
This is for Matsui. They don't play this when it comes out, do they?
Go, go, Godzilla! Nice, Opie and Anthony. Good fucking pick there, Travis. Loving it. That's got to be for Matsui, because we don't have that in the repertoire. And I didn't think the vocals were actually going to kick in.
I don't think that was a bed, yeah.
A few people want to know if Reverend Al will get involved with that Dallas cheerleader story. He better not.
All depends.
He better not.
I'm going to predict fired, so fired.
Of course.
Which is ridiculous.
Of course.
I'm going to say fired. Problem. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's the solution to everything.
It's so PC. Dude, you're talking about the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Fired, so fired.
Fired, so fired.
Unjustly fired, so
I don't know
fired.
about that because it was a Halloween costume and she was playing. I don't
Doesn't
say
even matter.
no. She was dressed as Lil Wayne. I don't think a firing is justified. I mean, we all know that, but I don't even think
half the firings aren't justified.
But I mean, even in that situation, I don't think they can justify it.
Fire.
All these dumb firings aren't justified.
Nope.
That's the problem. I'm telling you, I'm with Ant. Fired, so fired.
Fired, so fired.
Reverend Al, la la la, Ant's story. Oh, really fast, because it's old business. You know, we did that Jocktober thing?
Yeah.
Kevin from Connecticut is becoming a nice source for this radio show. He tweeted me some outtakes. You know this Dan Ingram?
Ooh.
And you know anything about Dan Ingram?
Dan Ingram.
Was he ABC?
Dan Ingram. Go, go, go. Dan Ingram. Yes, all his jingles.
You remember the Dan Ingram jingle?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
He was one of those Echo Jock guys.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to be a little funnier on the show. I appreciate the laugh.
Oh, he was one of those, boss jock kind of, Echo.
Was it ABC?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck, you remember the jingles. Well, whoa, what's that?
Well, I'm sorry, and I want to apologize. I need the ring on today, the Bing, because there's I got to keep track of something.
Well, that leads into your story in a minute or two, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's got a story. We're going to sit around and listen to Anthony tell a little story.
Well,
do we get milk and cookies for your story?
Milk and cookies.
So Dan Ingram, the key to this is he's a jock. He's like a boss jock. He's he's a boring jock, really. Yeah. Even though he gets some kind of weird respect in the business. I don't know why.
Because he was there, in the old days.
Who gives a shit? He spun records.
Yeah, for some reason that was big back then. It really was. It was a big deal back then to be one of those jocks. Wow. You were big. You fucking went in front of giant crowds of people at concerts, and people just cheered and loved you, and they thought you were the greatest shit.
Oh, by the way.
Now you're just shit.
Going backwards a little bit, Rockstar China, from actually Dongguan, China.
Wow.
They wouldn't let Rush buy a team. She's fired.
Yeah. God, that is so perfect.
It's a whole
you know what? That is a good point. But
it's a whole black-white thing. She's so fired.
Yeah, so fired.
Gotta keep everyone
so
calm.
Fired.
If they fired, let's see if the other cheerleaders or anybody comes to her defense.
What?
I'm just, of course they
Every
won't.
time we got fired, the people you worked with made believe they didn't even know you. How many times has that happened?
Holy underwear! We gotta keep our phony baloney jobs! That is exactly what they'll do.
What's that from?
Blazing Saddles.
What?
Yeah.
I should have got that one. What scene?
When they were in his office, talking about getting the railroad through.
Fucking good call, I guess.
That's an old one.
Fucking media creating that story. Ugh,
yeah.
Just hate them.
They love stirring it up. The race thing, stir it up.
They're not legitimate. God, they're just shit in this country.
Make the story.
They're shit. They're as bad as they are in England with the tabloids.
Horrid.
And this is quote-unquote legitimate media. We showed the picture to a couple of fans.
Yeah.
How is that news?
It ain't.
I'm going to start following them around with a fucking camera.
But why would you? That's not a story.
And turn to your right. Here's your morning look.
So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together.
Oh, they're dancing.
Happy together. So happy
so nice to see a show get along like that.
So happy together.
They protect their girl.
There you go. Yeah, that's the morning mashup walking by our window. They just walk around together at all fucking times. And yes, Ron and Fez did come to our defense, and we're right there with us.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they would do it differently now, that they know what happened to them.
Screw that, Fez.
Fuck those guys, Fez.
I agree with their firing.
Right. So Dan Ingram, Jocktober.
Yeah.
Guy who played records. Well, he had to do some commercials. And Kevin from Connecticut sent me a couple outtakes from Dan Ingram. Would you like to hear these?
I certainly would.
Here's the first one.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Let me... All right, so we just set up a bid for 15 minutes, and we have no fucking payoff.
And you press the button. Ow! What was that?
I don't know.
We've been electrocuted.
Let's try this again. Yeah.
All right. Whose head? Whose head rolls?
Who recorded it?
Yeah.
All right. Travis has them, which is fine, but we have to get to the bottom of that. I want to play
whose handwriting is
Pass
that?
the Buck. Is there a track list on it?
Looks like Sam.
Oh,
is there a
Sam.
Are the tracks listed?
Yes, there's no tracks listed. That's Sam's excuse.
That's Sam's trademark.
I thought it was Sam's handwriting.
Someone's.
It's E-Rock.
It's got to be E-Rock. E-Rock. That was another one.
Is it another data disc?
He did it the other day.
Yep.
Same fucking thing.
All right, Travis, give me the first one. Dan Ingram outtakes. This wasn't supposed to take all day. This was supposed to be a quickie, so then we could seg into Anthony's story.
Dusted for Mayo.
We have more in store for kids today, growing up in every way.
When you make Macy's and Bamberger's your first assignment, it's the great look of Sanson for back to school. You'll love Sanson cords, jeans, and fashion denims. Top it off with Sanson sweatshirt. Sanson, shit, fuck, piss, smile on your face, huh?
Watch and grow, there's so much in store for
The music.
Wow.
Did he just say smile on your face concept?
Dan's a nasty boy. Dirty language. Shit, fuck. I do that, though, too, when you trip up. You go like, fuck, shit, cock, fuck.
Bambergers. How old is this that he mentioned Bambergers?
Did your parents get you stuff from Bambergers for your birthday?
Yes.
What's Bambergers?
You remember Bambergers?
You get a Van Heusen shirt.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't really remember.
It's like Alexander's, or it's like one of those two guys store. It was terrible.
Bambergers.
My mother was a floor manager at Bambergers. She was fired for defecating in the stockroom. It's a long story.
God damn it.
She was all over the paper. Beverly Sheckler fired.
Beverly Sheckler. Another piece of the puzzle. Wow.
We like getting a piece of the puzzle.
That is very cool. I never knew what Ted's mom's name was. Beverly Sheckler.
Beverly.
Remember that, people. You never know.
Bambergers.
They're going to remember. You want another one? I think I have one more from Kevin from Connecticut.
Yes.
Hit it, Travis.
Watch and grow, there's so much in store for you.
It's Sanson for young cunt at Macy's and Bamberger.
We're a part of your life.
Yeah. You want to learn how to fuck? Get on your hands and knees. Let me put the KY on your ass, honey.
Holy shit. He's a dirty boy.
And it's funny, that was actual copy what they wanted.
Right.
Available at all Corvette stores.
Yes, Corvettes.
Yes, I just saw that one. Come to Gimbals. Remember Gimbals?
Yes!
Gimbals, I remember that one.
There was like Gimbals and Macy's where the big...
what happened to Gimbals?
The big two went bye-bye.
Macy's still fucking hanging in there, though.
Nowadays, Gimbals would like get bailed out by the government. The fucking government would own it. We can't let Gimbals go away. We need Gimbals. Bye-bye.
The Shecklers were humiliated. Everybody in Schenectady was talking about my mother and her alleged defecation in the stockroom.
Of where?
Schenectady.
What store?
Bambergers. Beverly Sheckler fired from Bambergers.
Bambergers.
Wasn't true, it was a lie. Somebody planted a duty and blamed my mother.
Did you get goofed on in school about that?
I certainly did.
Well, it must have been embarrassing.
Yes, every time there was duty on the guard, they'd point and go, Theodore, has your mother been here? I would say, that's a lie. She did not defecate in the stockroom Bambergers. She was railroaded.
Bambergers.
Hey, going back to yesterday, Dirty Ralph, I think that guy's face seen all over the world is Ted Sheckler.
Huh?
Kind
of does have the mustache and everything.
Yes, have
you have a little You have a little story for everybody?
Of course, yeah.
Caldor, yes.
Yeah.
Another fun.
I worked there.
Caldor was good.
2 years.
Caldor. Yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe a
Right.
year. Stockroom.
Yeah. Marshalls.
That's still around, though.
Yeah. Stearns. Hoo-hoo.
What is he bitching about today?
It's just a bunch of inventions in that place. Great, you can buy them.
Gets him so bothered.
Yeah, I had a very interesting.
Yes, Anthony.
Actually, interesting few days. I haven't got much sleep or anything. There's like a girl over the house. You know how that goes, right? When you're a single successful guy like me working at the burger place, so girl over the house, and apparently she has asthma. She got asthma.
Oof!
Out of nowhere.
I'll give you asthma. You get dressed, you're playing golf today.
Are you dating?
What about my asthma?
I'll give you asthma.
Are you dating preemies at this point? Their lungs aren't fully developed?
No, that's not. No.
Do you have an incubator in your fucking compound?
No, I don't have an incubator.
Probably not asthma. It's probably just gasping at your political ideologies.
Well, that's true. They just must go. No.
You're dating so young, their lungs aren't fully developed.
No, it's not like that. It's just it's asthma.
It's asthma.
And
I'll give you asthma.
I'll give you asthma. And it's just gotten kind of worse over the past couple of days.
Well, that's not good.
So, she hasn't been able to go back home. She lives out of state. She hasn't been able to go back home.
Thailand?
And no, not Thailand. So last night, it was time to go. I haven't gotten any sleep, by the way. I'm exhausted. I'm tripping over myself. Had to take her to the emergency room. My favorite place to go.
What time?
To take her. This was about 1:30 in the morning.
Were you asleep?
No, I was still awake because, the asthma.
Yankees won and
like
stuff.
that and things, it's just one of those things. So it was time to, go to the emergency room.
How far do you live from the hospital?
It's not far. It's a few exits. Not bad. So we go there and, you'd go through all that paperwork stuff. That she's going through all the paperwork and everything like that. It takes forever. And then
is she going through because this fucking frustrates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Is she filling out her paperwork as she's gasping for air?
Well, she's not gasping for air.
Because the emergency room is wonderful when it comes to that. Make sure the paperwork is done before we even acknowledge that you're dying right in front of our eyes.
I know, it really is.
When I had the worst
horrible
allergy attack of my life where I really thought I was like minutes from dying, they had to make sure I had all my fucking paperwork. I had a pounding headache. My headache was so bad, sorry, Anthony, but it drives me fucking nuts. I couldn't even see the form anymore. That's how bad I was. And I'm like, will you just take care of this and then we'll worry about the stupid paperwork?
Oh, they want to know you're
But they need the paperwork immediately.
They want to know they're getting paid, motherfucker.
Sorry, it's one of my fucking pet peeves in this world, the stupid emergency room and their dumb paperwork first.
Filling out the paperwork.
Sorry,
they're filling out the paperwork. And then it's time to, go into the emergency room portion of the hospital. Now, I've dealt with that before in the past. But this was a little embarrassing. They took her into pediatrics.
Oh my God.
Do you know there's a whole nother emergency room for pediatrics?
Oh my God.
And they brought her in there. And there's
I can't even look
there's
at
little
you.
paintings on the walls and paper like ducks and stuff all over the place.
I can't even look at
And there's little kids walking around. And a baby was crying, and she's in pediatrics, and the doctor asked me oh, okay, who are you? And I'm just like, a friend. I'm a friend. I've never felt like the creep that I know I am. but I've never actually felt it.
Who are you, a friend?
A friend. I'm a friend. I'm a friend.
I've never even seen that part of a hospital.
And I'm sitting in this little chair.
Right.
And I'm looking at, like, a child's rights in the hospital. And it says things like, please tell me if it's going to hurt. I'll be okay with it. And please give me a hug. I could use it. Let me take my toy wherever I'm going in the hospital. I'm reading signs like this and looking at paper fucking mobiles of ducks and geese.
All right, you know, you brought this to the show, so now you just threw yourself under the bus.
It was so embarrassing.
Eric at Virginia Tech. Wow, a pediatric and a geriatric.
Pediatric. And I noticed there was a cabinet with games in it, all kinds of games.
Oh.
I'm in the fucking pediatric ward, and you know, the girl there, she's tall. And her feet were hanging off of the end of the friggin' pediatric bed. I felt so bad, and I felt like such a ghoul.
Just because they're tall doesn't make it okay, Anthony.
No, I understand. I understand.
Did you take advantage of the situation and get some speed dating in while they were running her through the tests?
There was one girl that got up and she's holding the back of her gown shut, and she had to be about 16 or 17 to go give a urine sample. She was pretty cute, I must say. But you know, I put my head down. The whole time, I just felt like...
Were you ashamed and embarrassed?
Dude, I was completely ashamed.
You're a
and
celebrity.
Yeah.
Finally, you were ashamed.
It finally took...
It's not bad for you to have a little shame, finally.
To go to the emergency room...
Yeah.
And have a girl that's been, you know, staying at the house because she's sick and can't make it back home in that state with the asthma and stuff.
Did you just pay cash?
Pediatrics.
Did you just pay cash for the...
No, she's insured. She's got insurance.
Did she have to call her dad for her insurance number?
No, she's got insurance. But it's like...
What the fuck?
It's like pediatrics. So then they actually admitted her. Mm-hmm. And they didn't put her in the regular room wing. And now she's in the pediatrics part of the hospital. So not only the emergency room is pediatrics, but she's in a pediatric room, which can only mean when I do go there, she's probably sharing the room with some child with
a broken leg. The first broken bone.
It really is. I've never felt so ghoulish in my life.
Well, let's start with this. Tony in Iowa, very good question. Did she get a sticker after her boo-boo was gone?
Boo-boo. No, there wasn't a giraffe gurney, a giraffe hippopotamus monkey gurney.
Yeah, Eric, once again for Virginia Tech, kind of reworking my line, but it's true. Just because she doesn't have to be on her tippy toes doesn't make it okay.
It's... did they give her a lollipop after she let... No. But, oh, look there's a castle gurney. It's like you're in the castle. Like you're a little princess in a castle. Thank you, Danny, for popping up these embarrassing pictures.
And then some curmudgeon has to point out princesses don't have catheters.
Kevin from Connecticut, and you were actually in the pediatric ward.
No, look at that picture. Danny's the worst. It's a little kid in a hospital gown that's dragging on the floor.
You know they said that girl's father is creepy when they saw you.
No, because that's the worst. That's another bad part, too, because they have to ask her a whole bunch of questions, and I guess they asked her if she was sexually active, and, you know, she had to say yes. And then...
Why do they want to know that?
Somehow I got brought into the conversation.
Why do they want to know that?
They always ask, you know, people in pediatrics that, you know. And then I think they asked her if her parents knew.
Did you get some creepy looks? Let's be honest. Let's get right to it. What were the looks you were getting?
Yeah, I think I really, the doctor was giving me some really creepy looks, and the nurses and stuff didn't even want to acknowledge I was there.
Why would they? You're a filthy shock jock.
You fucking scum of the earth. You horrible child spoiler. That's what
Steven,
I was.
Stephen S. from Bayshore. I hope whoever... it's feedback. Forget it. Everybody wants in on this one.
Yeah.
I hope whoever was working the desk recognized Aunt and put her in pediatrics just to fuck with him.
No, they put her right in there.
Wow.
Pediatric is nothing. I've never been so mortified.
Were you embarrassed
at being with a younger lady than when she had to be admitted to pediatrics? Yes. And I've been in some weird situations where, of course, there'd be, hey, that must be, your dad or something. Yeah. That's never good, but I get a good laugh out of that. Who cares? But pediatrics. Oh, yes. She is, of age. Definitely. I was wondering the same thing. Like, why admit somebody
I think I know.
Of that age?
I think because pediatrics includes the 18th year.
Does it?
Yeah, I remember when I was 18, and when I went to the doctor, I still had to go to the pediatrician at 18, and I felt so because I'm sitting there and there's kids' toys, where they play with those beads that go along the
wire
track, the wire track, and I'm sitting there like, why am I here? Like I'm wearing a Metallica T-shirt, and I'm like, come on,
playing with an abacus.
You're in pediatrics.
Scott from Quakertown. So now you have to go pick her up from Child Protective Services today.
No.
Do you have to sit with a DIFUS counselor with your chick?
Look, she's completely of age, an adult. Well, but for some reason they put her in pediatrics.
Let's go to Chris in PA. Chris.
Hey, Aunt, did you guys sit at the little Lego table and build your future dream house together?
She likes Legos.
I love Legos.
What am I going to do?
Wow.
Well,
are you okay?
I just feel bad because, she's in there and,
Are you okay if I take that phone call? I can't believe I'm using restraint.
I can't see with the thing in the way.
That would be burp.
Oh my God. No, that's horrible.
All right.
Jeez,
I gotta show some
poor
restraint.
Girls in the hospital.
It was a burp joke. All right.
Yeah,
well, thank you.
I don't want to make fun, but it's just actually I'm not making fun of the fact that she has bad asthma and she went into the hospital. I'm making light of the fact that I am such a fucking god awful creep, and to finally see it staring back at me in the mirror.
She's still in there? She all right?
Yeah, she's still in there. They gotta make sure they do tests and everything and see what kind of medication works better. 'Cause she's got the inhaler and stuff like that. But that's not doing the trick. So
Brian in Texas, Brian.
Yeah, Aunt, were you kind of worried that you might bump into one of your exes there?
In pediatrics?
Oh.
I mean, you're being a repeat offender and all,
Oh my God,
repeat offender. I never date underage girls.
Well,
not.
That's right.
Not now.
You're fucking playing with fire when before you go away you have to check the state laws.
Yes. Yes, it is. You got to make sure, but.
Jesus, some of these guys are going brutal with this. Fucking uncomfortably brutal.
Well, I didn't expect pediatrics. That threw me for a bit of a loop.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, no crowd. They get right to you. It's pretty good. We had to walk through the regular emergency room area to get to the pediatric one. And there's some woman yelling, "But what's her blood pressure?" Like some woman and her mother were there. And the mother's some old bag, and she's in there with, getting her blood pressure taken, and this woman's yelling at a nurse. And she goes, "You asked me 3 times already, and I told you." "Well, what is it?" And it's just like pandemonium. And then we go into pediatrics, and it's like, oh, this is nice.
Wow.
There's only a few rooms. There's no commotions going on. Everyone's nice.
But why is a person who's of age legally, why are they asking, does your family know if you're sexually active?
I don't know.
She's old enough. I know how old she is. She's old enough legally
I don't think
to join the military, to be executed in every state.
I don't think they were asking, does your family know if you're sexually active? I think they were asking, does your family know that you're with an old ghoul?
But again, that's none of their fucking business. She's a legal adult.
Well, it certainly isn't.
None of their fucking business.
You know, I guess they wanted to know if I was,
Again,
they wanted to satisfy their own curiosity.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Yeah. Boy, that really did kind of...
Teddy from New York writes, right now she's talking to the social worker, and they're asking her to show them where the bad man touched her.
Shut the fuck up. And no, I didn't take her there in a car seat. You fucking people.
Let's say hi to Scott in Chattanooga.
Show us on the doll where he touched.
Yeah, Scott, Chattanooga.
Hey, while you were waiting, did you get caught up on all those SpongeBob episodes you missed?
No, there wasn't SpongeBob on the TV.
Nice.
There aren't many pediatric patients at that hour in the morning for some reason. I guess kids ain't up.
Yeah.
They're sleeping. Taking a little baby aspirin or something, and they're fine until the morning. But I do have to, get back there at some point. To the whole pediatric ward now I go into. I get to walk in there and be a complete creep all over again.
Hi. I can picture Anthony saying hi, like peeking in the window. Hi. Embarrassed and kind of creepy.
The roommate kid starts crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a rusher there in the middle of the night?
Well, it wasn't like a rush job, It wasn't like that, but, you get a little concerned.
Sure.
So, yeah. Yeah.
That must suck.
Yeah.
People want to know if she brought her blankie.
They give them blankies there. Thank you very much.
Well, she probably wants her blankie. Psychotic writes, did Chris Hansen tell you to take a seat in the waiting room to have some lemonade and a cookie?
That is horrible. So you've come to the emergency room. Why don't you sit down? All right, you're free to go. The cops put their knee in my neck in the hallway.
Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry!
Morning.
Morning, Larry.
Hey, Anthony, how important is the age of consent?
Very, very important.
So the nurses, nobody would talk to you?
No, they kind of talked to me.
Yeah.
Standoffishly. I was sitting in the room at one point when the doctor came in, and he goes, "Well, we're just going to, ask her a few questions. Who are you?" And I said, "I'm a friend." And he goes, "All right, you'll have to step out of the room." And I had to get up and just kind of skulk out of the room like a fucking.
Is that the way it would be though with anyone or no?
Guy. I would guess so.
Oh yeah,
unless it's family.
For the most part, they say that.
Especially in pediatrics. It's horrible. Anthony Polanski.
Let me say hi to Corinne in Jersey.
When Ant walked into pediatrics, did the whole staff yell, "Norm!" Anthony Glitter. All right. Yes.
Let's go to Corinne in Jersey. Corinne.
Aunt, I want to know, did you take her to, are you going to take her to Toys R Us when she gets discharged for being such a brave big girl?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Hey, Corinne knows how to call a radio show. She's gone. Let me say hi to your favorite therapist.
Oh, no.
Lydia from Oceanside.
Oh, Christ.
Hello, Lydia.
Hi, boy.
You're laughing today.
Lydia.
You're laughing today, aren't you, Lydia?
What's my problem now, Lydia?
Well, let's listen in. Lydia knows a thing or two about creeps. Go ahead, Lydia.
I've been really trying to lay off Anthony. I let the panic room go, all the dreams, the drunken Halloween party. Mm-hmm. But you yourself said that maybe you needed to look at your life.
No, I didn't say that. I said I felt like a creep. Do I really care? Yeah, not really. Once I was out of there, I was fine. It's just being in there is a little awkward, you know, because it's pediatrics.
But Anthony's not doing anything wrong by dating somebody younger. There's nothing wrong with that. That's who he likes to date.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with being with someone younger. Absolutely not. There is something wrong with avoiding people of a certain age because you can't connect with people on an adult level.
Yeah, so? I can't. I don't like people my own age. They're stupid and not fun.
Yeah.
But you have lots of friends your own age.
You know what was really odd? Being in there, and they started, like, in the triage area, they took our blood pressure. And I was like, I was just talking today about the blood pressure thing being around my heart on.
That's right.
You should have told
and
him
there
that.
it was. Yeah, that would have upped the creep factor. You know, let me tell you a cute little dream I had last night.
Just only a mere few days ago.
But it was so odd. No, it was that day.
You're right.
I was talking about it, and then there I was looking at the blood pressure thing going, wow, that's a weird coincidence.
Yep.
I haven't seen one of those in a while, and there I am, right there, looking at that.
Well, what do you got, Lydia? Anything else? You're not really delving into this one.
I guess I want to tell Anthony not to talk about the dreams in the panic room when he takes his young girlfriend to the ER because the psych ER is probably right next door.
Oh, don't even worry about it. I'm fine mentally.
There's nothing wrong with an older man liking young broads because he doesn't want to connect with an older broad. There's nothing wrong with that.
All they do is fucking bitch and complain.
Listen, every guy wishes he was you, Anthony. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I guess I'm just worried about the total picture. The panic room, the dreams.
Panic room as much as it's a gun safe, but it's big, so, you know, you could fit in it. It's a secure place. See, I'm being responsible. It's a secure place for firearms that is alarmed and locked with an electronic lock. And if, you know, I'm in there, I would be locked in there, but I could then get out whenever I wanted to. What's wrong with that? In this day and age of crime and crime.
Well, you know, I don't want to constantly lay into you for the same old things. I just wish you would consider maybe checking out eHarmony or something like that.
eHarmony? You know what? That fucking commercial creeps me out. You ever see the one with the fucking laughing Asian girl on the beach with her dog? That has got to be the creepiest fucking bitch I've ever seen. She's looking at the camera, petting her dog on the beach, and it's black and white, and then she goes, and then to like 5 seconds later, she goes, it's like, who wants to date that fucking nut? Lunatics.
Speaking of dating sites, my brother-in-law first tweeted it, and Joe Rogan tweeted it, I think 2 days ago. It's a montage of a video dating site of all these fucking loser guys from the 70s.
Oh, really?
Trying to put their best foot forward.
That's a good one.
Can you find that? I know Joe Rogan tweets a lot, so it might be a little tough, but JoeRogan.net, I think it is, on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not going to jailbait.
Well, why don't you consider one of those, Aunt?
Why? I'm not looking for some fucking online dating girl. Let's, like, you know, Facebook or something.
Right. Well, Lydia, you didn't really add much to this, but I don't blame you because this story has kind of stopped a lot of people in their tracks.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird one to go with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there is some concern there. You got to make sure she's okay.
I'm very concerned. I'm just talking about me being, you know, that's why I have the ding ding on, because on my phone, so I could just get updates.
I'm just surprised you did the right thing and took her to the hospital yourself instead of getting someone else to do it.
Oh, I was kind of thinking maybe Keith could have. No.
I have to say I'm very impressed that Anthony did not leave her in the desert to die.
Oh, because that's the type of person I am.
Well, it's a fucking Saudi Arabia joke.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know, I might explain the joke to her.
That's actually a pretty good line from Lydia.
Asshole I am.
That's actually good, you big-titted monster.
Yeah, you came up with a good one.
Okay, guys.
Yeah. There goes Lydia.
Oh, God. Terrible. Yeah, it's a funny line.
All right. All right, I don't know. All right, we'll try to find the montage of this that video site from the 70s, all these guys.
Yeah.
Just saying ridiculously stupid things.
Yeah.
You found it? Want to look at it?
Wow. Great effects from the...
I'll fucking retweet this for everybody in case you haven't
early
seen it
to
yet.
bed, early to rise makes a woman healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Bobo.
That's why you're wiser than me.
Sounds
it's
like
Stephen.
Hi, I'm Maurice. I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
Hi, my name is Phil. Most of my friends call me Big Phil.
Oh.
Okay. I like to talk to people deep into the night.
I play guitar.
I'm Eitan.
Hi, I'm Fred. Hi, my name's Mike, and if you're sitting there watching this tape smoking your cigarette, well, hit the fast forward button, because I don't smoke and I don't like people who do smoke.
I'm not afraid to get sand on my tuxedo if you're not afraid to let the wind mess your hair up a little bit when I take the top down.
Perhaps even a nice bath with some champagne and candles.
Hi, Mom.
Cool. Mullet.
I do fashion photography, and I do consider myself a refined valley dude.
Okay. I'm looking for a trendy girl with a simple smile. Wait, it says here. Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. What I'm not looking for is some big, overgrown monster that's always thinking about food and...
Whoso binds to himself a joy doth its winged life destroy.
I like to do a lot of sailing. I like to outdoor activities. I like climbing. I like travel.
I took a sponge ball. I was pulling him out of a little girl's ear.
Vivacious, foxy.
I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman.
All right, Kaneki.
Is all women.
A figure that is sexy, slim, tight, excellent legs.
I'm
a 25-year subscriber to both Playboy and the New Yorker magazine.
At night, I operate a damsel in distress hotline. I guess you'd call me a knight.
One of my favorite foods is pizza. And just sugar and spice and all those things that are nice.
I like to be with people who are as fun and adventuresome as well.
Is into having fun.
Have fun. I enjoy having fun, yes. Looking for somebody who likes to have a lot of fun.
I'm looking for someone to have fun with.
Love to have a good time. Able to have fun.
Fun and laughter. And anything that's fun, I like to have fun.
And have a lot of fun.
Are you looking for me?
Dean.
No fatties. I want it all. No hamsters. I steal watches.
No dopers, no smokers, no alcoholics.
We don't like to write checks.
No Donna Juanitas.
We don't like to take out the garbage.
No posers.
What I'm doing right now is making a movie about World War II.
No crazies.
Santa Monica and my front porch swing.
I'm currently involved in cleaning up toxic waste.
I'm not having fun doing this.
Do you like cats?
Domestic violence.
I like to wear bright socks, and I'm an avid Cleveland Browns fan.
Sexual abuse.
Life is a playground, and I want somebody to play with.
All sorts of alcoholics and addicts and stuff.
Because I really have a zany sense of humor.
We probably don't like to clean the house. My mother still writes to me regularly.
Because I average about 4 hours a night sleep.
I will cry at a commercial.
I'm interested in most phases of data processing.
Fire-breathing dragons. Type A, I'm not. Comfortable, caring, and serious about a relationship, I am.
I'm really looking for somebody I can feel special about, and I don't encounter people like that very often. I'm hoping you're one of them.
He's in a Viking
Are costume. you that woman? Please give me a call.
And you know that a journey always begins with the first step. And I hope that if you like what I'm trying to say, or you'd like to know more about me, to please write.
How great is that? You gotta see the fucking...
Horrid.
The fucking guys.
That's a good one. Gotta link that.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess this is 81. Or is it older than that?
No, I think it's the 70s.
Is it 70s?
No.
81 or 82?
I'm gonna go late 70s.
They didn't have like video like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
that
point.
was kind of 80s-ish. The mullet was there.
Yeah.
Which wasn't very big in the
Early
70s.
82.
82?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't
Danny, could you email me a link to that? That's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very
Are there more than one montage, or is that it? How great is that?
Yeah, you got to see the video. We'll retweet it for everybody. Why don't we take a break? We got Bill Burr here. He's going to join the program, and then we got Bob Kelly and Dane Cook in about a half hour. So very, very busy show.
Yeah.
And I hope your girl's doing all right there, Rant.
Yeah.
And we'll play the Lindsay Lohan audio next. This is a really good story today. Stay there. Opie and Anthony in studio. Bill Burr as part of the New York Comedy Festival.
That's right.
Playing Town Hall, tomorrow night, Bill?
Yes, I am.
Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
There you go. You beat me to the punch. How come I can't hear myself?
You got your volume?
I can't hear myself. There we go.
Well, I'm dealing with Yankees victory here today.
Yeah. Oh, what a story. What a story.
Amazing, right?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a Cinderella story, isn't it?
Just a bunch of knockaround guys, bunch of lugs. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And I thought the USA Today had the greatest quote, and Brian Cashman was just saying, he was so happy for A-Rod because he's been through a lot. And
he sure has.
I can't imagine trying to eke out a living, banging Madonna and getting blown by Kate Hudson just on your 90 million square foot patio.
Making $100 million
having
a
so
year.
much money you can actually control the weather in your state. I mean, the poor guy. I mean, he's been through so much, and just to see that. I mean, who would have thought at the beginning of the season too was CeCe Sabathia, AJ Burnett, Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Mark Teixeira, Hideki Matsui, Johnny Damon, Mariano Rivera. Who would have ever thought at the beginning of the season that this group of just lovable lugs could somehow come together and just manage to just pull it off? I mean, it warms the heart. It's what America's all about. That anybody truly has a chance in this world. Sure, there's the Walmarts, but if you have a dream in a hardware store, you can do it.
It's good to see a small market team going all
Pittsburgh.
the way. Right.
Hang in there.
It is inspiring. Fucking Bill.
It's a good small market.
God, it's truly one of the greatest championships, one of the greatest achievements I've ever seen in my life. Seriously,
go Bill, go.
Yeah,
my God.
The heart and soul of that team it's absolutely incredible.
They've all been through a lot, right?
It's just been through so much. They've been through so much. And it really has been such a long time. 8 long years that they had to suffer through winning divisions every year, a couple of pennants. I don't know how these Yankee fans did it, but really, congratulations for hanging in there. You're truly sports fan. And Anthony, the first time in 8 years I've seen you wear a Yankee hat. It's fantastic to see.
That is true.
Just a true sports fan. It's just a phenomenal, one of the truly great championships I've ever seen. My hat's off to you. Congratulations to all the Yankee fans.
Yeah, Ant says that he's been a Yankee fan for many years. I've seen
totally
it,
has.
but this is the first time I've ever seen him in a Yankee hat.
No, they all have. He's been for years.
There's really been nothing to cheer about for 8 years. So,
I understand, just having two of the greatest shortstops ever, one deciding to play third base. I'm expecting Ryan Howard to sign next year and agree to play second. It's fantastic. It's a great league. It's run really well. San Diego Padres have 8-year-olds playing in their outfield at this point.
Because that's all they could get.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
No, it's going to be great. And I can't wait for the Yankees-Red Sox again next year. It's going to be as exciting as Friday the 13th, Part 9. Oh, my God. There's a psycho is he still in the lake? I love a league where it's the same 4 teams every year. It's absolutely fantastic.
The sport does have a problem.
Yeah.
It has a few
I'm hoping
problems,
the Red
Anthony.
Sox re-sign Eric Gagne again. That was a great one to do. I think the Yankees and the Red Sox have like buzzards flying around like the Pirates Stadium, and anytime anybody hits a triple, they just swoop down and they grab them, stick them on their bench.
To go with your rant, Sean in North Carolina, do you believe in miracles? Because after that victory yesterday, I certainly do. Right.
I had a tear in my eye. I just couldn't believe it.
So unexpected.
To see the bankers stealing all this money and to finally see the little guy just come through, it was just absolutely fantastic.
It was the same feeling as the Olympics when the United States won the hockey game in the Olympics back there
absolutely.
in 1980.
Just absolutely phenomenal.
Just like that.
I knew you'd have something to say, but,
it's just tremendous.
Let me be the first to fucking go bravo.
Yeah.
Fucking bravo on that. I knew you had a couple in you, but that's like your Philly rant right there.
Oh, God.
That's up there, bro.
No, dude, I'm a Red Sox fan. We kind of followed him over the cliff there. So, we kind of jumped the shark.
That's kind of true.
The Eric Gagne signing I was just kind of like, all right, is there any competition left? It's just like, let's have 4 teams sign everybody in the league. and then go beat the crap out of the Twins. 4 games to 1, bitch. You know, it's just yeah. I think that the Brewers have a girl with braces playing shortstop. Phenomenal league.
Shit. Yeah, it was a good win.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great for the city.
Well said about it. Parade tomorrow.
11
Big
a.m.
parade down the Canyon of Heroes.
Dude, I mean, I'm actually psyched that they won it last night because my show's tomorrow night, and I was just
You
like,
don't
there's
want that.
nobody.
You can't compete with that shit.
There's a bunch of people who would have.
Oh, wait, they would have played tonight, though, right? 7th game would have been tonight?
Oh, would have been tonight?
Yeah.
Hey, how come it went all the way into November?
That never happens, right?
It happened 9/11, obviously.
Yeah, because they kind of delayed some things.
Yeah.
What the fuck did happen?
It usually ends in October, right?
Would they add more games?
I know.
They don't play enough.
And I thought, and there was a lot of quick series. I don't even remember a Game 7 either.
How can it go into November when you look at like the Colorado Rockies? We were in Denver when they was playing. It was 20 fucking 2 degrees.
Oh.
What are they going to do in November if they get in the World Series?
Well,
20-degree weather?
The league's got it all figured out. They make sure those teams aren't in it anymore.
Yeah, that's it. You'll never see them in it.
They figured that out. Pat from Winaki, the bad news Yankees. Yes, Anthony. Congratulations on your
just like
on your bad news Yankees. Just like that fine movie.
Oh, that was
the
great.
comparison is unbelievable. Actually,
I mean, I don't know, like the genius of Brian Cashman to be able to sit there and put that team together. To sit there and have to be like, we need a right fielder. Who's the best guy available? What's he being offered? Give him $8 million more. Next problem. I mean, the guy truly knows what he's doing. I could never do that job if I had a bottomless pit of money. How do you do it? It's incredible.
Holy shit.
Congratulations. Fantastic. Good for you.
Big win.
It was a big win.
And they're saying they did it for Steinbrenner, but I think Anthony and Jimmy were talking that no one saw Steinbrenner. Like, no, he's got to be in really bad shape that he wasn't even at that stadium.
He's not even making an appearance on video.
Yeah,
he has to be in bad shape, man.
That's awful. Dude, that's one of my big fears, man. To seriously, like, I mean, obviously I'm breaking the Yankees' balls here, but I don't wish bad health on anybody, man. I would never take it to that point. That's brutal.
Well, with the Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but dude, I ran into a Red Sox fan who made a joke about that, and I was just like, dude, really? You're going to take it to that level? Good Lord. What's the karma?
It is a game.
Yeah. Why don't you go deflate the wheels on somebody's wheelchair? I should have said tires. That would have been funnier.
It's all right. Sometimes it's the same word twice.
With the wheels and the
same
wheels.
word twice. Never.
Always funny.
What's funny, Jimmy, is then you run to the end of it hoping you have a tag or something.
Yeah, you're like hoping there's some other description for Little Rascal without the word wheel in it.
Wheels, the wheels.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Nothing funnier in comedy than using the same word.
I got to turn because we're taking turns. Same word twice. Sorry, folks.
It really is the worst.
Mike in Florida wants
page 2 in the comedy handbook.
Mike in Florida wants to add to Bill Burr's rant there. Mike?
Hey, let me tell you something. Anytime that a team can go out and spend $1.6 billion since the last time they won a World Series, it just really makes you feel good about the sport, you know? Like Bill said, it's a heartwarming story.
It is. It's unbelievable.
You think the Pirates have spent $1.6 billion in the last 8-9 years?
They actually have the worst owners in the league. They're actually one of the most profitable teams, though, because they...
Well, because, they don't spend any money on
and they dump all their
players.
guys. But on the other side is it's just like, look, you got to spend at least... I mean, the Red Sox this year only spent $125, but that's only because they got rid of Manny's contract. But, I mean, realistically, you got to be spending like $160...
What's $160?
$160 million.
Okay.
To $200 million to even to get. I mean, every once in a while you'll have like the Devil Rays will get in. I mean that's like truly like great scouting. But when all those guys are up for free agency,
then you lose.
Yeah,
them.
the Sox and the Yankees are going to take them. So I don't know.
I'm sure they're going to get Lee, right, Ant?
Oh, yeah. Cliff Lee is...
he had the audacity to win a couple of games. That's it.
That son of a bitch.
You got to join the mafia now. That's it. Hey, listen, you're one of us. You just tap him on the shoulder. But I like Philly. I can drive up to New York. It's not that long a drive. No, you don't understand.
Nah.
You're ours.
You're with us. And if we want you just to sit on the bench so no one else can have you, that's the way it's going down.
Put on this shirt.
How do they figure it out? A little salary cap action in baseball?
I would say whatever.
It's kind of working for other.
Whatever football is doing, because I think football is the best run league where
you got pretty much the same core players year after year, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Although they're trading more and more in football, but when we were growing up, man, I mean, your team was your team for for 10 straight years. They barely traded anyone.
Yeah, I think with like football, I don't know how. I mean, I'm too stupid. I'm not one of those fucking guys who sits there, talking about, who's the GM of whatever team. But I do know the Jets were buried last year, and even though they've kind of tapered off here, and it's 4-4. But like now, all of a sudden, they're like competitive, and the AFC East is a really good division now. So I don't know what they're doing, but
the Jets have money though. They're not like the Jets are a big market team. Right. Every game is sold out.
That's true.
They won't spring for a stadium. They're a horrendous organization. Terrible.
Because young Cowboys
fans, I would actually feel good for, as even though I hate the Jets, is that Jets fans? Were they the ones who have that YouTube link of them going down to the draft? And every year they have like the number one draft. Was that the Eagles or was that the Jets? They were just playing the number one selection, the Jets pick.
Really?
Eddie McKinowitz, and they're like, I mean, how bad are you that like your fans, the guys getting drunk in the parking lot, know better than you who to pick? I can't remember who has that video, but
I gotta check that out now.
But it seems every year that team, you want to talk about fans who just get lifted up and then slammed down to the ground.
Was it like basketball or NFL?
It was NFL. They actually showed it on ESPN. It was so funny. But, like they come out 3-0.
Look at them. There we go. Come on.
It's so sad to see Damon without the beard and the hair.
Damon, he gotta get himself respectable to put the pinstripes on.
I was working out in the Midwest, and I was near a religious sect, and they were claiming that Jesus is coming back next year, and the Yankees are going to sign him to play right field. They're still working out the whole beard issue. See if they're going to enforce that. They're going to sew Ted Williams' upside down frozen head to his shoulder to give him advice when he goes up.
You mean Ted Williams' dented head after they were batting around that room?
Dropped his head.
Knocking off a tuna can.
He was sitting on a tuna can upside down.
No, you know what? You deserve it. You'd fucking deserve it if you're that stupid. Dude, there's no cure for not having a body. I could see if they froze the whole fucking thing. What, are you just going to bring his head back to life? Start wheeling him around in a wheelchair with a wheel?
Holy shit.
We should get a bunch of people together and go get Ted Williams' head. Yeah. Just break into that fucking place and say, look, we're taking the fucking head.
They should sell pieces of it, just like they did with the Yankee Stadium. Just smash it on the ground. Dude, I got his ear.
He, I guess what they are thinking is maybe in tens of thousands of years, mankind will be so advanced that they could take what was the essence of Ted Williams in that brain in his head and actually transplant it into either some type of cyborg.
No, dude, I'm telling you that website, that TED.com, where I came in with the dog robot, that thing. Yeah. You should see what they're able to, with that whole stem cell research stuff. Yeah. They're beginning to be able to grow different parts of your body, like
organs.
Somebody had like throat cancer. They grew an esophagus in like a petri dish.
Fucked up.
And just put it in. Like, you'll literally be able to do like a body off restoration, just like a car.
Yeah.
Like, only thing I haven't seen is anything about bones. And I remember watching it just going like, if you had the money, you could truly live forever if they can actually start, growing this stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus, my stupidity really.
No, you're right though.
Look at George. Again, look, George Steinbrenner, rich. Well, what's it doing for him?
Well.
Oh, yeah. Then you could actually tease him in his situation because he could get out of it.
Because then he'd be able to just, clone whatever's fucked up in him and,
that plaque you get on your brain or something like that.
Oh, God.
They did a study on cell phones, and they did not do it in this country about it causing brain cancers and tumors.
Yeah.
And they were literally talking about, I used to have that bit where I was saying, like, you feel it cooking the side of your head. You never get off. You just switch it to the other ear and sear your brain like a tuna steak. And they were literally saying that you might want to switch it over. Don't always talk on the same, get the hands-free device. I think I'm done. I'm trying to phase my cell phone
Bill,
out.
We talk about this all the time. No one uses their phones to make calls anymore.
I don't take calls.
I rarely make a phone call on my phone. It's all
but
about
you have
texting.
it on and it's right next to your balls.
That's
You're
true.
You're going to get like fucking thumb tumors from texting or some shit. But I just text. I text all the time.
I think
it's weird when my phone rings at this point.
When they show video from right now with us standing there with the phones up to us, it's going to be like us watching those army guys walking towards that atom bomb that they set off.
Bomb blast.
Like, that's what they do. All right, let's see what it does to this generation.
The poster of the doctors recommending Lucky Strike cigarettes. 9 out of 10 doctors say the smooth pull is mild on the throat.
Hey, here's
got a great taste to it.
You want to try this, Dan? Danny found the New York Jets draft Blunders, it's called, on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
I think it's a good selection, but a very surprising one.
UCLA running back Freeman McNeil.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to boo.
Jets take the first-round selection, quarterback Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Dude, Dan Marino was available.
Marino was going to be around at that time. They take Marino. Obviously, the Jets.
Wait a minute, stop! Put that. Hold on. I had no idea we could have got Marino. No fucking idea.
No, that 1983 is one of the greatest drafts of all time.
Well, there was a lot of quarterbacks in the draft.
Called the quarterback draft.
I know all that.
And John Elway went first.
Right.
And then, like, the next people to take a quarterback were the Kansas City Chiefs. They took, like, Todd Blackledge. The Patriots took Tony Eason. The Jets took Ken O'Brien, and then with like the 27th pick, the Miami Dolphins, 27th. So obviously, I think they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Redskins like the year before, and they
get Marino.
They got Dan Marino.
I had no idea.
Wow.
Who else was in that draft? Wasn't Kelly in there, or
Jim Kelly?
Or Boomer Esiason?
Jim Kelly. The Bills were the only ones who did themselves a service because as much as he didn't win, at least did go. They did go to 4 Super Bowls.
Holy! Back that up a little, Danny.
You just hear fucking the Jets. What?
So LA went to Denver first. They took him first?
Actually, the Colts drafted, the Baltimore Colts drafted John Elway, and they were so bad, he refused to play and was going to play with the Yankees.
Oh, shit.
This is so funny. I can't remember anything from math, but I remember all of this crap.
I remember
and then he said he wasn't going to play, so they traded his rights to the Broncos.
Right. Oh, he would have left them play baseball.
Yeah, that's how bad the Colts were. It's just like, I'm not changing.
I don't want to deal with that.
I'm changing sports.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
I'm out of here.
Wow.
Everybody said if Marino was going to be around at that time, they take Marino. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up here don't.
Oh, really?
Jets first-round selection, fullback Roger Vick, Texas A&M. New York Jets first-round choice.
Oh, my God.
Jeff Lageman.
I love everyone going, no! They're laughing.
It's obvious to me right now that the Jets just don't understand what the draft's all about.
The New York Jets select Blair Thomas, running back for Penn State.
They're just going, no!
The New York Jets select Johnny Mitchell, tight end, Nebraska.
They're all, come on. So New York becomes tight end.
Warren Sapp.
They can have Warren Sapp?
Select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Grady.
The fans are literally telling them who to draft and they blow it.
Warren Sapp they could have had.
That's classic. That's a great find, Bill Burr.
Funny.
How terrible.
It wasn't really a find. They showed it on ESPN a long time ago.
Oh, we didn't know about it. New York Jets 2009 NFL draft. Oh, no. Whatever. Did you New York Jets draft Blunders on YouTube. Thanks, Dan.
Did you see that one guy, that fantasy football guy, just sitting there with his hands like, what are you doing?
He's like, what? No!
Well, first of all, do you realize how hardcore a fan you have to be to show up for the draft?
Show up for the draft.
Yeah, this is like before, like people were like really into it, you know what I mean? And these guys are actually coming down, they got jerseys on.
It's easy
and
to
they know the players better than the fucking
Jets, apparently. But it's easy to look back and go, holy shit. At the time, no one really knew who Dan Marino was as far as on an NFL level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but who the fuck are they picking?
That's just great.
Can I tell you something, though? Like, one part about, I'll say this for the Yankees, even though you're right what you said. I can't even argue with it. They have let some players go, some young players that I was very doubtful about. And really, it was like, what great scouting they have, because fucking Ricky Leday, who was supposed to be like a superstar, went nowhere. Who did A-Rod replace? The fucking guy with the big, Alfonso, Soriano, was supposed to be this fucking superstar, and he didn't do a whole lot.
Second base.
They've let some players go, which actually I hated.
I actually thought when they had Alfonso Soriano, I thought that they were a more balanced infield than when they had A-Rod.
I liked him too. I didn't want him to go.
Just because he was looking up to Jeter and there wasn't that weirdness.
There is like
something on Marino. It's coming in a lot. Let's go to Jamie in Ohio. Jamie, go ahead.
Hey, Opie. I was calling to let you guys know the reason Marino dropped so far, the rumors that Don Shula has never denied, was that he was telling everybody that Dan Marino had a coke problem when he was in college.
I didn't want to say that.
Wow.
You didn't want to say that? That's been out there.
Wait, was Shula saying that just so no one would take him?
He was saying that nobody would take him. He knew he didn't have the problem, but Don Shula knew he wouldn't get him if some rumor. So he told all the managers that Dan Marino had a coke problem.
Oh.
Wait, what an asshole. And then he's like, hey, Dan Marino, I'll take
Wait, did Shula start the rumor?
Apparently.
No,
this is all rumors.
Because I've worked the Improv in Pittsburgh. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a lot of stories out there.
Yeah, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of stories out there.
Am I a dick right now for saying that? Because I wasn't going to bring that up, and then somebody else brought it up. But yeah, that was. And another thing, Warren Sapp, I remember that year, in defense of the Jets, he had something going on. Did he come from the University of Miami? I forget. If you just go to the University of Miami, people are looking at you like, all right, this guy's got an Uzi.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the history of Warren Sapp. But fuck, we could add Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
And they're chanting his name.
The video's great.
We want Sapp. We want Sapp.
Sapp, yeah.
The Jet fans are just throwing their arms up.
Oh, my favorite one.
No.
What was that guy, Lugugagowski or whatever that guy? Well, it was just like the great...
The names are hilarious.
It's a name that you don't remember. No one heard of the guy.
And it just sounds like a guy who isn't going to do anything.
But he could have been a Hall of Famer. Who knows?
No,
at the time.
That's the thing. If you watch a lot of college football, there's guys who just like Reggie Bush. I mean, he's doing fine, but the way he played in college, you would have thought that guy, he looked like O.J. Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that because he's Trojan.
What about Tebow? What do you think is going to happen to him? You think he's going to be good in the NFL?
I don't know. You never know.
They don't know.
Because he runs so much. And I think...
Which is just so dangerous in the NFL.
Yeah, you can't. You can't, because everybody can match that speed, and then you go, all right.
Yeah.
And then they break your ankle.
Yeah.
They're so good, they know how to do that at that level. They just sort of roll off you. Oh, sorry, did I catch your foot? You know who I saw do that? Bill Romanowski. I saw him do that to Shannon Sharp. And they did it right on Monday Night Football. Shannon Sharp's arm was underneath him, and he just hooked it, and he dislocated his elbow.
Rolled over.
He hooked it and rolled, and just after the play was over. And
gets away with it because
totally got away.
Yeah, it was just, thank God I didn't hurt myself.
That's what you get for sticking it out at this level. You're supposed to have your hands in, just like on a carnival ride.
The other side of this draft thing, Kevin from Connecticut, let's not forget, Tom Brady was drafted like 250, he says 256.
Was he really?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So you never know.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no one
people knew.
What round was that, 256?
He was like maybe a fourth round pick.
Fourth or fifth round, easy, right?
Something like that. Where he says 28 picks a round. 32 picks a round. Each team gets to pick once, right?
Yeah, so that's a 7th or 8th round, possibly.
I might be wrong on how many picks there are because I don't think he went that deep. But I will tell you this though. But people did know Warren Sapp was a beast. But he kind of had that
6th round, 199th pick.
Okay.
6th round,
fucking Brady.
Well, how many rounds are there?
82.
No, I think what is there? There's like 10 or 11. And by then, it's like, and from whatever, Arapahoe Community College, the San Diego Chargers.
You think that guy's excited?
Bill Polson.
Is Bill Polson excited?
He's all excited to grab that jersey.
Right. Marv Tettelbaum. Boo.
Ted Scheckler.
And then they grab the jersey back and go, not so fast.
They got like those names from the 1800s. Ebenezer.
Fucking world. Civil War names.
Ebenezer Rothschild goes out.
I saw Jimmy is putting on his jacket. If you're leaving, I got to play something for you before you leave, my friend.
I'm going in a couple minutes. So
couple minutes, okay. Jimmy introed Ozzy in L.A.
Dude, you're living the dream.
It was embarrassing.
But the intro was
a little embarrassing.
It was a little over the top.
And the thing is taking on a life of its own. We played in front of Sharon Osbourne like yesterday or 2 days ago. Did you
get a little excited, Jim?
Look at Bill's like, hey, a little excited, Jim.
And now the boys have put together a production piece.
I wouldn't know.
Here, listen to this before you leave.
I don't want to.
Here's comedian Jim Norton introing Ozzy Osbourne.
Bill can't even look at me.
And here's what multi-millionaire Simon Cowell thinks of Jim Norton introing Ozzy Osbourne.
Simon Cowell calls me the next day, and he lives in Beverly Hills, and he goes, I was sat in my garden, and suddenly I hear this motherfucker introducing Ozzy fucking Osbourne. I'm like, sorry, Simon.
Oh, I'm so happy. That makes it worth it. You know why? He's a Barry Manilow fan. Jesus, I ruined the night of a mogul.
That was embarrassing. Let's hear it again. The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius 197, XM 202.
I got to commend you for having the nerve to sit here and listen to it. I can't even listen to myself when I'm doing well. Yeah. I can't even listen to myself. I'm telling you, nobody takes a pound and like he's a good sport.
We just
great sport.
I'm sure a lot of people were thankful though that they might have thought they were at a Barry Manilow concert.
It simply was for clarity.
Oh my God, I got to get out of here. It's Ozzy Osbourne. Fuck.
I'm really happy that annoyed Simon though, and he called Sharon. You should hear him complain.
Yeah. And Barry Manilow really is a relevant reference. I think, he's just
believe me. I couldn't have picked. Michael Bublé would have been better.
Come on, people. This is with Tiny Tim.
This is a Kenny G concert.
This is fucking...
But hey, please, have me introduce AC/DC. I bet I could top it. I'd be so geeked out.
We got Dane Cook outside the studio.
This isn't Gary Glitter.
With Bob Kelly. Yeah, get Dane in here.
Just have him walk in.
Dane, what's up, brother?
There he is.
We got a full house today.
What's up, boy? What's happening?
How are you?
We're just...
Bobby,
you motherfucker.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I like how we always say that. How people congratulate people. It's like, hey, congratulations.
No, I'm happy for you guys.
Like,
that was what all Yankee fans said when we finally won it. All of a sudden, they were nice guys. Yeah. After years of just knocking your dick in the dirt, they were just like, no, I'm happy for you guys.
No, I'm happy for you.
It's good for you guys. I've always respected you guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to get out of here before the pounding starts.
I was saying earlier how none of the Yankees on the field after they won said word one about the Phillies and how they played. Like there wasn't they were a tough team. They didn't say shit about it.
But I'm happy about that.
It was all
I
about
hate that
Matsui and this. They didn't. No, usually you get,
I hate sports.
Before anything, we got to take our hats off to the Phillies. They did a great job. Not a word.
I hate because it's fake. I don't like sportsmanship.
It's great.
It's all it's forced.
Fuck them.
You know they want to punch each other in the face.
It's like comedians after a great set, man.
Good set.
I used to have a bit like that 19 years ago. That everything's something that the other comic did at one point, but you did it better.
Yeah.
You know,
great job.
I had the idea, but you really took it to a new level. Good luck with it.
No one's happy for others.
After I come off stage at the cellar, business. Artie Fuqua is the host all the time, and he'll give me a hug as we're coming off. He'll go, "Good set, baby." And I'm like, I'm not you're not a member of the audience. You don't need to say that to me.
Maybe he thinks you're a baby.
But it's like, who cares?
But you got to respect that guy. I saw him throw a right hook and knock a guy out.
Yeah, I'm not saying Artie's not a fucking...
he's a problem.
A tortured substance abuse fucking psychopath.
But it's a good punch. I gotta give it to him.
It was your New Year's Eve show where he picked up a chair like a lion tamer and was fighting like 5 fucking animals. 5 steroid guys from the Philly area. And knocked one of them right out.
Oh, look who's got to take the fucking couch.
Bobby.
What? What's wrong with
Bobby's got to take the couch.
It's the first time he's ever been asked to sit on the couch.
Usually they put the big shot over there.
That was just hurtful and mean.
I'm kidding, Bob.
Settle down. I was just talking to him about the Propecia and the Rogaine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thinking. I think I want hair again. I think I might. Yeah. I think I might go the way of Anthony.
Follicles. I'm getting a great mullet growing back there. I gotta get rid of this.
I bought it.
Can I have some of your mullet?
Yeah, I'll get it from the donor area.
Yeah. What's your video? I took the Propecia and I started coming yellow chunks.
What?
I'm not even kidding. Honest to God,
You're supposed to put it on your head. Yeah. I was tipping his cock in Propecia.
That's really hairy. Cuba killing his dick hole. What are you doing?
You know what, dude? You bald. You put the hair back on. Boom! You got hair again.
Cup of coffee, cigarette.
Yeah, you coffee. Wear a hat.
Dane said he's got a video.
What's the video?
Yeah, somebody said Jay Hall's brother.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
From Chicago had our first. It was '92, and it's all of us doing our stand-up and then sketches. It's the whole show.
Wow. Yeah, we did improv, which is one letter short of improve.
No. Right, here's our improv. We're so savvy. We're on stage, and we're like, all right, we need a fake movie. And, improv is like the first thing somebody yells out. Yeah. We're sifting through all the options. Guys like Ghost House, and we're looking at each other. Nah. What else?
Pick a better one.
You yell something we've done before.
It's fucking improv. You're supposed to just
go with the first one.
No. Improv's thing, I just hate it.
My girl's taking
watching it.
My girl's taking an improv class, and she actually gave me the book on how to do improv and everything. And the amount of swipes they take at stand-up comedians.
Oh, you shit me, really?
I was reading it on the plane. I just kept going they're just like, this isn't like a stand-up comedian where it's all been rehearsed time and time again. Sure, there might be a little bit of improv. It's just like...
it's great when you go, and freeze.
But if I wrote a book about stand-up, at no point would I feel the need to take a swipe at people who do improv.
Because they're fucking jealous that I'm telling you, improv people are fucking jealous that they can't just stand there with a microphone. They need 8 other people. And when they run out of fucking steam, they yell tag, and the next asshole comes and bails them out. We don't have that option. You think I don't want to yell tag sometimes when I'm fucking eating my balls? Please come up and help me.
Yeah. Now, wasn't that improv right there? Did you have all that written and
I said that actually yesterday morning, exact same time.
Every morning,
8:40 break.
Right.
I tried it on 800 different radio stations before I came. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the Opie and Anthony show you improv every day.
Oh my God, we don't know what the fuck we're going to say next.
We're reading a teleprompter right now.
Yeah.
The whole rule of improv too, like #1 golden rule: don't deny, don't deny. And our whole thing was deny.
Yeah,
we would mess with each other. You'd be like, obviously holding like a fake baby rocket. Why are you carrying your own tire from your car? It was just we destroy each other with denial.
Like comedy cock block.
You guys are all the biggest assholes out there.
That's fantastic.
Comics are just assholes.
Yeah.
Don't let anything
Sometimes the problems will be false. But a rape up there.
I love
You guys watch the World Series? Anything on it?
Yeah.
Bobby?
How can you follow Burr's rant?
Yeah, that was
the fucking
you
best
heard it,
thing
huh?
I've ever heard.
That was tremendous. And you know what I love about this girl here? She wore the
Linda
Yankees
Church.
thing. Well, yeah, when they lose, she still wears that jersey. She still does the weather just to show what a big fan she is.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't just break it out because they finally won. That's the kind of true fan they got. Anthony, you've been wearing that Yankee hat for at least 8 minutes. I mean, you got just a heartwarming.
The high
just to watch this city come together.
I'll be completely honest with you.
You had relatives who were 28 the last time you won. It's unbelievable. And now they're 36. I mean, can they even remember the last one?
He got you pretty good.
Oh, it's just as bad. We spend $1.80 every year. Who gives a shit?
You're right up there with the spending.
It's just fucking annoying to hear every Puerto Rican driving by my house playing Jay-Z and Alicia Keys song.
Oh, enough of that.
Empire State of Mind.
Oh, God.
I'm not sick of it yet.
No, I haven't heard the Jay-Z version.
I listened to it too much.
I hope they play it on the flight on the way back to L.A.
Pretty fucking sick of it.
Oh, you know what the worst one is? That one that they do on American Airlines, where they just try to dumb you down so you don't realize you're getting fucked over. I can't even do it. My voice is fucked up, but they'll just be like, they play like this little sort of piano, do 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 do, and then this guy goes. I can't even do this really high pitched fucking thing, and it's like they're literally subconsciously calling me a fucking moron. Sitting by a jet engine in the fucking bathroom, $300 with my knees in my chest. It'll be $97 for the yogurt plate.
This is better than fucking William Frawley on Continental that comes out and fucking tells you he runs the airline.
Oh, that fucking nervous Nelly, that awful.
Can't stand him.
What's his name?
We have the youngest fleet.
I'm the CEO of Continental Airlines, Larry Kellner. His hands are always moving. His nervous hands, they flap out and go back to his stupid lap. Larry Kellner.
He's got a big fucking overbite like a puppet. I fucking despise him.
That guy's got that nervous performance tick.
Yeah.
I'm used to being behind a desk.
Yeah, I'm Larry Kellner.
Yeah.
My overbite is so big, it affects the way I speak.
They used to say we have the youngest fleet, and now because of JetBlue, we have one of the youngest fleets in the industry.
Oh, boy.
And they used to say we serve meals at mealtime, and they don't say that anymore. No. Fuck Continental. No more blankets in first class. Shit.
First class, no pillow.
No more pillow.
No more.
I was, yeah.
You got to bring your own.
We have
way to go.
I'm really happy that my friends are doing well, because I'm leaving soon to go do the Improv in Houston. But I'm really happy that Bill Burr is doing Town Hall and Dane is doing the Garden. I mean, it's really nice to see your friends. Hope your fucking fires break out in both of your fucking shows. Gonna fly to Texas to do a fucking comedy club.
Oh, wait.
You guys just zip into town and do big theaters. I'm fucking dead.
Dude, that was another line from that fucking Improv book.
Yes.
There are comedy clubs called the Improv, but there's very little improv that goes on inside. Yeah, exactly.
We go in there and work your magic.
Sorry, nobody wants to watch fucking 5 idiots yell, give me a watch, give me a subject. Think of your own shit, cunt.
I remember at that club out in L.A., I won't say which one because I'm not going to trash the group, but every Sunday they would come down, they would do improv, and after you watched it 4 weeks in a row, they had bits, they had stuff that they went to.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, so it's just, all right.
Yeah, they have their go-to improv.
You know who's a great improver? And Amy Poehler, I watched at UCB one night. She's fucking, it annoyed me how good she was. I'm like, if you're going to improv, that's how you should do it.
It probably wasn't.
I stink. I go right for the dick. Like, I'm 3 lines in. I'm like, go ahead, you have sex? I'm terrible. Fucking horrible improver. Bob, do you want to come up and sit here? Because I got to leave, man.
Jimmy's leaving us.
Bobby!
You going to the Improv now?
He's got to fly.
It's not shows
shows
20
tonight.
minutes.
I'm out in 15 minutes.
What the fuck's going on?
Abandoning ship.
He's got to go. He's got to go down to the Yankee store.
I got to go.
Get a 27.
Well, once you explain to Dane,
Get a 27
once you explain to Dane, Cook, Bob Kelly, and Bill Burr, because they didn't hear.
I didn't know Bill Burr heard.
Oh my God, what a hilarious!
We heard.
Well, once you tell Dane.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry.
What did he fart right there?
Can you wait till I'm out of the seats? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Look at
It's like you're breaking up with your girl and the guy's fucking her while you're packing your suitcase.
Really, Bobby's like already in Jimmy's seat.
Where are you going?
He's got to go to a hospital.
I got to go and to check on somebody. A friend.
Get their side of the story.
And you know, perhaps pick them up and you know.
He's leaving out a few details.
Are they in the hospital?
Yeah, she has like asthma.
Oh, it's a female.
Do they have
female?
Yeah, do they have cartoons on the wall?
Well, that's what we're getting at.
It was.
She's in a certain part of the hospital.
Well, I didn't know that they admit girls of that age into the pediatric ward. So I had to actually sit in the pediatric emergency room.
And you had to actually say to the nurse, how do you spell colic?
Yeah, I had to sit in the pediatric emergency room as the doctor went over everything. And I let me tell you something. I've had some Anthony, you are a fucking creep moments in my life, but that topped everything that I've ever done in my life as far as being the creepy guy. I just felt like a fucking ghoul sitting there with people looking like, okay, 18.
Just turned.
But did it ever cross your mind to leave and say, I can't do this anymore? Like an alcoholic hitting bottom?
You can't have the chick like fucking, wheezing.
Did you call anybody for help and say, what's going on with me?
No, it's like, no. What am I going to, why? It's consenting adults. I don't know why they check them into pediatrics. For the love of Christ, why the fuck?
You know what? I can't make up my mind. I can't make up my mind on this one. If that side, what Bobby's arguing, is right, or if that's just jealousy and hate that people also, like other people didn't just stay single, and continue to focus on the career so you're successful enough that you can bang an 18-year-old. What are you, 62? That's like everybody trashes people who drive.
My way through my 40s.
Dude, and what a way to go through your 40s.
Somebody else's 15s.
Asshole. Never underage.
You like that one, Bobby?
All the state statutes. Believe me, I got it on a fucking. There's an app for that.
I really
Let me look up Missouri.
Can you get me a ride home from to New Jersey? I'm sorry, baby, that's gonna be a problem. Let me check my phone now.
I can't go around this state.
Yeah, I can go up New York and then go over to Pennsylvania.
I have to go around the states. I'm the only one in like 80 years to be arrested for the Mann Act. I don't even know what it is. You transport her across state lines, boy?
In her bare feet. Yeah, it's statutory rape.
Oh, shit.
It was, it was.
That's a good one.
Very embarrassing.
That's one of the better stories Anthony
I like how Bobby's eating here, and he just tried to contribute to the show by eating and just goes, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Dude, you got your eggs, your coffee, you need the energy for the show. Boom, bang, I'm in. Jimmy's out.
It's all protein, dude.
Yeah.
I just found it fucking. This was sucks. I ordered an egg white omelet with ham, and there was a carrot in the middle of it.
Why egg whites with ham?
Fuck, why is there orange?
Like, why bother with
if you're
the
gonna
ham?
have the ham, you might as well just go all in with the eggs.
Go with the yolk. The yolk is the best tasting part.
I like egg white.
And douse it in salt and
The only
pepper.
time I like the yolk is when it's gooey.
Yeah, you could have it like
Shoots out.
loose.
When you
Some
bite it in a
side up,
sandwich,
get it
it just
loose.
shoots out, and then you wipe it up with a fucking...
Some toast.
Yeah.
Good shit right there, man.
Don't get me going on fat stories. Don't get me going. I actually was in Miami Improv. I went to El Polo Tropical and ordered $40 worth of meat.
Ooh.
The next year I went back, they remembered me. They were like, oh, you last time here. Most meat ever.
Remember we had like that session at Fogo? We sat there so long that the knives were dull by the time the check came.
How about the other night? We were working up for like 2 weeks straight. Eating egg whites and chicken breast.
Oh, yeah.
And then I brought up McDonald's for some reason.
Oh, no.
How I hate getting fries, one fry, large fry. Because it ends. You know, you get to the end.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's that one mushy fry at the end that you try to, should I dip it in ketchup? Should I eat it raw? How should I enjoy it?
You eat a large fry and you're upset that it ends? Dude, fat people make food so fucking gross.
He goes,
they just make it gross.
So he tells me, he goes, well, do what I used to do. I used to get 3 large fries, put them in a bag. That way, I'm not going to eat them all, but they never end.
It's never ending.
That's a great way to go about it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We're talking about it. Then we decide we're going to do it one
eat it
day.
till you sleep.
We decide we're going to do it one day, and then it turns into either tomorrow night or the next night, and then we're driving by McDonald's after the gig, and we're like, dude, there's a McDonald's. And we're going back and forth. All of a sudden, the stupid limo driver just turns in.
Turned in.
He
made the decision for you.
We weren't going to say yes. So for the whole time, we're like, yeah, dude, there it is. And this guy just gets in the drive-thru.
We just froze and stared at each other.
And he did that thing where he pulled up so the mic was next to the back, the back window. So we had the entire option to be like, no, we're good.
Dude, two double quarter pounders with cheese, a shake, 10 chicken McNuggets, 3 fries each.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah, they did drop new fries for us. That's pretty.
Then we got on the plane. We had Tyson documentary, and then we ate all the food. I thought it was fucking hallucinating.
Yeah.
Because we saw the northern lights were coming from Alaska. So I look out the window and it's just green and purple. I'm like, I'm dying. I caught diabetes.
He's got like so full of trans fats, he can't recognize colors anymore.
That's fucked up.
You know what's funny though is you sit there and you say you're not going to eat it, but the second you get a whiff of that grease, it's over.
It's fucking over.
It's one of the
really
great smells that's on this planet.
You guys like the Tyson documentary? How great was that?
Yeah,
see Tyson have a fucking brain.
Yeah, man. He's like Mensa smart, man. That guy was
absolutely. No one knew that.
So intelligent.
You knew
and
how
we
to
watched
communicate.
Anvil. Have you seen that documentary?
I love Anvil.
I had Anvil in here. Yeah.
So
it's good to know that they're doing okay.
Yeah, but now I heard they're going to do the soundtrack for like Iron Man 2.
Yeah, now they're as big as
That's
you can
incredible.
get.
They made it
I
because
wanted
they
to see that
didn't
one.
make it. Like, it's a fucking paradox. They made it because they hadn't made it for so long.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping
that's
for.
the only way they made it.
I'm hoping to make a documentary next year.
Have you seen it, Ed?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen it?
No, I didn't see it.
I got to see it. You feel
meaning
so
to see
bad for the one guy because he's just believing in the dream that he should have gave up on 20 years ago.
He's got the lip quiver. Maybe we're going to do this, and we have to all agree that it will.
No, he was just freezing in the meat locker where he works.
And then they go to what he had to do? He had to deliver meals. He had to deliver meals to the elderly or something in the middle of winter.
But this is the worst part. The bass player, who's the shit at any band, he was his boss at the fucking vegetable factory, wherever the fuck he worked. Yeah. So he's the one who makes all the vegetables and puts them in the tins. This asshole has to go get it from the bass player. And he's got an attitude and shit, like he has a chef's jacket on, and he's fucking mixing vegetables for homeless
everybody
people.
who works at the restaurant makes fun of him. Why are they still long hair? Dude, they're in a band.
He walks by, they're like, metal on metal.
I love documentaries, but
talking about forks.
This is one of the best documentaries, though. I mean, they're at big, huge festivals in Europe and the guys that they came up with could give a shit that they're there, and they're all excited like Lars is going to recognize them and stuff. And they just get the cold shoulder from everybody else in
and his own
business.
kid. And whenever your kid is like, they're like, "What do you think of your dad's music?" and the kid's like, yeah. At least to have the kid be like, "No, my dad rocks." That would fill me up. And instead, I ate 2 more large fries and stared at the northern lights.
And the family doesn't believe in him anymore.
The sister?
The sister's still giving him money to keep his dream alive because she's very rich, I guess.
Yeah.
He's fighting with club owners over $100 fucking, $100 for a gig or something.
Fucking Germany.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Did you guys see?
What about the tour manager crying on the train tracks?
Yeah, but she wasn't even a tour manager, right? She was just a fan from Europe who wrote them and was like,
that was
I believe in
one
you.
Of the band members.
Yeah, but she kept fucking everything up. I mean, taking buses and rickshaws and shit to gigs.
That sounds like Spinal Tap. Totally like chick gets in charge.
It's pretty much it is. I mean, the train goes and they're still on the platform and she breaks down crying. And then I forgot their names, but they're like, "What do you mean you didn't buy tickets?"
Yeah.
And now they're just stuck in the middle of Europe with no fucking plan, and she's crying.
I have no heart for anybody who goes with the excuse of, I'm trying so hard for you. How about fucking prepare a year in advance instead of trying to wing my career? I am doing everything that I can to... What? You made one phone call to see if a train was coming.
Can you imagine Barry Katz doing that to you, Dane?
I can imagine. I witnessed it firsthand. It's called the first 5 years of my career.
There's Alex out there. There's the fucking...
What's up, Alex?
That's the man right there.
Alex is the main guy now?
We call him Tree Face.
Alex.
Yeah?
Yeah, he looks like an old man in a tree. What the Look at it. Look at him. Fucking big
you know
jaw.
what that reminds me of, though, when you talk about like that whole I'm trying. I was sitting, one of my pet peeves is when you're sitting in the green room at the at a club and there's no waitress and you're sitting, there's no water, there's no food or anything. So 3 times I got to ask to get a waitress to come back. I'm fucking starving it before I do a show. So finally this waitress comes walking in and she just goes, "Oh my God, I'm like the worst waitress ever." And I go, "Really? Well, can you send the good one back here?" It's like, what, because you called yourself out for sucking? Like, now I'm supposed to accept it? Now it's funny. Now it's funny because you said you suck, so now I can just enjoy.
Now you go, "Oh my God, I'm the worst tipper ever, so this is a great combination."
She read one of those dumb books about you got to own your own stuff so that nobody can take your power and fuck with it. So she came in, "I am the worst ever." What's my move on the chessboard?
How to suck and still succeed. Just admit to it before somebody calls you out on it. There you go.
But you take it to another level of like, your boyfriend must hate you. Just something weird. When she walks away, like, what?
Make her
I'm a
leave
bad waitress,
angry.
but I'm not a bad girlfriend.
She's going to spit in your food. You worry about that?
She probably will.
At a comedy club? Well, probably make it taste better. Fucking shitholes.
We were talking about
stupid chicken
We were
wings.
talking about this last night when
quesadillas.
Oh, quesadilla. Fucking dumb quesadillas and skirt steak. Fucking poor man's steak.
When you meet somebody and you go, "Oh, it's really nice to meet you," and they go, "Oh, we've actually met before." They pull that in front of other people. This girl does, "Oh, hey, yeah, it's cool, nice to meet you." No, we met before.
Yeah.
And I'm just staring at her, and everybody's kind of looking. It's that awkward moment. I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah. What's up? What's going on?" You don't remember. You don't really remember.
I love that one too, where it's like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Hey, what's up?" You don't remember me, do you? It's like, why do you got to put me in that fucking position?
No, I don't.
I
absolutely don't.
We meet a few people. I might not remember fucking,
I have cousins I don't even know their fucking names.
Right.
Exactly.
I have people in my family at barbecues like, who's that little cute
when
girl?
we talked and they know the time limit you talked? We talked for like a half hour.
Yeah.
At a party.
Oh, really? Or they go, "All right, what's my name?" Because sometimes I try to bluff, go, "Do you remember me?" I go, "Yeah, hell yeah. What's my name?" All right, look, I gave you an out to feel good. Now I'm just going to dive on you. I have no fucking clue who you are. I don't care about you.
I'm even bad if I know people. Sometimes I get like a panic, like, oh, fuck. So if I was working with these two guys, I've known these guys for like 17 years. If I was working with them just as a backup plan, I'm such a moron. And if I was hosting the show, I would write their names on my hands. Not these guys, but you know what I mean? Like guys, you know what I mean? I would literally have to be writing that. That was my big panic as a host that I was going to forget the name.
I've had people come up and I'm like, all right, someone's coming. I know the face. I don't know the fucking name. So you turn to whoever you're with and go, all right, I'll say hello. Immediately introduce yourself.
Yes.
And I'll be like, oh, I'm so rude, I'm sorry. And then right when they say the name, you go like, Karen, this is Karen. To try to make it seem
it's a
like
timing
you knew
thing, though.
It is totally a timing thing.
You gotta
And then
be good
I
at
blame
that.
myself. I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking rude. I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
I thought you guys met, but you guys didn't meet before?
Yeah, I thought you did.
I got that worked out with my girlfriend. That's the deal. I go,
That's
look,
me
if,
too.
if I don't introduce you
immediately.
in the
Yes,
first
don't
3
get mad.
seconds, introduce yourself.
And go,
My
he's
name's
rude.
Yes.
And
You know what
I'm
the worst
the
thing is?
asshole, right.
The worst thing is when your girl says, hey, I'm Karen, and then the other guy goes, oh, hey, how's it going? You're like, fuck, say your name.
What's your name?
Say your name.
Okay, and then here's
your
how
job to get
paranoid
both their names.
I get so paranoid with being the guy that goes, what's up, bro? Because usually, hey, what's up, bro? What's up, man? Leads to
That
it.
used
Then
to
I try to
work.
get clever, and I'm like, muchacho. And I end up calling him some weird.
You're going to Chief Champ. You're going everywhere. What the fuck
What's
is your
up,
name?
Lips? I give him a nickname.
The fucking bro thing used to work, though. You could get
Yeah.
out of situations
Yeah, I
by
know.
just saying, hey, bro,
What's up, man?
Here's the worst one I've had recently. I went to town to this club, and there was some guy, some chef at a restaurant, right? He was a big fan, so, yeah, come on down. So we go down there, and this guy feeds us like it's the last Thanksgiving ever. Everything on the menu. It was like bizarre. Like we had like shrimp, and then waffles came out. It was unreal, but it was all delicious. And I hung out and talked to this guy for 45 minutes. And he goes, yeah, I'm coming out to the late show tonight. I go, all right, dude, well, hang on. I'll get you a DVD. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. So the end of the show, the guy stands in line like a regular person. So I'm totally in robot mode going, hey, did you have a good time? All right, thanks a lot. So the guy who just made me a free meal, he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, man, did you have a good time? Do you want a DVD or something like that? And the guy's looking at me, and I totally didn't even recognize him.
Did he pay for it?
No, he ended up walking away, and then the middle act, then the middle act comes up to me and he goes, oh, did you see Chef Chris? Chef Chris came out. I go, wait a minute. And I go, oh, fuck. And I had a panic. I said, no, but I went down to his restaurant the next day with DVD in hand. I was just like, dude, you got to understand, people come up to you and they say, my brother just died. He liked your comedy. Or they're just like bizarre shit. People slapping you on the back really hard, spitting in your face.
Right, go fuck
But dude, there's no
yourself,
excuse.
Burr.
Like I literally, I was still full from what the guy fucking cooked me, and I couldn't remember him.
Just wanted to make sure that shrimp and what was it, waffles?
Yeah, shrimp and waffles.
What is that?
Is he a
Isn't
chef at a fucking IHOP?
Shrimp and waffles. Isn't that a Paula Poundstone album name? Shrimp and waffles.
No, it's actually.
Have you ever taken a shrimp and waffles? It's the most delicious thing that you could possibly
She's brilliant.
I'm leaning over a stool and contorting myself with the shrimp.
Fucking Dane.
Goddamn.
Paula Poundstone, what the fuck? She sucks.
Oh, those early 90s Doc Martens.
Yeah.
We got it.
Did you ever watch the young comedian specials?
Oh, yeah.
And just watch how fucking atrocious comedy was back then?
Even the name guys were like, you watch
Yeah.
old one, because I remember seeing the one with Seinfeld on it and fucking shit, and you watch the act and go like, wow.
I saw one they
that's
did in New
brutal.
York, and some gay guy with fucking just great hair.
Some what?
And a gay guy. with great hair. No, yeah, I said great hair.
Oh, that was back in the day you did?
I did. I
You had a nice
model, motherfucker.
Oh, fuck,
nice
did I
hair.
forget.
Gorgeous.
I could have been in Menudo. And he had the fuzziest pink, it was just this hairy, fuzzy pink sweater.
You're right.
It was so hot, he just made the wrong choice in wardrobe, and he was
opening
sweating the whole
credits
time.
of those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That music.
It was always like a Casio keyboard or some really cheesy saxophone.
There's always a bouncer at the front door of the club. Who's like, and they turn and they do the fake freeze, but they're still kind of moving.
There's the name.
Yeah. And then when they show the performer, he's got to do that surprise look, like he doesn't know the camera, like the double take. Huh? Hey!
Then he runs to the backside entrance, and he enters this. It's a bad cut to the stage too. It's like, no, I'm running right from the alley, right onto.
Yeah, back then, remember that?
Balance is all wrong.
He's got a haircut since the opening shot.
They always got a haircut.
One comic's putting his fucking jacket in a locker, like comics get lockers.
Damn, those were really, they're on like HBO Classic now. Every so often they pop on. And you're like, you see these guys that wound up becoming huge, and then these other guys are like, who's that?
Yeah.
That's like, he just fucking muddled his way through comedy clubs and never made a dent.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That gay guy with the pink sweater was just sweating his whole set.
Do you remember there was a guy on Stand Up Spotlight? Every time when he would finish his act, he would do a backflip. He'd do a backflip and then do like this big, like he was doing the YMCA. He'd just do the Y. He would do that. And I remember this before I got in comedy, and I was embarrassed. I actually liked the guy. I was literally like the moron comedy fan. Like, this is the guy who does the backflip. He's the backflip guy. Totally. So
I hope he's in a motorized wheelchair now, running it with his mouth because he fucked up one night. I used to do comedy. I did a backflip.
What's the comic's name that was in the wheelchair where you used to forget him upstairs all the time at the end of the show?
Yeah, he had the mustache, the red.
Matt Malley.
What? Is he a Boston guy?
It was like there was fucking 3 huge flights of stairs to get up to the comedy club, and there was just a big, huge picture window. And we'd all, a great show, we up front. Hanging out, smoking butts. We'd always look up and just see him steaming up the window because we forgot him upstairs.
Yeah, but his wheelchair was like the template wheel. It was like made of concrete.
It was the heaviest thing you ever tried.
Alloy that was like found on Mars. It was 6 of us.
Yeah, it's like the Flintstone wheelchair. You're like wheels made out of stone. Everybody used to.
He had a teak backboard on it. We used to have to lift him.
Dude, that guy one time, he booked me at he told me it was a high school. He goes, I got a gig. It's a high school. Me and remember Jim Dunn?
Yeah.
He goes, me, Jim Dunn, and Matt Malley books us at this high school, right? And we're sitting there going like, oh my God, this is going to be brutal. It's a high school. What the fuck am I going to talk about? When we talk about, dude, we show up. It's a junior high.
Holy shit.
We're standing backstage. The kids are so young. Their voices haven't even changed yet. So it's just to see it. We're just sitting there going like, oh my God, we're going to die. I hope you got the backflip.
Yeah. Is this backflip guy?
So the principal shows up, who actually looks like an ex-Marine, like a janitor. He goes, all right, I'm doing the intros. What do you got me to say? So he tell me intros, and he comes walking out, and the kids are like, and this is the intro. He goes, and we are quiet, please. And everybody just shuts up. And he starts berating them. Saying if anybody says, yells out anything, they're getting detention and all that. So I think, and we were so, how did it go? I forget the lineup, but all I remember was, I think me and Jim went on first, and then Matt was closing it out, and he was eating his balls, his numb nuts, just sitting there. And we sat back there and enjoyed it. We were so fucking mad at him. We were so mad at him for booking it. We just sat, it was the best part. It was worth eating my balls out in front of them.
He was nervously rolling back and forth.
Oh yeah, I did it. He booked me and Al Del Benny at the White Stallion. It was just like a bikie bar way up in New Hampshire, and we're hanging out with it's just a hell gig. It's just terrible. And the owner comes out to start the show, and he's shit-faced. He grabs the mic. He goes, all right, we start the show. There's like 4 people, drunk fucking MILF. And he goes, all right, we're going to bring up the first guy. He's in a wheelchair. Get this. This is how it happened. He was emptying a fish tank out the window, and it pulled him out. And he fell on his neck and snapped his neck, and he paralyzed himself. He goes, hey, Matt, why didn't you just fucking let go of the fish tank, stupid? Matt Malley, everybody. And then he wheels up.
That might be the best intro I've ever heard.
That's fucking bad, man.
I'm not going to say the comic's name just out of being nice, but there was a comic who used to have a lazy eye, and he was unbelievably sensitive about it. Unbelievably sensitive. So I'm bombing. It's this hell gig. It's a 2-story bar, and we're upstairs, and they have like screen windows. There's like a carnival across the street. It was just fucking horrific. So the dude goes up to host the show. He's all excited because he finally has a room to do with the lazy eye, and then literally he gets like, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" And like the guys from like Time to Kill are literally sitting in the front row, and the guy just looks right at him and he goes, "Dude, the fuck is wrong with your eye?" Right? Dude, he had nothing. He was just standing there going like, I can't believe you said that.
You think he'd have something?
I think he worked on his lazy eye material.
And then he's trying to get pity from all these other people playing like pinball. They don't even give a shit. Can you believe someone would say something like that?
Why'd you be so mean?
I know you're talking about.
Comeback for that.
It wasn't even who? Oh yeah. Remember the guy? Who was the guy that had this? Who would bleed? Because he had that skin disease, and he would just bleed.
How do I forget that guy?
The guy, remember, he was just red all the time. He was always red, and then he would bleed. He'd have to have a napkin because his lips would chap up so bad and his face would chap up. He would just start bleeding. And then you'd go to eat with him after. I used to have to tell him, go sit at another table because you're bleeding. I can't watch you dab blood onto a fucking tissue.
It was like his whole body was chapped lips.
Yeah.
And if he would go to...
He was shiny because he always had to grease. He had to dip his head in grease before he went out.
God. I remember that guy.
Talking about.
Holy shit. You remember that guy?
I don't know.
Was he funny at least?
No.
No.
Scaly. Like, it was
what the fuck did he have?
Man.
Dude, I don't know, but he was awful. Shiny all the time because he had to always condition his face. And he would bleed. Like on stage, he'd have a napkin, dab, because when he'd tell a joke, his lip would crack sometimes and just start bleeding.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, it was
awful. What kind of affliction is that? There's no God.
You just took the fun out of the room with that story.
God.
Jesus.
No
Where
God.
do we go with that one?
Makes you bleed.
Almost made me gag.
Seeing this guy bleeding at clubs and colleges all over
Yeah, you might have seen him.
So you guys play the Garden tonight, huh? We should get a little promotion in for that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we should probably try to,
maybe sell a few
we should
seats.
sell a few. I'm sure it's selling real well, Dane, right?
Yeah, it's doing great.
How many times have you played the Garden?
This will be my 5th show at the Garden.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy mother of Christ.
Bobby was hinting that there might be some things tonight.
Some special guests.
Some things.
Actually, Billy's one of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
for real?
Yeah, it's Dane Cook and Friends.
Billy's on it.
That's right. Yeah. We're all going to hold hands in
I'm
the
going.
air.
I'm going tonight.
Yeah.
Bob Seger
We're gonna
bow.
bow.
I'm waiting for that.
And then when you come up and it freezes and the credits start rolling.
No, we all have to jump up in the air.
Yeah. Jump up in the air. Do the click your heels thing. And, how douchey. Ew, I can't even think of that without like...
I do it in a second. I fucking blow it up and have it right above a fireplace.
Fuck, that's going to be a great lineup. The show just got cooler. So it's Billy. Anybody else you could talk about? Or is there a little
there's
surprise
some people
in there?
doing like some surprise video stuff that we're going to play in between, and then Gary Gulman is going to swing by.
Is he coming by?
Yeah.
Oh, Gary.
Mike
not in jail.
Mike
You'll have to show.
Gary's
You'll have
all right?
to show up. You'll have to show up.
I'm going to.
I'm going. You got to show up.
Look at that. Can't give away all the secrets.
Yeah.
All right. So there's surprises tonight.
A night of fun and surprises.
Hijinks.
They might ensue.
Shenanigans always ensue, right?
What about shenanigans? Yeah, hijinks ensue and shenanigans. Yeah, chicanery.
Chicanery.
I like
tomfoolery.
Chicanery thrown in there.
Is always good.
Oh boy, I just know that Billy is going to fucking. You cannot be in the Garden and not rip the shit out of Yankee fans.
Why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that?
I already know what I'm going to do.
Teasing, of course.
I already know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Led Zeppelin lines I'm going to throw out there.
There you go.
Yeah, because they played there.
Yeah, they did.
Of course.
And then other than that, no, I'm just kidding.
That's the part that I love, is that you stand in that hall. There's a hallway, with all the pictures. Mm-hmm. And if you just start at one end and you just walk down, by the time you get to the entrance, you're like, I suck. It's a really great journey. Bob Hope and Elvis, and you get to the end of the hall and you're like, I'm a fluke.
God damn. Yeah. It's fucking Ali.
As opposed to being in a comedy club where you walk by all the pictures, just like, wow, I'm never going to make it. Dude, the worst comedy club fucking ever. The Punchline in Atlanta. I was giving them shit. Can you at least have a We Made It section right near the stage? Dude, they have fucking headshots of people, and it's all the original I know I'm gonna make it excited looks on people's face, like, wait till you get a load of me, like pointing
before they're beaten down.
What about the Cougar? They had all the comics on it, but then they had a wall of all the bald comics. And there was one guy in the middle who had hair, but nobody knew he had a wig. We all thought,
oh shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's hilarious.
No, you didn't know that. You're like, why is he there? And then they look at you like, you're like, he's fucking out of wig. Fucking dicks.
Somebody just do a documentary about that wall. Just pan it and then find every one of those people.
Yeah,
because you've never seen them.
That's a great idea.
You've never seen them on TV. You've never.
They're doing that.
What happened to those guys?
They're all like Red from Shawshank. They all like have supposedly motivational, get busy living, get busy dying, carved on their ceiling.
Or Brooks.
Brooks is good too.
Hung themselves in their house.
There was some guy out in L.A. There was a guy. I think they're doing a documentary on. he did the potluck at the Comedy Store. He did the same 5 minutes every Sunday, never missed a Sunday for like 23 years.
Holy shit.
And then one Sunday he didn't show up, and they were like, what the hell, did he die? What happened? And I guess he moved back to Michigan, so they're trying to find out, like that whole compelling story of, like, talk about sticking with something.
Yeah, and then
it's like if you actually picked something you were good at, and then also, like, what happened
that day,
in that 19,000th Sunday that you finally just like, you know what?
Fuck this.
I don't think this is going to pan out the way I thought it was going to.
Should have hung in there. It worked out for Anvil. Bring it right back around to Anvil.
This could work for him.
Yeah, we got to get Dane out of here. He's doing a lot of press.
I got to get
Ant's got to go. You want to do some radio, Bill? Where are you going?
Look at me. I got nothing better to do. Are you kidding me?
Bobby, you have to go too?
I'll change
No,
my
where
flight.
are you going? You leaving? You going? Oh, you got to go back and. Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's the emergency.
That's the underage warning.
That's a ringtone.
She's too young.
That's
She's not old enough yet, ringtone.
Anthony is fleeing the state right now.
Oh, he pushed the microphone away. Pushed the microphone away.
Oh,
He's holding his hand up like Pedro Martinez with the glove over his mouth so you can't read his lips.
We usually start yelling really horrible things.
Hold on, I read nose movements.
Look at those fat fingers.
And who are you talking to?
Oh, yeah.
And who are you talking
How
to?
much underage pussy juice is on those
I know,
fingers?
those big, fat Italian fingers.
It's legal in the old country, sweetheart.
You can only fit one knuckle deep in a girl. Where are you going?
Oh, Bobby, you always have the most disgusting detail to end it.
You really do.
On this show, do I?
True.
Yeah, Bob. On this show.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm
you make a good point.
Bobby,
You make a good
Whose
point.
chair am I sitting in?
Yeah, sorry.
Bobby, we're going highbrow lately.
Really?
Yes, we are.
Let's fucking go
Yes,
to high.
we are.
Let's talk some politics.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Let's get
Fly
eloquent.
fishing.
Oh, my God. How
I went
fun was
fly
that?
fishing with Bobby today.
Yeah,
How great
You're
was
out,
it?
really?
Yeah, I'm out.
There goes Ant. All right.
See you later.
the thing.
Bye, Ant.
Lost Jimmy, now we lost Ant.
All right.
Yes, Dave.
Everything new
Tell
that
Tina
Bobby.
we said hi.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is everything new that Bobby tries, and I really this is one of the things about Bobby that I really like. I wish I was more like him because he will just throw himself into something new, like in a way that I probably never will for the rest of my life. But you'll fly fishing, you know the terminology, and he gets everything going. But then he also gets the very most unique illness that goes along with whatever it is that he's learned. He'll get a Vespa, and he'll get like a Vespa scratch that only certain people get on their inner thighs, or you got like the trout flu, or there's always some weird thing that goes along with it that makes me go, I'm glad I didn't do that
Burns
with
his
Bobby.
balls on a Vespa spark plug.
But then he drags all of us in, and then next thing you know, he's changed hobbies on us. Like, what the fuck happened to fly fishing?
Yeah, it's called getting married and not being able to go to hookers anymore to fill the hole. So I'm filling it with matching the hatch.
We matched the
fucking
hatch.
Vespas.
Yeah, see, matching hatches.
I didn't get to catch a trout though.
Yeah, you didn't catch a trout. I
tried.
caught fucking 3.
Well, what was his name? The Vietnam vet?
Tony.
He
was great.
He wanted to catch one for me. He goes, all right, when I get one on the line, I want you to reel it in. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. 'Cause he was our guide for the day. I'm like, I'm not one of those guys. I'm catching my own trout or I'm going home with nothing.
Yeah, he was
I'll catch
great,
a
though.
fish for you.
Yeah, he was going to get it on the line, and then he was going to give me the reel. Like I'm like 12 years old, fucking, fishing with my uncle.
I was watching a
I'm
show
not
the other
doing
day
that.
on like, it's like the hunting channel, and I was watching Ted Nugent. He was hunting with the bow and
that's
arrow.
the best.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's hilarious. The majestic flight of the arrow. And he's just sitting there. You know what's so funny? And the guy's awesome at it, too. He nails this black bear. The fucking thing, with an arrow, this fucking thing doesn't run more than 25 yards and just drops. And he goes, yes, the rug has landed. And the whole time he's doing his show, you can tell he's trying to piss off people who are against hunting.
Yeah, right.
Like, he can't just be like, I'm into this thing. He's got to piss him off. It's a fucking great show.
He's one of our favorite guests. He hasn't been on in a while, but man, he just pisses
I got to
everybody
tell you,
off.
it bothered me that he shot a bear. I totally respect the skill. It's like, just shoot a deer. They're like roaches. There's a million of them. But there's just something about a bear. He'd probably be like, they're overpopulated, so maybe he knows more. But I don't know. I like bears. You know, they ride those bicycles at the circus.
I saw a show. The guy actually shot a polar bear grizzly bear mix, which is like unheard of.
There's like 7 of them.
Yeah, it's white though, and the only way you can tell it has like a little black under its eyes. He fucking shot it with an elephant gun, gutted it, skinned it right there, took it back, and they were like, "You fucked up. This isn't."
I love those YouTube videos of like the lion that like dodges the bullet and then comes after the guys.
Oh yeah,
that one's insane.
Yeah,
did you hear that bitchy scream that guy does?
Yeah.
Can you blame him?
was
He's not the same
like
man all
fucking
of a
Ray
sudden.
Lewis to the 90th power. This fucking thing, they shot him and it got mad and it got startled and then it just starts like this is fuck this. You know when dogs run fast and their back legs are passing their front legs? Just picture a lion doing that and like
running like he's in a cartoon.
Yeah, 40 yards away. 40 yards away, this thing takes off. Just dwarfs fucking Jordan, right? Just takes off from the foul line and comes flying at the guy and the guy goes, ah! It's not this scream. Then they fucking shoot him then the thing starts to run away and they shot him. It just fucking, it really annoyed me.
I'm getting crazy signs. We got to get Dane out of here. He's got stuff to do.
Okay.
So, Dane Cook at Madison Square Garden tonight with Bill Burr as a special guest.
On.
Bobby's on, right?
Yeah.
Bobby's got some time up there.
Yeah.
I'm going. Wherever you sit me, Dane.
Wherever you want to sit.
On the stage.
Right up on stage. We're going to put you on the stool.
Walker would that be?
Sit up there on the stool with your hands between your knees.
Just Opie.
I'm just a big fan of comedy.
And other surprises tonight, and possibly some hijinks at the Madison Square Garden show tonight with Dane Cook.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to take a break.
And some improv.
Yeah, we're
going to end with some sketch and some improv.
We're going to do some, me and Billy and Dan are going to do hands.
Somebody from the upper deck now, and then 300 seats. Give me an emotion.
Not like that hasn't happened before.
I should tweet a pic because this is like an all-star lineup. Here, you guys get together or something.
All right, this is where we're supposed to talk because people in home at the radio can't tell.
No, they don't care. Bobby, move in so I could. I got some shitty fucking pictures of you guys. This is an all-star fucking picture right here. 1, 2, 3. You got Dane Cook, Bill Burr, and Bob Kelly. Cool. There we go. I'll tweet that. All right, we're going to take a break. Dane, it was a pleasure. Bobby.
Anytime.
You know, we're friends. We see you all the time, so whatever. And are you sticking around, though,
How's
Bobby?
your burn, by the way, Bobby?
Yeah, it's good.
What happened?
You all right?
Oh, this cock's
Hey,
fucking...
hey.
Now
it's 6 minutes.
You fuck around... Easy. Yeah, I'll fuck
You called me a cock blood.
You burned me.
You just called me a cock blood.
Now I'm going to do 28.
All right, Bobby, just bring people up.
I'm lighting you on your intro.
Oh, fuck you, both of you.
That's kind of funny.
I'm gonna bump into your time, and I'm gonna do the whole show just to annoy everybody. Every little girl's gonna go, "What the fuck?" We fuck around backstage all the time. We throw shit at each other and fucking whip each other with coat hangers and just punch each other in the face. And
yeah, of course. Yeah.
This fucking dummy grabs what was it?
What'd you do first? Let's start with the...
I hit him in the nuts.
Yeah.
With a Fuji bottle.
Which immediately takes you to DEFCON, I'm doing anything I can to get back you. I have to go on stage in 10 minutes, you just hit me with your, in the nuts.
I gotta go on stage in fucking 13 seconds and you burnt me with a fucking flat iron.
That is true.
What?
He pinched my elbow with a flat iron.
Jesus Christ.
But this is his theory. He goes, dude, I didn't know it was that hot. I put it on my head all the time. I go, dude, it's a fucking, the word iron is in it. It's fucking...
Dude, he's got the John Bender stutter burn.
Holy shit.
This is what you get
with you?
When you open
like an
for
arrowhead
Dane
for like
and
a
spill
week.
paint in the garage.
Exactly.
Do I stutter?
Oh, you're getting one tonight.
Smoke him up, Johnny!
Yeah.
I know Dane's had a tough year, but now he's fucking taking that on his fucking friends.
You know when somebody burns you and you, like somebody...
He's testing your loyalty.
Some accidental shit happens and you get fucking angry and
You hit me in the balls, Opie.
Yeah, dude, you fucking burned me.
Yeah, but you could still
it
be
sounds
a
like you
father
hit him in the
after
balls
that
first.
Oof,
He
I
did.
was so...
He did, right?
No, I was second. He actually...
Sir, he did.
He did.
Who's
You
sir?
started it. Me. I'm sir.
Sir Missy changes the whole mood.
I'm the judge.
It became testimony. I'm the jury right
All right,
here.
here we go. All right, ready? Let's
I
fucking
was trying to get the
let's,
tattoo so I could ruin it.
let's
You don't like that tattoo either, do you?
No,
we hate it.
I really
we just haven't told him to
Are
his
you
face
done?
yet.
Are you done?
Yes, Bobby. Go ahead. Match the hat.
Shut your face.
Is it a dragon, Bob?
Yeah.
It's a koi.
No, it's a dragon.
Where's the koi?
Is it a fish?
That one's over here.
Oh, I'm
Can you
sorry.
get a picture of you tattoo you like fly
I just
fishing?
remembered I hate two of your
On
tattoos.
your other shoulder with like the big rubber pants.
Look, we got to
That'd
get
be a
Dane
good
out
one.
of there. Pacing.
What's that?
Tell your story.
Get a tattoo of you like fly fishing on your arm. Be a cool one, man.
Yeah.
Big rubber pants. Be like an action one where you can tell like the thing's moving and you found your piece.
If I flex my muscles, the fucking...
He does have a good whip.
Okay, but I burnt you once.
Oh, yeah,
but how
go
many
ahead.
times do I give you a big hug and I say, Bobby, I want you to be your best tonight, and I really want to see you succeed. Go out and make these people laugh. How many times do I embrace you at that?
What are you, Bon Jovi? What the fuck is wrong with you?
How many times do I tell you I believe in you?
Yeah, that's so nice, Bobby.
Yeah, why would you hit him in the balls
what's wrong
like
with
that?
you?
Yeah, see?
First of all, we were
What was
fucking
the
around.
precursor?
All right, who's the judge? You the judge?
I'm the judge.
You're the jury?
I'm not a fan of hanging out with guys that like to do ball shots.
Yeah.
All right, listen
I have
to
a
me.
brother
Ball
that's
shots.
into that.
Exactly.
My
Thank
brother
you,
is
sir.
so into
Sir,
just ball
thank you.
shotting guys.
What happened? Did you burn your retinas looking up at the big Dane Cook sign as you walked into the arena? Is that too mean?
A little bit. I took a couple shots though.
Yeah,
too,
okay.
so.
Yeah, you're going to do it tonight anyways.
Exactly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be funny, like a couple of lugs sitting at a lunch counter.
It wasn't that it wasn't funny. It was just too wordy. You just
I know.
fucking you're looking up at the
What's the
thing and the
story? Let's
retinas
go.
and the
There's a lot of
I
body
just don't want to be in
parts.
trouble
There
for
is no
keeping Dane
story.
in studio too long.
There's no
He was
story.
fucking with me.
So you ball shot.
No, he was fucking with me, antagonizing me.
What was I doing?
I don't know, you're doing some horse shit.
See, you
doing
didn't
some
even know,
stupid
so
shit.
it was
He was doing
superfluous.
some shit in my face, and he did something.
Why did it
Yeah.
involve some kind of movement?
It, was,
dance?
it had movement. I don't know why. That's all I remember is movement.
Not very
Good to know you
convincing
guys
so
hate
far.
each other. I love
And then,
this.
and then,
I love it. I love it.
So I took the bottle and I didn't throw it like a fucking baseball pitcher. I tossed it, a little Fiji bottle.
No.
Tossed
It
it.
was like a skee ball toss.
Oh, really?
I'm not that
Bobby?
good at skee ball though.
Yeah. He was going for the 100 point.
And hit him in the nut, and then he grabbed the iron and pinched my elbow.
Wow, that's fucking great. We got to hang out.
Yeah.
You're sick like
I
me.
wish I had it on video.
What,
Yeah,
burning
why
me?
didn't you videotape everything? You don't have that?
What are you talking about? You videotaped me fucking my knee. When I broke my fucking leg, this cocksucker, I look up, he's looking at the camera lady who wanted to put the camera down and felt bad. I see him doing the rolls, keep rolling sign. Pointing at her.
Old school too, right? Old school. Keep it rolling.
But he pointed at her. I saw her point at her and go, "You fucking keep rolling." And then he does the roll, and she puts the camera back up with a tear in her eye.
It's a great moment, though. He captured it. Man recognizes
that's a true
drama.
producer,
I
though,
told him,
right
I said,
there.
Bobby,
Knows how to produce.
I know that a month later you would have been like this. Dude, you should have rolled on that, dude. You should have. See, I did it for you, Bobby.
It's one of the greatest video clips ever, though, man.
I'm going to get you the clip that I just got of Bobby and I in 1992.
Oh, good, please.
It's crazy weird.
Yeah.
Is this the red VCR tape that
You know
I
what
had
you're
for
doing?
years?
You know what you're doing?
not
It's
the
our
red tape.
first
I still have
paid
that.
gig, like a check. And Bobby, you were like mad at Al, who was videoing, and you go on a rant, a Bobby rant, maybe one of the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have captured the first, like,
Bobby rant.
He's like, dude, I told you, dude, none of you guys believed in it. I said we're gonna get paid, dude, and now we're getting paid. And his hair is just all over the place, like Pirates of the Penzance hair. You know, just, dude, and now look, dude, look at the check. We get the check. It's
Like $85.
You gotta see it.
Please get it to me. We'll put that up on a YouTube channel.
That should be fun.
All right, we got to get everyone out of here. Dane Cook tonight at Madison Square Garden. It was a pleasure. Bill Burr's going to be on the show. Bob Kelly, hijinks, surprises, and some improv.
Absolutely,
Improv.
yes.
Some improv.
And when we get back, I don't know who I'm doing the show with. Hopefully with somebody.
I'm here.
I lost Jimmy. I lost Dan.
You got Burr.
You're definitely
I'm
staying, right?
yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
Couple of
though?
reds. Look
Yeah,
at the reds.
a couple of gingers and
Yeah, what are we
sad
talking
childhoods.
All right, we could trade those stories.
You guys can trade 60 block
You know,
stories.
the redhead, the forgotten minority.
Oh my
Two
God.
Everybody
gingers.
else has
You guys can talk about your favorite shady spots.
We'll figure
Well,
it out
what's your
next.
favorite tree to stand under in July?
Right.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, it was a pleasure. We'll be
Bobby,
back.
Dane
At least
Cook.
me and Bill Burr. Bobby's going to stick
Later,
around,
fellas.
I think.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there you
good.
go.
Bobby.
Stay there. All right, who's out there thinking Courtney Cox is one hot cougar?
I do.
You do, Bill?
Oh, she's tremendous.
What about Jennifer Aniston?
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston more than Courtney Cox, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, well, first of all, she's younger than I am, so I don't consider her a cougar. She's jailbait.
Who hasn't dreamed about giving it to her? Huh?
Exactly.
Jennifer Aniston.
Exactly.
Not Courtney Cox in my book. Jennifer Aniston, though. Well, keep dreaming, because you, my friend, don't have a shot. You want to know where you do have a chance to beg a hot cougar? Do you want to know where you can beg a hot cougar, Bill Burr?
Applebee's?
CougarLife.com. CougarLife.com is a dating service filled with hot, horny women looking to hook up with younger guys. That's
God
right.
bless them. Experience, too.
Recent divorcees who haven't gotten in a while, sex-starved single moms.
Desperate.
And a few hot teachers who could teach you a few things, huh? Do you know how many divorced women or single moms are out there who are just sitting around at home by themselves?
Playing with their twats.
I thought
I'm helping out with the read.
I don't know this Bill Burr. He came in. He's a local comic. He's promoting a gig. I don't know him, and he'll never be back. Just want the sponsor to know that.
Local comic.
Yeah, just a local comic coming in. He's trying to make an impression on us.
Everybody loves a cougar. They're an endangered species. Get out there and help one out.
Thank you. Well, it's practically guaranteed you're going to get action if you go to this website. Who wouldn't want to bang a MILF? That's every guy's dream. The site was started by a former Miss Cougar, and in just 6 months, she already has over 250,000 members. The site is so popular that the New York Times already did a story on it. And if they can afford to advertise on here, it must work, right? CougarLife.com. That's CougarLife.com. Join free right now. Hurry up. The Cougars are coming, literally. CougarLife.com.
Party. Come to my house, we'll have a 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 party.
All right.
Party.
Yeah, you're listening to the Opie and Anthony show. Let's see. Jimmy left for Houston. He's going to be at the Improv all weekend long. Anthony left for the Pediatric hospital to take care of her little issue there. So I'm left with Bill Burr and Bob Kelly, which is fine by me.
Oh, all right. I didn't know where you were going with that. You're like, so I'm left with...
I'm just kind of like just setting the table for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Out there in Radio Land, you know.
Point guard.
It's yeah.
I'm sitting in Anthony's seat.
I see that.
I want to push a button.
Go ahead, push anything.
All right, then.
I got it from a Negro.
Of course you're sitting in Anthony's seat.
I didn't know.
Of course you're sitting in Anthony's seat. Of course you are. Of course that's the one that had to play. And you did randomly just, pop a button.
Yeah. Let me try.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
See?
Oh, what a movie.
This calls for the old Billy Baroo.
Billy. So, Madison Square Garden tonight, boys. You ready for this?
Your days of finger banging,
or we can push
old
buttons.
Mary Jane Rottencrotch through her pretty pink panties are over.
Madison Square Garden, absolutely.
Scared? Nervous?
No.
So it's a little different. It's in the round.
It's one of those things where it's just like whatever happens is going to happen.
Right.
There's no pressure because it's not my show.
Right.
Yeah, but his fans, the nicest people in the fucking universe.
Unlike the ONA audience.
I gotta be.
Is that what you're trying to say, Bobby?
This is what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous that it's going to be a bunch of Facebook hotties, and I'm going to be up there talking about why I'm pro swine flu. And they're going to be looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, why are you pro swine flu?
And we're looking at you like that now.
I kind of agree with you without even knowing what you're going to say.
Mother Nature keeps trying to help us out. And
yeah,
we keep going like, what are we going to do with all this garbage? There's like, there's a cesspool of plastic and shit. Twice the size of Texas, and it's like a mile deep. They don't even know how the fuck they're going to clean it up in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Mother Nature is trying to fucking help us out by whacking a few of us.
And we don't listen.
Cleaning out the closet. Yeah. A renewal. The same reason why the forest catches on fire. Mm-hmm. And then new stuff sprouts, and we won't let her fucking do it. And every time, it's going to be a bigger roundhouse. I'm telling you, we're on our way to a Will Smith movie.
I'm on the same page as you. You just don't want it to be you that has to be part of the thing in her. That's all.
Exactly. It's going to get the weak ones.
Huh?
It's going to get the weak ones.
We're all going to get the swine flu. A lot of us will get it this season.
You just take your vitamins.
Yeah.
Everybody else. First of all, I love all these fucking idiots running out to get that little the new serum. People don't understand that doctors practice medicine. They're practicing it. So you don't want to get the new shit.
No.
You want to get the shit that's been rehearsed. Like the hair plugs we were fucking talking about. The hair plugs from the 70s are fucking horrific. Look at them now. They're great. That's because they fucked up Elton John's head practicing on him. That poor guy's been wearing a wig since 1978. So now this swine flu shit is new. You don't go down there with that serum that the CIA and their witch doctors came up with. They don't know what the fuck it's going to do to you.
There's no fucking way I'm getting that.
They don't know what it's going to do to you.
No fucking way.
Fuck that. Take your vitamins.
If 10 years from now we're still dealing with the swine flu, then maybe I'm like, okay, they've figured out the vaccination.
Vitamin C, Raisin Bran, and 8 hours sleep. You're good. You're good. I like when you go on the plane and those fucking foreigners always have like the masks on and shit. It's like, what do you know that we don't know?
What's so funny is that Alex, the kid that was Dane's dude.
Yeah.
he got a little sniffle. So,
he was the guy. You told the story there, but tell Bill.
He made him wear a fucking surgical mask for 3 days, 24 hours a day. The only time he could take it off was when he was alone in his own room.
Wait, no joke he was doing, or is he just breaking his balls?
No, he wear it. I was.
But I mean, was he doing it to be funny? Or was he seriously paranoid?
No, we're on the fucking plane. He's sniffling and coughing. Made him wear, and not even like a regular one. It had like a painter's one with the little the plastic air pocket in the front of it.
I'm surprised they didn't send him home. Just send him home.
Just make him ride with the luggage.
He did have to ride in the back, right?
I wanted to fucking get a Sharpie and make a Sufi on it.
Are you guys still touring?
Yeah, we leave tomorrow. After tonight, we go
to the Roman Coliseum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where do you go from here?
Virginia.
No, but I mean, after you play all these arenas like this.
He's the biggest comedian. As far as ticket sales go, you can argue, because once you get to that level, it becomes all preference. But as far as like how long he's been selling out Madison Square Garden and arenas to that level, I mean, there's been guys who've done stuff like that, but it's always been like a year and a half.
Yeah, but this
he's going on 4 or 5 years.
Well, I asked him, I go, how many times have you played Madison Square Garden? He goes, this is my 5th time.
Dude, he did like 2 shows there one night. I got 2 shows Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. It's unbelievable.
Me and Jimmy saw him do that in Boston at the old fucking
Fleet Center.
Fleet Center.
It's got the same road schedule as the Celtics.
Yeah. But he turned that place around. He did 2 shows at the Fleet Center in Boston. Me and Jimmy.
How many waitresses were clearing out fucking tables to clear out 20,000 people?
And they had one huge line waiting to get in as everyone else was leaving. That is fucked up, man. That is some fucked up shit.
Yeah, that was weird. It's weird to do the shows and you're playing on the Cavs' real basketball hoop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they set it up in the back. We're just fucking playing horsey
with their hoop.
Oh, dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I went on a hockey trip last year. I went to the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Vancouver Canucks. And these guys, they did two out of 3 of the stadiums I went to.
Really?
Yeah.
How many arenas have you been to for hocky?
I've been to all but like 6 of them. I've been, as far as like professional sports franchises, I've been in like almost 100, like 98 or 99 of them.
Wow.
I got to do something on the road, dude. I'm going to go nuts. I can't keep going to cheesecake factories and fucking watching fat people stumble out of there.
You just go and see the local sports
This
teams,
is what
right?
I do. They'll say, you want to go to Seattle? And I'll be like, yes, I do.
But you look at the schedule
and then I go to
first?
the NFL schedule.
Fucking smart, man.
And I fucked up, though. I thought Seattle was in town, and they're not. So
Seattle's a great city, though.
It's an awesome city.
I love
Seattle. Seattle's great.
I was there once, and it was 3 days of beautiful sunshine. Like, I could live here. And they're like, well, let me tell you about Seattle. And then explain how the rain thing is a real deal.
Yeah, why Kurt Cobain ended
Did you go
up the
by
way
his
he
house?
did. Who, Kurt Cobain?
Yeah. Where he killed himself?
No, why would I do that?
Why not? I love
Peek
that
in the
morbid
window
shit.
to see if there's any brain matter on the window?
Nah, you can't get too close, but it's a house right on the lake in Seattle.
What club are you playing in Seattle?
Giggles. Giggles Comedy Club with Crazy Terry. Pays you with a shoebox full of cash.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, he's hilarious. This guy, well, like, he's such a cheap bastard. I love the guy, because I like the independent clubs, you know, and I like how he's just a character. The guy's out of his mind. He basically, you come into headline, he does no fucking advertising, and he freaks the fuck out every time. You haven't sold one fucking ticket.
Why do you guys gotta deal with that?
It's like, dude, you could have Jesus coming down there. If you don't have someone with the sandwich board, something, letting people know I'm coming to town, you asshole.
You gotta at least do the minimum for me.
He's a maniac, though, right? But he's such a fucking psycho. He's hilarious. So in front of me, there's like 7 guys every night, and they're all doing 6 minutes, and he's not paying any of them. And it just keeps going. Coming up next, people are like, okay, is this the headliner? It's like a telethon.
On the weekend?
Yeah, on the weekend. And then afterwards,
why does he do it
starts
that
telling me which comics, why they're not going to make it right in front of him. And he's such a psycho that they're not even fazed by it. And I'm like, why would you do that to this news guy? And
isn't that the guy that waits tables, does the door, bartends?
And he's rude as hell to his customers. But somehow
How's he still in business?
I don't know. But that's what I love about it.
Seattle.
Hey,
that's what I love about it. Larry shouldn't have said all that shit. It's a great club, and I love performing.
When are you going to be there? I think it's on your schedule.
Yeah, it's on my schedule.
I don't know.
Sometime in December.
Okay.
Gonna be in Cleveland at Hilarious the week before. Going to a Browns game there, Bobby.
The Browns.
That's what
Me and Norton did a show for the Browns. We did a comedy show.
You did comedy?
You want to talk about fucking taking a Oh, it was just on the verge. It's just all rookies. Just huge black dudes. And me and Norton doing our stand-up, and LL Cool J is the headliner.
Why would you take that?
That was the week you guys got fucking douched off the air.
Yeah, I remember, Bobby. Thanks for
why would you take that gig?
Fucking commas.
Hey, the money was good. Let's go to Larry in Connecticut. Larry!
Thanks, Opie.
Larry wants to go back to the swine flu conspiracy.
What's going on, guys?
What's up,
What's
Larry?
up?
Hey, Bill, this kind of flows right up your alley with the conspiracy theory stuff. I was told by a doctor when I was debating on getting this, the flu virus inoculation nonsense, and one doctor had said to me, it's useless to even worry about it, number one, because everybody, like you just said, everybody's going to get it. But the one of these companies, either Merck or Pfizer, already had that the inoculation planned out 5 years ago, knowing that this thing was coming. Now, how did we all of a sudden know that there was a flu coming 5 years ago and we just got it this year?
Exactly. It's business. This is a great line I heard from someone in the medical field going, there's no money in the cure. The cure is in the treatment.
Exactly.
So there's no checks and balances for anybody anymore. I mean, fucking bankers just stole $1 trillion. They kept it. They can't even say where it is, and nobody's doing anything about it. So what would stop these guys?
Right.
I heard like the Food and Drug Administration, half the guys who work in there used to work for the big companies that kind of control the food supply. Like the whole thing is it's beyond corrupt.
It's all
and that's what the
crock of
shit.
shit.
We're not in this to, we don't make the money from this end. All the money's made on the medicine end of it. It's not made anywhere else.
How much does it cost to get the flu shot? How much is that?
Fuck that. I just want to get.
Why would you do that?
How much is it? I'm just wondering how much.
Don't
it
even
is.
take the chance, man.
I'm not.
There was a time they told.
Going to. I'm just asking
What
if
was
anybody
it?
knows.
What was the big one where they told the mothers what was it? A fucking vaccination or something, and they all had flipper babies. They said that shit was safe.
Yeah.
What was that?
Dude,
Help me out. I only got.
They put too much fluoride in the water. Remember those kids when you grew up and they had like freckles on their teeth?
Yeah.
They had those white circles?
Yeah.
Because they put too much chloride. They basically poisoned the water supply.
Is that why they had that?
Yeah, that was
I
like
never knew that.
Something like too much. That's what I asked. Like, why do you have chicken pox on your front teeth? They go, there was too much fluoride one time, and like, really? And you just accepted that?
I'm looking at the swine flu differently for real. I want someone to give it to me and get it over with. Instead of wondering when I'm going to fucking get it.
I take a lot of, get a lot of peace in knowing you can only die once. That's what always brings me back around to feeling good.
Oh, that's wonderful, Bill.
Yeah, you can only die once.
Is that going to be in your new book?
Huh?
You only die once.
No, but I have an uplifting message. Get a dog. It's the greatest fucking thing you'll ever do.
How great is a dog?
Oh, dude,
I almost got one of your dogs. A guy was walking through a mall with this silver. Was it a blue-eyed? What is it called?
It's a pit bull, but the coloring is a blue nose. It's not a type of pit bull. These assholes. Nobody on the internet can just tell you you're wrong. They gotta, shit dick.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't you just say, by the way, a lot of people think a blue nose is a type. It's just a color. It's the fucking greatest goddamn dog.
Fucking delete
Shredded.
all as soon as they fucking say shit, shut the fuck up. I delete them. I love blocking people. It's my new happy
You're not
thing.
scared of the dog anymore? I remember when you first got it, you were a little timid there, Bill.
Right
you were a little timid.
Oh, dude, Bobby, I'm telling you.
Guy was selling it for $400 at the mall, at the Glendale Mall.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, you get that dog, you have a bouncer. The joke I've been doing in my act, it's like a gun you can pet.
Dude,
and they're loyal as hell. They're fucking loyal as hell. And, but what you really have to do, Bob, is you got to I'm really reading up on them. It's a responsibility when you have, like those little fucking dogs are the worst. The owners of those dogs are so fucking bad because the dogs are not in control and everybody thinks it's funny.
What, the little dogs?
Because they're just,
dude, my dogs don't even fuck around, dude. I sit, come, stay. I don't fuck around.
You're a good owner, but a lot of people aren't. So what happens is if you're a bad owner, the bigger dog you get, the bigger the problem is going to be. Dude, if you have a little dog, what's it going to do? Nibble at my ankle?
Right.
Okay, break the skin or whatever. If you're a fucking bad owner and you get a bigger dog like that, And all the hype on pit bulls is bullshit. It's just the dog they're picking on right now. When I was a kid, it was all Dobermans. I never even heard of a fucking pit bull. Everybody was just like...
Actually, German Shepherds are the worst dogs because they bite more people a year than any other dog, a German Shepherd.
I guarantee you it's a smaller dog. Because you know what? Those little dogs, dude, they don't even fucking report them.
It is.
Hold on.
Nobody reports them.
You might be right.
If a dachshund bites you, they don't put it down. If a pit bull does, they do.
Bill, we were talking about this yesterday. The one dog you're scared of, and I came up with German Shepherd. I'm more scared of German Shepherds than the pit bulls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's the police dog of choice.
What's the one dog you're scared of?
Oh, dude, it's got to be the Doberman, man. That looks like a hellhound.
That is the number one dog.
Dude, when
you'd
those
be scared
ears
of.
are straight up, man, that thing and that expressionless look, I absolutely love them.
I think I'm not scared of them because I only see them in movies. I don't think I've ever seen a Doberman.
Dude, a Doberman could kill a fucking horse.
Live.
It could kill a horse, I swear to God.
Bobby, what about you?
It's a German Shepherd. I got
German Shepherd, right?
I had a German Shepherd follow me home
knee.
when I was a little kid.
They like to
and
bite.
I went to check its collar, and it bit through my hand.
Oh, yeah, it's...
And then it bit the cop that came down, who was named Robert Kelly. We're in the paper. I still have the article.
That's just wonderful.
Yeah, but I guarantee, like, dude, you know what's the bad thing, too? Is when you get a dog like that, the amount of fucking people who don't know how to approach a dog.
Yeah. They just walk right up.
Dude, they look right in the eye. It's like if you were sitting on the subway and some guy's looking at you in the eye, you're going to be like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Of course.
They don't understand. They walk right.
Same thing with dogs and animals.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, and this guy comes up, and he's looking at my dog. He goes, hey, and he's like snapping right in his face. The dog's like, well, wait, what have you done? You're sitting there eating, and some guy started snapping in your face.
Did you say something to him?
You'd be like, what the fuck? No, my girl had the dog at the time, and the guy gave us this look like, oh, pit bulls. It's like, no, douchebag. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, people also, like, they have an excited sound, like, hey, how are you? The dog's like, what the fuck? What's going on? What? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be relaxed, calm. You're not supposed to look in the eye. You're supposed to let the dog approach you, let him sniff you out. But then you also have to hope that the owner understands.
And he's
understands the dog. So the bottom fucking line is you shouldn't approach any fucking dog. Any dog, because you don't know if the owner is a good dog or not. You don't know what the fuck the dog is, but people love dogs, so they come walking up like fucking idiots all the time.
Let me ask you a question. Do you give it a swack? Do you fucking hit it?
You should never hit your dog in anger. What you do?
Not in anger, but just, like, sit the fuck down.
No. What you do is it's all repetition and reward, and what you do is the dog has to know what the fuck it's supposed to do. If it knows what it's supposed to do, it doesn't freak out in that situation. And you teach that by repetition. But I'll be honest with you, dude, I don't take the dog out to public places anymore because of the way people were approaching the dog.
Right.
And it'd be a new environment, so he's getting new to it, and I'd be, sit down, I snap, it sits down and all that. But then somebody comes up with that kind of voice, so they snap in his face, or they just, they approach real quick. Like, you ever see that shit where that bear attacks that woman?
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, the bear is actually scared. Because you watch the way she shows up. She sort of sneaks in behind him. The bear thought it was getting fucking ambushed, and she triggered that. I love how I'm talking like I'm a fucking animal expert here, but that's what
dude, you sound great.
You're a dog whisperer.
That's what I really.
Bill Burr, the dog whisperer.
No, but that's where I learned a lot of the shit that I watch. But he also has books, and like it's common fucking sense. And people are idiots when they approach. Now, we're watching the video here. Now, watch how this goes. See how she just sort of snuck down, and the bear doesn't know. Now, watch the double take he does. He doesn't even fucking know she's there, and says, "Whoa, fuck, that's what it is."
God.
Fucking idiot. What kind of idiot sits next to a grizzly bear?
YNC.com, I think, is hosting that video. Hey, by the way, everyone is defending their dogs on Instant Feedback. Relax. We're just saying in our dumb little minds what we're scared of. Because people are like, look, German Shepherds are great dogs. This dog, I understand.
Dude, every dog's a great dog.
But everyone is scared of something.
It comes down to the owner. The owner has to be a good owner, and you have to not be a fucking idiot and startle the dog.
Remember when you were probably, a kid growing up, whatever, and you went to someone's house, and they had one of these dogs, these like intimidating dogs, and they would give you all sorts
of dogs that's running the house.
Yeah, they would give you all sorts of rules as you're visiting this person, like, all right, don't make any sudden moves, don't look him in the eye, don't do this, don't do that, and you would just sit there going, when is this fucking dog going to attack me?
Yeah, but most people,
I can't be perfect while I'm in your house.
Most people treat a dog like it's a member of the family, and it's not. It's a fucking dog. Like, I had to take my wife out of that mode. It's not a little kid. It's not a baby. It's a fucking dog. It used to live outside. Stop fucking... Because my dogs don't... If my wife says
you hit
sit...
your dogs, don't you?
No.
Yeah, he does.
No, if I hit my dogs,
just because you were hit as a kid, you shouldn't be hitting your dogs,
I'd break their spine. They're so little. I'd fucking kill them.
A smack. You can
you can.
I don't hit my dogs.
What, a rolled-up newspaper? Are you that guy? Rolled-up newspaper guy?
I don't hit my dogs.
He really is. Bobby is from another era.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Depression era Bobby.
I don't hit my dogs. Only when they
What's
get...
your technique?
Did you box to get out of the Irish ghetto?
What's your technique?
I
rolled up newspaper, frying pan. What do you use?
I just use my hand. No, I don't hit my dogs.
Hey, by the way, I knew it was a thalidomide.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna. All right. Well, we keep talking about dogs. Get it.
My dog's fucked up though because when I first got it, I was driving around. It's it's so small. It's that little silky terrier. I was driving around L.A. Beverly Hills with it on my lap with the window open.
Oh god!
And at one point, it just said, "Fuck it." Just one hopped out the window while I'm moving.
It was trying to escape.
Dude, my heart, I spun out in the middle of the road. It almost got, and then I was flipping out and I just saw it running and it can't, and I'm like, fucking don't ever fucking do that again. Yeah. And it fucked it up. Like it fucked it up.
One dog goes one way and the other dog goes the other way. And this guy's saying, what do you want from me?
Huh?
I just
Dueling
hit that.
buttons. I like that.
I just hit that too. One dog goes one way. The other
So what
goes the
happened,
other.
Bobby?
It fucked it up for life, dude. It hears any sound, it's just fucked. It just shakes and quivers.
Yeah, this is one that I learned. Like when your dog barks when someone's at the door.
Yeah.
You don't yell at it because what it's doing is it's protecting you. So what you do is it just has a spot where it's supposed to go. And then you tell it to stay. And this is the thing. If it comes out, you put it right back where the fuck it's supposed to be. You just keep doing that before you open the door. And then it stays. And then once you get your food that you ordered, you shut it. Then you reward it.
I do that. My dogs, when I they don't even go in the house. I go in first. They don't go in front of me.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I go in first, and then they come in, and then the next door, I go in first, and I don't let them in the house. The only way they can go in the house is when I say, okay.
Yeah.
And then they run in the house.
That's how you're supposed to. You don't let the dog walk you down the street and decide where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be right by your side, and you decide where you go.
I can walk my dogs in literally 5 minutes will piss and shit. My wife's out there for fucking 45 minutes up and down. He wanted
That's
to go
your
by
dogs
the
are
tree.
scared of you.
No, they're not scared.
Yeah, you probably pick up a tree limb or something.
No, dude,
tell your dog to shit.
You just fucking make
Bobby
sure.
hits his dog. I live with Bobby, and Bobby.
It's obvious. Bobby, just admit it. Get it over with.
I love my girl dog.
We'll get you some therapy.
If I yell diva, she'll run, lie on her back, and bend her paws and just show me her fucking belly.
I'm gonna tell you something. Bobby, he uses force. I'm telling you, Bobby would be a dirty cop. He already has the fucking. he has the dirty cop jacket on. Look, you look at Boston Cop right now. The guy rides the motorcycle. When I used to live with him, the funniest shit ever. Like somehow, like he was like sublet my apartment, this fucking 1-bedroom, like walk through shit, right? And I'd come back from L.A. and somehow every time I came back and I still had stuff in the apartment, somehow my shit would always get broken.
Really?
He would
What's
always
that
break
about?
my shit. I don't know what happened. He'd be frustrated with the business and he fucking... I mean, one time, dude, one time, I think I know I already told this story, but who gives a shit? He broke my fan. Dude, and I'm telling you, right? The fucking thing was shattered. And I go, dude, how the fuck did you break? And he goes, dude, I was laying there, I was sleeping, and somebody knocked on the door. It startled me, and I woke up in a fluster. That was his excuse, a fluster.
The cord was wrapped around my ankle, and I fucking just ran, and the fucking
thing went flying.
No, he didn't.
Do you know how much fucking pussy I got in that apartment?
The fan blade was surrounded by a bird cage. How hard did you hit the fucking thing?
The bird cage fell off. I took that off.
He's one of those guys.
Now you're admitting?
That was really hot one night.
All these years later, you can admit.
Actually give me more air if I took that off.
Admit to Bill what really happened. You just
Bobby's
lost
one of those
your
guys
fucking
you can't
mind,
loan shit to. Like, remember back in the day, if you gave somebody, like, hey, can I borrow your cassette tape? And they come back and there'd be like ashes and all like the names of the songs would be rubbed off. Like, I don't know what happened. I just stuck it in the radio. There's like syrup on it.
Out of all the guys that come in here, I know you're a problem, and I know you're a problem. Both guys.
What, tempers? Yeah,
both you guys.
Three hotheads.
Yeah, there's 3 hotheads in here right now.
Oh, yeah. And we all know it, too. We look in each other's eyes, and it's like this. It's a standoff. Because it's like, do I really want to go down this road? I know it's going to be ugly for everybody involved.
Yeah, but
it's going to be ugly for me. It's going to be ugly for Bill.
Oh, but do you think that, you could kill somebody?
Yeah, I just talked about that.
Absolutely.
The other day.
Fuck yeah. I think I was made to kill
You just
somebody.
never crossed the line. Like the way I can compartmentalize not only my emotions, but also the level of anger, I would just have to do that one. And once I had resigned myself that I was going to hell anyways,
No, a friend of mine said when you have kids, you realize you could kill somebody.
Oh,
because you just protect them, and when you see like other adults treating your kids bad, especially, you realize at that moment, holy shit, I am capable of killing somebody. We all sort of think, are you capable?
Have you ever thought
I thought the other day with my dog. I was like, if my dog ever bit somebody and then the cops came and they were going to take him away, I already fantasized punching a cop in the face and him flying down the stairs. As if I could do that. He'd put me in one of those cop chicken wings.
Right. One of those LA chokeholds.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
They practice that stuff. Thalidomide babies. I knew that just to get that info out. That was the fucking thing that made all these women have, flipper babies.
What was it called?
They were called thalidomide babies. But it was something that they said was safe, and all the fucking pregnant women were taking it, and then next thing you know,
what's funny,
they're having flipper babies. That's why I'm scared of the swine flu, to get back to that, because it hasn't been out there
And
long
even
enough.
after all the lawsuits, the guys who came up with that shit are still sitting on yachts. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest lies in the world is like when someone fucks you over. No, he'll get his. You know what? They don't.
They never get theirs.
They don't.
You're so fucking right.
They don't.
They
that
rarely
only
get theirs.
only happens in movies.
I agree
Someone's a
with that.
fucking cunt to you, and you're like, you know what? One of these days, he's going to be a cunt to the wrong fucking person, dude. Trust me, he's going to get his. They don't. They marry hot women, and they have Corvettes.
Kevin,
that's true.
Kevin spinning the whole killing someone thing. He goes, "Oh, you're right. I could kill my kids." So there's also that out there. The parents that know they could kill their own kids.
When they're a teenager and they think they know shit.
Have you ever thought it through, like through killing somebody? Like in New York City, something happens and fucking just killing somebody, just thinking
No comment.
all the way through.
No fucking comment.
I have.
Well, that's what I'm saying by saying no comment.
Yeah, you're going to end up like Robert Blake.
Shut the fuck
And when
up.
you get put up on trial, they're going to show this footage.
Right.
I could fucking kill someone.
Yeah, no comment. I think
my girl was watching something the other day. Where she was watching this thing on Madonna, the whole Vogue scene. It was like these gay guy transvestite things, right? And she called me up and she told me that one of them had a body mummified, like just wrapped it in actually the fucking dude gets killed. I think she killed him or he killed him, whatever the fuck you call him. Wrapped it up in duct tape, then plastic, duct tape again, plastic like 9 times, and moved from apartment to apartment and just kept putting the body in the closet like it was a canoe for like eight apartments.
How'd he get caught?
I forget. There was the usual shit. There was a fire,
something
and you got to run out, and she's running out with a body-shaped canoe.
Did it smell?
No, because I guess they had it wrapped up so much. I mean, I didn't watch it.
It's got to still
called
smell.
me up. Dude, did I ever tell you that one out in L.A.? What that guy did? I was talking about. I was renting some. What do you call it? Storage space. When your life's up in the air. I'm going to live on both sides of the country. Let's see how this works out. So I had shit.
It's called February this year.
Yeah, I had shit in storage space, right? And they were telling me this story of how this guy, he had a meat freezer. You already know where this is going. In this storage space. All right? And he paid cash for his space. So there was no record of it. And he would come in like once a week to check on it. And, the guy ends up having a fucking heart attack. He's in the hospital for I don't know how long. He couldn't pay his bill. They shut off the electricity in it.
Oh, fuck.
And all of a sudden, this ooze starts coming out of the fucking thing. His fucking wife and kids were in there.
And kids?
Yeah. He killed his kids. Now, granted, I never researched it to see if that was true.
Notice how I said wife, whatever, and kids?
Yeah.
That's what makes it...
I realized I never even researched it to see if that's true. That's just one of those things the lady behind the desk
could
told
be an
me.
urban legend.
Yeah.
You know what?
You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and check down your neck.
All right, Bobby.
That's pretty. You got a knack for it.
You're doing all right.
Let's try
with that.
something else.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, you know what I think? I think you're a great guy and you're really talented.
What is that, Private Pile?
Sir, Jelly Donut, sir. You pushed the Jelly Donut button. Did you read Slash's book?
Oh, that was great. What a great read.
When Guns N' Roses...
Dude, I hate reading. So it's got to be something like that.
Did you read it, though?
Oh,
for
it was
real?
awesome.
Where Guns N' Roses, they were living out of those fucking places when they were making it?
Oh, yeah, dude.
They didn't have anywhere to go, so they rented these fucking, storage facilities, and they were living in there.
Yeah.
They had one or two, and they were having all sorts of parties at night in those things.
Yeah, like the commitment that those guys... Dude, it's hard enough to make it as an individual.
Slash's book was great.
It starts off with like the pacemaker.
It's fucking great.
I just got it. I never thought of reading it.
No, read it.
Suck like those.
You can read it in 2 days.
Most of those books stink.
I
No, and what I also like is you really saw like the psychology of how the band worked, where it just thought it looked like Slash was just one of those. All he wanted to deal with was playing.
Right.
So that's kind of how like Axl was able to keep taking more and more and more control.
Right.
Because no one really like put their foot down with the guy to be like, dude,
no,
this is a group here. You're acting like a cunt.
Yeah, they could have controlled it. We would have had a few more fucking albums from the band.
Worst follow-up idea ever.
What?
From Appetite was to have two double.
Oh, the Use Your Illusion.
It was just so much.
Just fucking make 2 albums.
It was like War and Peace. Dude, it was 4 albums worth of shit. I've still yet to buy them. It was overwhelming.
They could have made one amazing album and then still had leftover songs that would have been a great start for the next album. Yeah. You're so right.
We're playing Monday Morning Quarterback. Dude, you know what they should have done?
Why put out a double album?
You broke the number one rule. Leave them wanting more.
What was the last? What am I trying to say? The
double album.
Double album that did well.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Did that one do well?
Fuck, I don't even know the name of it. What are you talking about?
The one that has Danny California on it, and
that was a double album.
Yeah, I just listened to all of it, getting through.
Because I just downloaded the songs I liked from that. Then I didn't know that because double albums were big for a while.
Dude, when you get to the some of the last songs on the second side of a fucking double album, when you're on the fourth,
it's rough.
Yeah, it's like the drummer with the ukulele.
Yeah, it's like, they let the drummer sing the song. I was like, what the hell? No one's gonna get this far into this song.
It gets a little rough.
I know you have that song you've been trying to push on us for years. Why don't you just sing it? Jesus, Bobby.
This seat stinks. It's like watching a tennis match. I keep going back and forth between you guys.
Why?
In my head. I like sitting over there. I just focus on you, Ope.
Why? Fuck that. You guys were sitting way over there, so I told you to sit in Ant's seat, so I didn't feel like I was being interrogated.
No, you were being the pack leader.
Yeah, let's say hi to Brendan in Cleveland. Brendan.
Hey, yeah, man, dude, I guess my dog sitting in my lap, dude, and he jumped out the fucking window, dude, and he's licking my balls. Next thing I know, dude, he just hits the concrete, dude, and smelling like fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, dude. Bob Kelly, what's up, man?
Billy. You did that one already. Did he do that one already?
No.
Another version of that? Hey, we should play the Lindsay Lohan call before we get out of here. Lindsay Lohan calls her father, and the father's like, he doesn't know what to do with his daughter, so he recorded the call and sent it out to all those websites. But now she's trying to say that this is an old call and he cut it up and shit.
Okay.
But she's supposedly really
Hey,
gone.
Opie, what's this thing about?
What happened?
You ever just sit there?
Oh, you zoned out? Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Lindsay Lohan?
Lindsay
called her father.
I just realized there's too few people in here that I have to be paying attention right now. I literally was not even. You were just like, and I'm like,
don't just stare at it, eat it.
We openly admit it now because for years it's been obvious to the listeners we don't listen to each other. So now
we just
go,
nodding.
Wait a minute, what did you just say? You just did exactly what we do now.
Yeah, you just try to cover it up. Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So Bobby, you're going to be at Madison Square Garden.
You do this.
You will keep your hands off of my mule.
Bobby.
I don't know. Danny switched out a K1 up.
All right.
Hey. Don't just stare at it, eat it.
There you go. Jelly donut again?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you like that, don't you, faggot?
That's another perfect one for you, Bobby. Tank makes a good point, Bill, because we think we know shit. Tank writes, are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. No. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 sold 49 million copies. So what the fuck do we know? 49 million.
Dude, I know nothing. Dude, you know how much shit, all that shit I was talking about dogs?
Yeah.
I walked by the airport,
I
saw a fucking dog whisperer, like, it was on the TV for 5 seconds. I openly admit, I have no fucking idea.
Well, what did they do after Use Your Illusion?
But I'm
Was that the spaghetti incident? That's where they made the big mistake. That's the real mistake.
Look, first of all,
I still
think that the 2 double albums is too much material, and it was just like, they were so huge, no one could tell them no. They were like in their Pacino years, where he's just screaming his lines, and they're like, oh, it's fucking Al Pacino, what am I going to tell him?
When I was still burning CDs and shit, I took Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and I made my own album. Oh,
you took the tracks you liked?
Yeah. Like Yesterday.
Yeah, but you know what? The both of them together
Dust
are really
and
good.
Bones I liked.
They're all really good songs. There's only a few songs that aren't that good.
That has been on my list to get that shit.
No,
forever.
Danny, you're absolutely right, but that's the point Bill's making. There was too much material to kind of like digest. That does happen.
I feel like in a minute.
He did a cover of that Paul McCartney song. I mean,
that one was whatever. But I mean,
Live and Let Die.
Really
That was all right.
Live and Let Die.
You ever hear Dustin Bones?
Coma. Bad
No, they have
Apples.
great. Yeah, Civil War is fucking killer.
Civil
song.
War's
There was a
great.
killer album in there.
Dustin Bones just musically is an awesome song.
The only song to really, really just suck is the "Don't Cry" with the alternate lyrics.
Oh yeah.
And My World,
about
which is
that.
like Axl's shitty rap song at the end of Use Your Illusion.
You know
2.
what? And I forgot about that song too.
I told you the second. You know what you
forgot
should
about both
do
of
one
those.
time is you should play some songs from the second sides of double albums where it's
That's
just
a great
getting-
idea.
dude. Even like Physical Graffiti. When
Wait,
they
what?
start getting to like Bronner
Whoa!
Stomp,
No, I like that song. Give me the fucking track listing.
Boogie with Stu.
Nah, Boogie with Stu. I wasn't a
Yeah.
big fan. Give me the track
Hey,
listing
hey,
for.
mama. He was repeating lyrics like a comedian. He was telling jokes over and over again.
I'm going to challenge you on the Zeppelin thing because until Coda, I really didn't think Zeppelin put out a bad song.
It gets a
a bad album, I should say.
Dude, it's one of the strongest double albums of all time. I'm not shitting on it, but I'm just saying it gets a little.
Let me see what were you in the Light is a great song.
That's a great song.
This is side 3, so
Keep going.
Then Bronner, or however you say it, Down by the Seaside was a great song. 10 Years Gone, come on, Bill.
I told you those
Come
are
on.
all good. But
now we're
okay.
on side 4. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Night Flight.
Boogie with Stu is horrific.
Boogie with Stu, but before that was the Wonton song.
Wonton song's great.
That's a good one. Boogie with Stu. Black Country Woman I liked a lot. And then Sick Again is...
Yeah.
So it kind of falls apart on that last side.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Is this Boogie with Stu? What is this?
Yeah.
This is it?
You want my Boogie with Stu story?
Okay.
I can't even listen to this song because it's horrific.
There you go. You're just driving down the street, rocking out, Opie.
My brother's roommate at Geneseo. It was, time for Thanksgiving break, so he made the long drive from Geneseo to Long
Listen
Island.
to him.
Yes.
Wait. all right, shut it up.
Yeah, he's wailing a little bit there. So,
He's a fag.
So, Jesus, Bobby. Bobby has ADD. I just realized that.
Bobby loves
can't
gadgets.
focus.
He loves gadgets.
So, my brother's roommate at Geneseo, it's time for Thanksgiving break, so he's driving from Geneseo to Long Island. It's about a 6-7 hour ride, depending how fast you go. And he's with his new girlfriend, and they decide they need to smoke a little pot as they're driving down, I think it was 17. Flying along.
Oh, what a horrible road.
Something horrendous happens to the car. He ends up going through the grass divider onto the other side. Head-on collision. My brother's roommate is dead. So we come back from the big, Thanksgiving break, and they had a memorial at the college, and his name was Stu. So they played Boogie with Stu in a loop. So and he was a great guy, and I just can't hear that song because.
Well, that's a good one. What song do you want at your funeral?
Oh fuck! No, none of them. They all just. My dad's was time of the Green Day song, so I can't hear that fucking thing.
It's Time of Your Life, but it's also Good Riddance as well.
Good Riddance, right?
That was at your dad's funeral?
Yeah, it was part of the fucking video montage. The fucking death montage. Terrific.
A song called Good Riddance?
My dad being alive, doing all great stuff with his family, with that song playing. Ugh.
Yeah, you're trying to make yourself cry.
Well, no. This is. I mean, the listeners have heard all this stuff, but I could get your take on it though. When someone dies and your family are close to you, you're really sad and it sucks. But then you have to go along with the tribe, the rest of your family, and they bring you down to a sadness you had you didn't want to go to.
Right.
And it's stuff like the video montage with the sad song, or the one like cousin that really can't handle their emotions, so they're jumping into the fucking hole, that type of thing. And you're like, fuck, I didn't want to be this sad.
Yeah. Was that your first close family member that died, your dad?
Oh, no, we had to run.
Because I haven't had anybody. I haven't had anybody die. No, I know it's coming.
Get ready to walk around like a zombie for 3 days, eating a big fucking 8-foot sub.
Oh, yeah, I'm not looking...
That's what sucks. It's coming. You've already been through it, but I know it's coming.
In a little over a year, it was my favorite uncle dropping dead of a heart attack, snow blowing his driveway. My grandma, who was, old, but you know, she was 90, but it's still like she was our family. And then my dad in that horrific car accident. One after another.
Oh, and then some douchebag go, bad things come in threes. They always come in threes.
He says that.
Well, I like that. And then
everyone does.
No, bad stuff continues to fucking happen, and they just wait till it's divisible by 3.
Yeah, honestly,
and then they say it.
There was a 4th in there, but I didn't really like that person. So who cares?
People said that this.
I just made it into 3. 3 that mattered. There were 4 actually.
It's
3 that counted.
Right.
I know that's coming. My grandfather's 99 and 7 months.
Well,
My grandmother just turned 102.
Oof. For real?
Yeah.
Is she doing everything?
And she can't get on fucking Good Morning America.
Why?
Whatever, you know, they announced the 100-year-olds. She's like, there's so many of them now. People are living longer. How old I gotta get?
What does she?
She just wants a shout out.
What does your grandma do?
Why can't you get her on it? Why can't you?
Because that fucking Willard cunt won't read it. Now she'll never get on.
Wait, have you tried?
he just ruined her chances forever.
Have your family tried? They've tried to get her name on that?
I think one of my relatives sends them in, yeah.
I got to ask you, so the one thing your grandma still does by herself that you guys all brag about, because everyone does.
No, you don't remember that? And Jimmy just started talking about that? Yeah, that's all over fucking YouTube.
Which one? What?
Where I was sitting there going like, yeah, she's still
that
driving.
Famous fucking,
yeah.
Oh, right, Jesus Christ.
You know what impressed me? If she's still sucking cock when he said that whole fucking thing.
Right. I forgot about that.
No, she's not.
You
she's not
fucking went
anymore.
after my great aunt, so, you know.
Oh, dude, you're coming into Thunderdome. You can't have your feelings hurt in here.
Oh, no,
you can't come in here and be like, you know what? I really think you crossed the line. Is there some poor naked woman crawling on mousetraps?
You're a little bitch. That's right. You're a bitch, and I bet you'd like to suck it, wouldn't you?
All the Way May has passed, by the way, Bill. There's your update.
I don't even know who that is.
The fuck is that?
That's the one you fucking said was taking big black cock back in the day.
You said his what?
Yes.
You said his. Wait a minute, stop.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Just like I remember.
I didn't listen to the show.
Just how I don't remember Jimmy and what he said about your grandma.
What happened?
You don't remember what you said to my great aunt.
So much fucked up shit has happened on this show that people bring stuff up and I can't even remember it.
You basically said my great aunt was a size queen, Bill. And she's a nun, or was a nun, for many years.
I was probably trying to break the tension. You probably brought it to a sad place.
Oh, I don't care.
It's just an uncomfortable emotion. I can't even remember saying it. I'm already defending myself. Well, this is why I said that thing I can't remember.
I understand what he's trying to say.
You know the movie A League of Their Own?
Yeah.
All the Way May was my great aunt, and someone says it was Madonna's character in A League of Their Own was based on my great aunt.
Really?
So then Bill had to go off on, Negro ball players of the time and baseball bats, and she liked it all.
That was me?
Oh, yeah, she liked it all. Well, the black angle might have been the black angle might have been pushed by Anthony, but you definitely started the whole thing.
I would never see Anthony going in that direction.
No, not at all.
And if he did, I bet it was lighthearted.
Yeah.
You're just trying to, loosen it up a little bit. Probably a little sad. I get you.
That's what my family's been saying for years, that
my great size queen?
Yeah. But my great aunt.
You like that, don't you, faggot?
Jesus, Bobby. What is that from? Is that Jamie Gum?
No, you know what it is? It's from 6 Feet Under.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I think one of those.
Dexter used to take it in the ass.
One of those guys was getting plowed in a parking garage.
It was Dexter used to take it.
Dexter is the most ridiculous show on TV. That whole,
Yeah.
He only every time my girlfriend watches it, we're watching it. At some point during the episode, I have to look at her and just be like, he only kills the bad people. He's the serial killer with a heart of gold.
There's 2 shows everyone is telling me I have to watch.
True Blood.
No, Dexter and Always Sunny.
Always Sunny's killer, man.
That's what everyone's saying. I got the we're gonna start watching it.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I like that one. I like Breaking Bad.
Jimmy.
That is a good one.
Breaking Bad. No. Oh, Jimmy said it's a size queen.
Fuck that. Bill Burr was all over my fucking...
How come I don't have fucking
my great
stuff
aunt.
I can read?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm in fucking Aunt's seat.
We don't read this stuff. What are you thinking right now, Bobby? Let's just go with it.
You're a little bitch. That's right. You're a bitch, and I bet you'd like to suck it.
See, Bobby...
There's 50 buttons on that machine, and Bob keeps managing to hit the same 2 over and over again.
I actually hit all 50 at one time. Did you hear that? Dude, this is amazing.
Does anybody remember last night?
That's what I'm doing tonight.
What is it?
That's from Madison Square Garden. That and John Henry Bonham, Moby Dick. I don't even give a fuck if everybody gets it. I have to say it. I don't give a shit if I don't get a laugh the whole fucking night. I have to.
No, what's sad? Dane Cook's audience isn't going to even know where that comes from.
That's going to be even better.
Rich cunt!
You know what?
20,000 people staring at me from the front and the back and the side going, what the fuck is he talking about?
I saw the documentary. Did you see the documentary? Of course you did. Zeppelin at the Garden there?
Song remains the same.
Holy shit, is that great.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're arguing about merch and the New York City cops are allowing the kids in the back way. And
one of the greatest lines ever was Peter Grant when that guy's sitting there trying to defend himself when they were selling bootleg T-shirts.
T-shirts, right.
And he goes, the guy's like, well, I mean, how was I supposed to know the blah, blah, blah? And he goes, well, you're in charge of security, you silly cunt.
All right, people are yelling Lindsay Lohan. So
okay.
Phone call she made to her father. Michael Lohan said, fuck, my daughter's in trouble, so I'm taping this thing and getting it out there so maybe we could force her into some kind of rehab program. And now Lindsay's saying this was done. This is a call that's a few years old and that the father cut it up or something. So I don't know who to believe at this point. But here's the call.
I can't believe someone is going to go to someone else and they're like constantly, I need to be like the only person that they're there for. And that's not what I am. I love you so much. I'm like carrying more than the other side. Mommy says that I'm like you were, and then she was like defend me and say what she said to me on the phone.
What?
She doesn't back me. She doesn't stand by me. Why? I'm fine. And no one cares about keeping me calm, by the way. No one cares enough that much. It's never about that. It's about how they feel, not how I feel. No, it's not about me. It's never been about me. Unless I fight for it.
That is like,
wow.
Like that when you, that is sobbing.
Oh, yeah. Now, I mean, that was, I don't know. Was that a waste of time? I don't even know what the fuck she was saying.
I think if your listeners can cut that up and
do something with it.
I think they can do something with it. I have total faith in them.
She's hot. A mess. You think she's still hot?
I don't think she's hot. Yeah, she's a fucking hot mess.
Really?
No, I don't give a fuck. No, there's something about her. Yeah, I think she's hot. I'm usually not into redheads.
I used to think she was hot.
She got freckles and shit.
I don't like freckles.
I know, I hate freckles.
I don't like freckles
either. I got a few freckles on me, but when it comes to like a woman, freckles.
Redhead chicks always have that one fucked up tooth.
Anything worse than cleavage, freckles?
You know what I mean? Like they have that one fang tooth.
I can't defend us. We're awful. It's the reason why God is slowly getting rid of us.
There's not many redheads being born these days. All right, I think we did it.
It's over.
And that was that. I watched that the other night, Casino, and that was that.
Bill, your great Yankee rant. I'm putting that up on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. I thought it would be up by now. I think it's taking a while to load, but go there in a little while.
No, that was nothing but congratulations.
Dude, it was a great rant, and we have to share it with the world, so... If you missed it... If you missed it, Bill Burr just had a great Yankees rant, an amazing rant. That's how you started your appearance today, and it was like...
that came from the heart.
It was
total
fucking
congratulations. Great. I wasn't angry.
Where's Sam? Is it up there yet?
That's what people expected me to do, Bobby, when they expect you to do something. If you push one more of those fucking buttons.
Can you dig that? I knew that you could.
I'm just setting them up.
These buttons are great. I like this, too.
Jesus, Bobby.
Bobby is he's a monkey. Look at him.
Oh, you like that, don't you, faggot?
Why the same one over and over, like Danny was saying?
I don't know. There's not too many buttons. How about this?
Not too many buttons. Let the record show that there's 50 in front of Bobby.
There's 50 buttons.
Why are you always going to be fucking confrontational?
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
And then there's 10 sets, so you have about 500 buttons.
What's next?
That's what I do.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
You wanna go at it?
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Yeah, well, check this out.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I got you again.
Ooh, I'll shoot
that kind of ends it.
How's that, you motherfucker?
Well,
now take this.
All right, we get it. I got this
Show
for you.
over.
I hate you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one for you.
Boring.
Yeah, I got one for you.
Yeah,
How's
what do you
this
got?
one right here?
Fucking
You
asshole.
fucking.
Yeah, what the fuck you got?
Hang on, I'm selecting
Yeah,
shit.
what do you got?
I got
What do you
this.
fucking got?
I got this right here.
Oh, ah.
Oh wow, that was really impressive. That was fucking impressive.
Just walk away.
All right, wait a minute. Let me see what I got over here.
Why not?
Oh, I got one for you.
Yeah, I'll take
Now
that.
we're going to do something extremely fun.
Yeah, what do you got? Take
I'm
it.
Paul R. Nelson.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Really? You want to go down that road?
She was very badly raped, you see.
Oh, you're going that way? I go this way.
He's a fag.
That's what I got for you,
go that way, I go fucking this
Well, let me
way.
tell you something, my crook Mick friend.
That's true.
Bill Burr at Town Hall Friday night.
Bill
Single tickets still available.
Bill just sees the audience just going to another channel. He wants to get the plug in before they're all gone.
Impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end with Club Soda Kenny doing Empire State of Mind for everybody because this is the hottest song in America. Where's that Rant? Is it up there?
It's processing.
It's processing. All right, within minutes, if you go to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, you get to hear the Bill Burr fucking rant that was just amazing about the Yankees winning the World Series. It shut up Jimmy and Anthony, which made me very happy, Bill. So I had to deal with them the last week.
Well, I knew what people wanted. They wanted anger. So it's like, all right, that's what they're expecting. I'll congratulate them in a cunty way.
Oh, man, it was perfect.
I was outside fucking laughing by myself.
It was perfect.
Listening to that shit.
So Bobby and Bill are going to be at the Garden tonight for Dane Cook. I'm going. I can't wait. That's cool. And then Bill's got his own show at Town Hall tomorrow night.
Can't believe it.
Because tonight you're going to be it's a guest spot. It's called like 10 or 15 minutes. So, and what are you promoting, Bobby?
I'm going back on tour with Dane. So we're going to be out till second week of December. This week going to Virginia and Austin. So just go to my website, robertkellylive.com, and all my shit's up there.
Hey, you know what? You guys got to, before you play that, you guys, like, I started watching Ric Flair videos one night at like 3 in the morning on YouTube.
Now, Sam, why don't you grab a mic?
Sit down. Okay.
Sit down,
Please,
Sam, for a second.
One of the
We're not
greatest
going anywhere.
lines, one of the greatest lines I've ever seen. There's a video called Ric Flair Woo. Okay, look that one up.
Is that the one they play at the, what sports arena? We were just talking about something different? Okay.
So this guy, yeah. Just click on that one. It was one of the great.
Let's be realistic for a minute. Am I cooking, huh? Let me take a look at this, huh? Is this what happened?
It's about his shoes.
Oh, yeah. A lot of charisma. The most well-known, the best-looking, the best-dressed, custom-made clothes. Gold around my neck, Rolex watch around my wrist. My shoes cost more than your house. A Mercedes, a Rolls, own a Corvette, live in the biggest house on the biggest side of town. Jet airplanes, and I got a limousine sitting out there a mile long with 25 women just dying for me to go. Woo!
Nothing better with a guy that has charisma and a speech impediment at the same time.
He is the funniest fucking, like, you know what I love about My Shoes Cost More Than Your House is you look at the shitty production behind it, you know it was probably true.
Yeah.
And I love how you can't see the guy. It's this purple fucking loafer.
Yeah.
My shoes cost more than your house. Dude, I was fucking on the ground by myself. It's so pathetic. And I just started watching all of his shit. He became He won him.
We fucked it up with him.
All time.
Oh
my God, he's the greatest fucking.
We had
dude
him on
ever.
the phone, and we decided to franchise the interview, and it was Sam and E-Rock making believe they were me and Ant.
He's really unhappy.
So now he fucking hates us. We blew it.
I was there that day. That was
we fucking blew it.
Really
What was the line that we? There was something we said that he really hated.
Well, he didn't even know what was going on. He knew he was getting fucked with because I started doing bad Anthony impressions that he was just not into, and
it was bad.
It was bad.
Oh my God,
That bummed me out because
we live on the biggest house.
You didn't want to do
on
that.
the biggest hill in the biggest side of town. Dude, that guy is the funniest motherfucker.
What did he say
ever.
about 25 dead women? What did he say?
No, he said I got a
Dead
limo a
women?
mile long with 25 women in it. Just wait for me to come in and go. Woo!
All right, we got to get out of here.
Do you
Bill?
understand how great a gig that is?
Yeah.
To sit there talking to poor people and tell them how much shit you got. I mean, how much fucking fun did that guy have?
I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny.
Okay.
I hope Dane burns you again tonight.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
I hope you get burnt on the way there.
Oh, that's nice, Bobby.
What did you say?
Oh, wait a minute, guys. Now, we all know that we all have tempers here. Let's not
As
do
soon
this.
as I get home, the first thing I'm gonna do is punch your mama in the mouth.
I like turtles.
Fucking really?
She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had, and I've had them all over the world.
Yeah, take that.
I don't feel like playing with you.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
No, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! I love my eyes! My eyes!
I win.
An attention
I
getter.
win. I win. I broke out the Nick Cage, the Beast fucking clip. We haven't played it in a while. Daddy loves that.
What is that from?
It's from The Wicker Man. I've never even seen that movie. But that is the worst piece of audio I've ever heard. Dude, Nicolas Cage acting is probably the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh, my eyes!
That was Nick Cage.
He was such a great actor,
terrible.
though. He won that Oscar, and then all of a sudden he's doing Con Air.
terrible.
He had all these great movies.
Face Off. You didn't like him in Face Off?
We're in Ron and Fez time.
That was actually, for what it was
I didn't
decent.
like John Travolta doing him in Face Off.
I thought that was decent. I thought John
That was
actually didn't
fucking-
phone it in.
John, poor bald John.
All right, guys. It was
Fuck
a
him. He
pleasure.
can afford 9,000 toupees.
You ever see the one where he showed up one day with short hair and the next
Opie,
day
hang
he
on
had
a
long
second. We're
hair?
trying to do some radio here.
Can you really trying to get something
this is
going?
riveting. We're talking about John Travolta's toupees.
And you deal with Ron.
Oh,
let's go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's all good.
Ron and Fez is coming up next.
Ron and Fez.
These guys at the Garden tonight, and Bill's going to be back tomorrow, right, Bill? Because Jimmy's in Houston.
I have nothing better to do.
That's awesome.
Because my shoes cost more than your house.
Bring some more videos in we could check out.
Oh, I got some good. I do that podcast, and everybody they send
The
me
fucking
some.
Jet video was classic today, and the Ric Flair just as good.
Okay.
Did you see the dating montage one we played?
I wanted to be in here for that.
That was really good. I will replay
There
it
was
tomorrow.
one somebody gave me a link to where this guy had an entire website talking about how he wanted to meet his dream girl, and the guy he had been like 60 years old, and he was really demanding. It was fucking awesome.
Could someone find that and tweet it to one of us?
If anybody listens to my podcast and they
Someone's
remember
got
that
it.
one,
Yeah,
if
we'll
they
do that
remember
tomorrow,
it.
please. Do we have time to do Kenny? A little Empire State of Mind?
Not really. It's kind of long.
All right, yeah, fuck it. We can't fuck around.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Let's just end the show on
We'll
this.
get it on tomorrow.
Knockers bouncing all over the joint. My ass was wiggling too.
Thanks, Bobby.
You know, the end of the show.
Yeah, it is. See you
didn't
guys
like that?
tomorrow. It was all right.